Two Turn was good. What you Chan was good. Lorenzo, I appreciate that, bro. That's the only thing I forgot this morning to do. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Good morning to every single body that's in here today. Welcome back to another daily Fact and Stats show. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time until we'll be live for a couple of hours today. Pretty straightforward when it comes to just talking about March Madness, round of 32. Obviously looking at some of the Sweet 16 matchups and now to conclude the show today. We don't have any games until Thursday, so with that being said, I'm obviously going to be picking up some NBA talks and watches today, Tuesday, and Wednesday, leading up to Thursday, where we can see the Sweet 16 and see who will advance to the Elite Eight, eventually the Final Four, eventually be crowned national champions. I think on April 5th, I want to say the day is. So that's what the show will be about today. Excuse me, guys. I did tweet out early this morning. If y'all saw it on Twitter, thank you. If you retweeted this tweet, thank you. Just going to talk about JSN $168.6 million extension. Texas upsetting Gonzaga. Tennessee holding off Virginia. Iowa stunning Florida late yesterday. And then all the Sweet 16 matchups and also all the round of 32 games that took place on Saturday and Sunday as well. If you watch it on YouTube, make sure y'all do me a solid and hit the thumbs up button on this video. That helps the algorithm out for anybody that's surfing on YouTube to come across the show today. Be willing to type in the chat. Be willing to join the Discord to share their gambling plays or for watch parties or even to join the stage. And just be willing to come back on a day-to-day basis like majority of you all have been doing for the last 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever the case may be. Last but certainly not least, make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Feel free to send super chats and or super thanks at any time. And lastly, make sure you all become a member if you are not a member and want to extend your support for the platform as well. For my folks on Twitch, same thing. Appreciate you all. Nothing really to say. Just hit that follow up if you're not following already at 1,822 followers. And then also if you want to sub, feel free to become a sub as well. Nightbot posts numerous links throughout the show. She already started off. So you can subscribe to support the platform via Twitch. So that's to extend your support and also to see no ads. And then if you have Amazon Prime, she just put the Nightbot just put this Amazon Prime one in the chat as well, where you can subscribe through Amazon Prime for free. All you gotta do is connect your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and boom, you are good to go. Starting off the show today, before I get into it, if you all want to join the stage, you will join the stage like I just said about a couple months ago through the Fact and Stats Discord. The Discord is in the description on the video on YouTube. I'm also about to pin it, and then the Discord is also already pinned on Twitch. If you want to join the stage, you have to join the stage through the Facts and Stats Discord. Let me go ahead and pin this on YouTube. Alright, Z-Phone, what's the word, brother? Hope all is well with you, man. Alright, y'all, I'm about to go ahead and hit the stage in the Discord. Just briefly starting off the show talking about the new big contract that took place this morning. Seahawks wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba, big contract extension, making him the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL now. Well deserved, as many of us will say. We're gonna go ahead and pull that up now. So JSN gets record extension with Seattle. He's won the reigning NFL Offensive Player of the Year. The deal averaged $42.15 million per year and includes over $120 million guaranteed, both setting records for a wide receiver. With this new agreement, the two-time Pro Bowler is contractually tied to Seattle through 2031 season. So I mean, yeah, man. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. You look at some of the top wide receivers from a contract perspective in the NFL. Let me pull up the tweet real quick. Crazy what a year can do for you, Facts, Chan. Where is it at? Hold on. Crazy what a year can do for you, bro. He had a hell of a year. Literally a hell of a year. I mean, Super Bowl champ. Lawrence, good morning, brother. Super Bowl champ. Offensive Player of the Year. First team All-Pro. Pro Bowl selection. And then led the NFL with 1,700 yards. And now at the age of 24. The age of 24. He becomes the highest paid wide receiver in NFL history at 24. So I mean, big shout out to JSN, bro. He obviously leapfrogged Jamar Chase, who was at 40.25. Justin Jefferson is down there at 35, CD 34, DK 33, Garrett Wilson 32.5. So, yeah, man. And you think of guys, another guy that's going to insert themselves into the 40 range is probably going to be Puka Nacua, and whoever else could be up and coming in that aspect. But shout out to JSN to want to shed some light on him and his big contract extension that he just got this morning, literally about an hour ago. So, pretty much my only words for it. Z-Farm, I see you up here, brother. What's the word? You got anything to add on as far as JSN and the contract extension?
When you play like the best in the world, you're going to get paid like the best in the world. That's what JSN did last season. He is the main engine of that offense, and he got his rightful payday. So, shout out to him. Well-deserved contract. And if anybody's in the Facts and Stats League, you better have a high draft pick ahead of me because he's going to be a part of my team next year. So, shout out to him.
All right, short, sweet, and simple. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to fantasy. I'm looking forward to fantasy football, bro. I cannot wait for fantasy football. Yeah, neighbors will insert the 40 range as well. That was the first thing that came to my mind outside of Puka, but neighbors got another year or two to go in regards to that. Shaggy, what's the word? All right, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get to the main thing that took place. GG's to the Rams cap. We're going to go ahead and get to the main thing that took place this weekend, guys. Wide receivers making too much money. I saw a tweet today that said...
Nah, wide receivers definitely been cooking the market.
They said JSN contract is double the highest running back and tight end contract combined. Like...
No. That's jazz.
Nah, it's
Not
not.
double.
Nah, it is.
It's more than the highest running back and John
Oh,
combined. Not double.
not double. My bad. Yeah, combined. My bad. Yeah, combined. Trap facts. Appreciate that follow. Yeah, bro. They said that's insane. Whoever the highest tight end is, I don't even know who that is off the top of my head. Um, is it probably Kittle?
Highest tight end is George Kittle.
Yeah, it's Kittle.
Yeah, you put his contract with Saquon, and that's not even over 40.
It equals like 38, I think, 39, maybe 40.
Wide receivers getting paid $40 million for wide receivers, ridiculous. Hey man, new NFL that win, bro. At least
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Go ahead.
Nah, what you about to say?
Now I'm about to say at least somebody is not entering, but at least they're getting close to the quarterbacks. Like at least they getting up there.
But if you gotta pay your quarterback 50 million, your wide receiver 40 million. Honestly, matter of fact, the way we had it, quarterbacks are getting 60. Yeah. So if you gotta pay quarterback 60 million, your wide receiver, that's $100 million between two players already, bro. And then the way we had in if you got a top cornerback, he's getting 30. Your top corner is getting 30. We at the point where they just gave a center 27 million. Oh, bro, this is getting out of pocket, bro. And they wonder why running backs can't get no money, bro. Why the position's so undervalued, bro? Everybody else getting paid. The air rushers ain't no air rushers getting paid 40. Like, bro, like this is getting sick.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, bro. Hey, but the new NFL that we in, man. Congrats. A wide receiver shouldn't be close to in quarterback play. I respect that, DJ. DJ. I'm not mad at that. I actually agree. But hey, this is where we headed, bro. So once that market's been set, it's up there and it's stuck there. It's really just that simple. And that's for all positions, to be honest. Like the next up and coming dog center going to be topping the 27 million. Tyler Nobody got 27 million. That's the real problem. A center getting paid 27 million is insane. But the next one that's up and coming is going to top that.
That contract.
I don't think that gets topped. I think that's going like nobody's paying their center that, bro.
Bro, he makes $36 million. He is on the cap for $36 million next year.
That's
he's the
like I legit don't see that getting topped by nobody.
He's legit going to make more than Crosby. That's a ridiculous. I don't see unless you're a generational Hall of Fame center. I don't see it. And then there's not really one besides Creed that I think would match that.
You want to address this comment, Z-Farm? I don't really care to. See, why Ravens fans on my timeline saying they're scared of what Zay going to ask for?
I'm not at all. I was actually going to say I wouldn't be surprised if you see Zay Flowers' name in this top echelon soon. Wilson's going to get bumped down. It's probably going to be Metcalf, Lamb. I'd expect Zay to get slotted in around 34, 35.
Oh, I'm
If
about to
Lamar
say, I hope you, but
that
I hope
price
y'all
goes
don't
lower.
even think about giving Zay anything close to 40.
Yeah, no, it won't be anywhere near that. I don't think a team will go anywhere near that unless he hits a true open market. But yeah, I mean 34, 35 for him. Uh, if he continues what he does, yeah, that the way the prices are going up, it's reasonable, man. It's crazy to even say it, but yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy. I ain't gonna lie, yeah, shit. Hearing you say that, I raised my eyebrows. I ain't gonna lie, paying they flowers 34, 35. Like, what the hell? But I mean, hey, like you said, the prices is going up. Nah, they flowers not worth 26. He about to play on 27 this year, I think, with the option. So he won't be paid more than 27 when that extension happens. He should be when that extension happens. So we'll see what happens. Shout out to JSN, man. Want to shed some light on him. Are we forgetting Alec Pierce? Where he got like 28,
Alex Pierce, what do
29.
you get, 30?
I think he got 20,
Nah, he
maybe
got
30.
30, ain't he?
30, yeah,
29,
somewhere in that
30.
ballpark. Yeah, he right there. I mean, they believe in him, bro. Chunks. Hey, what can I say? They believe in him. Shout out to JSN. Shout out to the Seahawks. Again, reigning 28 and a half, reigning Super Bowl champs. And he's paid like a top wide receiver, which he should be. Because if he replicates what he did last year, we're gonna be having real conversations about far as who's the best wide receiver in the NFL. I'm not gonna go out and say he's better than Jettis and or Jamar at the moment, but he definitely can cement himself within the top three and or be viewed as the best wide receiver to some if he replicates what he did this past season again, and also for throughout the next couple of years in his career. So just wanted to give my little thoughts on that. 60 million guarantee. Yeah, just wanted to give my little thoughts on that real quick. Next, guys, we're going to go head over and head to the main thing that we're going to be discussing today. So if you want to talk about college basketball, feel free to join the stage through the Fact and Stats Discord. Again, the Discord is pinned on YouTube. The Discord is also pinned on Twitch. And if you're watching on Discord, make sure you hit the thumbs up button on this video. I mean, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up button on this video. And if you're watching on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow button. And tell a friend, tell a friend. Fact and Stats is live on Twitch and YouTube right now at the moment, talking about college basketball. We had
Hey, you know how much money Kentucky sold me out of yesterday, bro?
nope. We had the You want to share, brother? I mean, I don't.
Nah, I don't even care to share. I say that to let you know that you crazy, bro. You sold me a dream, bro.
Hey,
You sold me a dream,
I
bro. I
told you
roll with
cash
you. You
out. I
said
told you cash out. You laughed at me like I
no,
was
nah,
joking.
hold on,
So
stop,
I wasn't
stop.
joking. I cashed out on my soul. I cashed out. I was joking.
Oh, you cashed out?
Yes, I said cash out. I wasn't
Nah,
joking.
that ain't law.
It is what it is.
Nah,
It is what it is, brother.
that is not law, bruh.
Yeah, it is what it is,
Bro,
brother.
you really sat there and told me it was no way that Kentucky was gonna lose that game,
And
bro.
I told you cash out, brother. You said nah, chill. That's on you. Tunes, that's an insane comment. I don't know if I feel like Jay. I don't know. I feel like Jason would even be a wide receiver 1 or 2 on Dallas. Like you must be a Cowboys fan. Like,
Wait, what?
like JSN is better
What are
than
you
George
talking
Pickens. He's
about?
saying JSN not even better than George
Wait,
Pickens.
hold on. That's not that. I don't really want to. I don't want to make that the conversation. But it's like. Well, I say that though.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. But either way, y'all, we
Oh,
had
I mean, whether or not he'll be 1 or 2, is
but
what it is.
he will be a 1 or 2 in Dallas, bro. It's literally it's not even a combo. But he basically we can leave CD alone. He basically saying he's not even better than George Pickens, and at that point, it's not worth talking. Not worth talking about, in my opinion. So, hey, it is what it is. Far as the tournament though, picking up the games, we had a lot of action. Obviously on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday was the closeout of the opening round 64. Saturday and Sunday with the round 32. The winners on Saturday and Sunday moved on to the Sweet 16, which will pick back up this Thursday. And I gotta say, I enjoyed the games, man. First and foremost, on Saturday we didn't have any upsets. I don't think so. Saturday was that all the favorites won, literally. All of the favorites won on Saturday. Hold on, let me go back to Saturday. All the favorites on Saturday won, so I'll sort of kind of dive through these games real quick, and then work our way to Sunday, and then look at the Sweet 16 matchups and so forth. I should have picked Iowa, Texas. Texas. Thank you, bro. I think I'm pretty sure I tweeted that. But yeah, thank you. I think I forgot what I was about to say. Damn, I forgot what I was about to say. My bad, y'all. Either way, just pick it back up. Saturday, I'm gonna go through all these games that took place. Sunday, I'm gonna go through all the games that took place, and then we'll look at the matchups on Thursday and so forth. But this past Saturday, we had Michigan move on to the Sweet 16. They were viewed as one of the favorites to potentially win it all, but definitely make the Final Four. And they took care of business against St. Louis, mainly in the second half. The first half was, I'm not going to say back and forth, but more closer, I would say. And then the second half, they separated themselves, outscoring St. Louis by 14 points. And that half alone, Yaxel had a really good game. He's going to be an interesting draft prospect, in my opinion, as far as where he may go in the draft. Not even just as far as where he may go in the draft, but how he will contribute to an NBA team. Because he has the size, he had a lot of different tools and skills. And then also throughout this tournament run, and even later in the half of the season, he's been stretching the floor pretty well and shooting good from the outside. He knocked down 3 out of 5 threes in this game right here. He had 25 points, 6 rebounds and a block. They got Mara down low, who had 4 blocks, 16 points. They got another front court guy, Maria Johnson. All these guys are on the top 50 list that I showed y'all on, what was it, Thursday, I want to say it was. So they were led by their front court, which many of the games going forward they will be. And they had Elliott in the backcourt with Burnett, who had 12.7 assists, and Burnett had 11 with knocked down 3 threes. So he was simple player, but they took care of business in the second half. Michigan looks really good right now. They're going to be a tough team to beat. I think they can get got, but they're going to be a tough team to beat. So I just want to give them some flowers and some praise for the win over St. Louis. And again, while I'm going through this slate, y'all, if y'all are listening and or watching and want to stop me at any time and comment on some of the games yourself, please feel free.
You started from round of 64?
This is 32.
This is 32? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying for okay. Yeah, Yaxel's a monster too. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. He's really good. I really wonder where he's gonna go in the league, where he gets drafted at. But he's a really good player. I'm kind of what's it called? Who told me about him? Tez told me about him for real. But from what I'm watching, bro, you know, he's versatile and athletic. So it's good to see. He said he's a 4-year player.
Is Jax a 4-year? He might be. Yeah,
he was at UAB for 3 years. Yeah.
Damn. So he's a senior, 6'9". I know it's kind of like a, I don't know what the word is here, but it's kind of like a shadow, lumen shadow. I don't know what the word I'm supposed to use here, but it's kind of like a lumen shadow hanging over 4-year players' heads. But you know, I'm interested to see what he becomes.
He's still projected. He projected going to the lottery right now though, so he'll be fine. We'll see what ends up going on to me. Again, while I'm going through these games, y'all feel free to cut me off at any point in time and share your thoughts. We're gonna go ahead and pick it up. Shout out to Michigan again with the win over Louisville. Damn, why did I just do that? With the win over Louisville.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
On Saturday. Next, we had Duke versus TCU on Saturday. Duke moved on to the second round, similar to the first game. You had TCU play really good in the first half, I would say, or Duke probably not play as good, if that makes it a little better. And they separated themselves in the second half due to Isaiah Evans and also Boozer. Pretty much a lot of the guys. With Patrick playing, he makes Duke a different ball club. He came off the bench in this game. Obviously, he's still working his way back to being 100% healthy or being more healthy. So he only played 13 minutes, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 points, 4 turnovers. That man went 4 for 4 across the board and had a block. But Cameron Boozer had his usual stat line for the most part: 19, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 turnovers, and 4 stocks. But they had solid contribution of Dame Sarr with a big 3 in the corner in the second half that sparked the run. Isaiah Evans doing a great job in getting downhill. In the second half for some layups and some and one finishes that helped spark run. And then Malik Brown usually don't score a lot, but he also had 12 points and 9 rebounds in this game as well. So Duke separated themselves, outscored about 19 points in the second half. Like I said, the first half was much closer due to like scoring from Xavier Edmonds, but Xavier picked up his 4th foul with like man, it was early. He picked up his 4th foul with like 12 minutes to go or something like that in the second half. And that's right. That's when I knew whether it was 12 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, whatever it was. But that's when I knew it was GG's at that point because they wasn't going to have much scoring outside of him, him not being on the court. So David Punch didn't do anything in this game. He's one of their better players. He only had 4 points, He was 1 for 10 from the field. Was not even in foul trouble. Played 30 minutes, but like I said, he just struggled. So when he's struggling, it's hard for them to win games. Michael Robinson did have 18 points, but outside of that, they were struggling for offense. They shot terrible from the field, shot terrible from three, and then shot 50% from the free throw line. You're not winning a game in the tournament like that. So, that's just tough. And like Chan just said, they could not stop fouling. They had 20 team fouls, two different guys with 4, and then Xavier Edmonds with 5. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. Nah, I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about our game. It might be this game too. Some of them was a little ticky tacky. I feel like if I'm remembering the games correctly, but I think I'm thinking about our game. So either way, yeah, shout out to Duke, man. Patted the difference maker 100%. Black Hodgie was good. B Young was good. I don't got no extra words, man. Then we want to play St. John's, and that's one for me. Duke run is over. I have to lose to St. John's. If I'm wrong about that, we'll see. But that's when me third season ends, and that's the Sweet 16. That starts this Thursday. What else from Saturday? Saturday, this is literally I had zero, like literally damn near 0 words for this game, and it's not a knock to Houston or anything like that. But when a team come out there and do what they supposed to do, or not just saying do what they supposed to do, but come out and take care of business. That's a better way to put it. Come out and take care of business like immediately. Like I just got nothing but praise and respect for you, so I don't really have much to say. The Houston Cougars dominated Texas A&M 88-57. Stepped on them in the first half. Followed up the level of play the same in the second half. And I mean, I really have no extra words,
But they put bet on them boys from start to finish, bro.
Yeah.
Literally.
Really have no extra words. Milos and E-Man were struggling from 3. But that's been a reoccurring thing for them throughout this season. They were combined 5 for 18 from 3 in this game, but they had a good game from Sanak down low, who had 17 points and 9 rebounds. And Fleming didn't really have to do much. She only shot the ball 10 times, had 9 points in 31 minutes of play. Mercy Miller came off the bench and had 12 points. And like Lo said, bro, really nothing to say about the Houston game. Shout out to them for taking care of business. And they moved on.
It looked like Fleming's had a bad game, though. I'm a little surprised they still was able to. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised. It is better than that team for sure, but I would have thought Fleming needed to be a little bit more active, lack of better words, for the win. But he still played a decent game.
They're fine. Nah, but the thing about it is, outside of this though, Houston has now reached a Sweet 16 or further in 7 consecutive tournaments. This year's Sweet 16, 2025 championship game where they lost, 2024 Sweet 16, 23 Sweet 16, 2022 Elite 8, 2021 Final 4, 2019 Sweet 16. So they've been consistent. I mean, that's something to say when you think about the last 7 years. You've been in the Sweet 16 or further, literally over and over and over. So I mean, for this is the year. I mean, a championship got to come. Like a championship got to come. You can't be that consistent for nothing. A championship.
That's tough. 7 years straight. You know how easy it is to. Oh, I ain't gonna say easy, but you know how easy it is to walk into a round of 64 and think that you just betting the team and get upset. Like I ain't gonna hold you guys. 7 straight consecutive Sweet 16s is tough.
No, for sure. All further, for sure. But shout out to Houston for taking care of business. A&M, shout out to them for making it here. With up and down season they had, especially after losing their coach and more. So we'll see what they do next year, man. If they can get back to the tournament and be better in conference play throughout, and also just be better next year in general, where they went 22-12 overall. Mish, what's the word? What's the word? Good to see y'all up here.
Yo. I've been tapped into y'all favorite sport in here, so I figured I'd come up for this segment.
I want to say one thing real quick. What's up with Joe Mazzulla last night, Mo? Because I watched that fourth quarter and that second half. Like, what was that about?
He lost in the game. He lost in the game, trying to be too fucking smart. That's his own fucking fault.
Okay.
I ain't worried.
What y'all do?
Man.
He put no Jason, no Jalen out there and just put out the bench players.
It was, bro, watching as a fan was ridiculous. And apparently that's something that happened. Like, that's not the first game that he did that. But I think they did it against the, whoever, some Texas team, the Grizzlies, the other day. But yesterday, it started for I'm watching the game, bro, there's no Tatum or Brown on the court. I'm like, okay, what's this about? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that a thing? Brown don't come back in until like 8 minutes. Tatum don't come back into like 5. Niggas a double-digit game at that point now.
Yep. And then hey, save us. No. I knew there was no comeback.
Like
That's
Bones
just
Highland
being
was
too smart
cooking.
for his
Nas
own
Reed was
good.
cooking. Randall was cooking. Like it was crazy. Bones
No,
Highland playing some good
Randall was
basketball
pretty
right now
ass.
too. By the way, well, in the fourth, well, I'm not cooking, but in the fourth quarter, my bad. I'm sorry, fourth quarter make some plays.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
my bad. I don't know what the duration of the
Nigga,
floor
nigga,
game.
nigga, nigga, you trying to don't big brain? You know I can come back in.
Who? Who you talking about? Tatum?
Tatum.
Why you say that?
Why?
That shit was strapped.
Oh, all right. We can go on to the next game, man. We ain't gotta argue. I'm starting to think the Bulls are better without you know who, but we could talk about that another day in open talk.
Oh, you knew that was coming.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You knew that was coming, Tiz. I already told y'all
Man,
they was gonna play better without Ed. I already knew that.
we don't
Yeah,
worry about none of
okay.
that, man. That nigga was fucking shackles, nigga. That's why he was on the bench.
Uh-huh. Right, eighth game back. Shackles. The fuck are we talking about?
Wait, so because I've been hearing Celtics fans use that a lot. This is third game back. This is when is
It's
it
true.
gonna be like he's back? That's just
When
what
he
I'm just
plays a full
curious.
82 games. How about that, Lo? Next question.
So we gotta wait till
Oh, fuck.
next.
When we get to game number 82, then ask me how the fuck I feel, okay?
No, just curious though, and it is like that, and I do understand that. But just curious though. So like, say it's the playoffs, right? And you all are in round two hypothetically, and I'm just and never mind. Yeah, you're right. I'll let you
If he
say
has
it.
a bad game, what are we going to say is what you're asking me? He had a
No,
bad
I was
game.
more so going to
Fuck.
speak to like a series. But at the end of the day, you're right. He still got to go through a full off season and play a full regular season.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I'm not
20
going to be
games,
mad.
25 games, 30 games, not enough for real.
If you ask me how I would feel, I'm still going to take my chances. If he's able to play, let me roll my dice with it. We lose, we lose, we win, we win. All right.
Yeah. All right. Next game, we had Louisville lose to the Michigan State boys, the Michigan State Spartans. They were led by Cohen Carr in this game, 21 points, 10 rebounds. They also had their usual game from their floor general, and Jeremy Fears.
Right here.
Not
I
the
mean, in terms of playmaking.
not the best scorer. He's been up in his scoring this season in comparison to last year, but he's been really damn good as a point guard for them and as a floor general, another guy that's getting things in motion and setting things up for guys like Kohler, Carr, even Cam Ward off the bench, whoever you can think of on the team. More than likely, Jeremy Fears. I'm sorry, Jeremy Fears initiated the offense or initiated that set. He had 16 assists in this game. He did have 5 turnovers, but like I said, Jeremy. Like I said, Cohen Carr is the one that stole the show for this game. Usually led by Kohler for the most part, or Kolar. I'm saying his name right. I think it's Kohler on the offensive side for the most part. But Cohen is the guy with his size and his athleticism and his quickness. He has the knack to be able to get downhill, finishing around the rim, and on occasion in this game, knocking down the outside shot as well. He knocked down 2 threes out of four attempts. And overall in the game, Michigan State had 21 bench points. So they had a lot of success, man. They were decent from the field, really good from three, solid from the free throw line, and then they had one the better playmaker on the court. And Louisville was playing without Michael Brown. Obviously, was expecting to miss this game as well. So it's hard to win back-to-back games without one of your better players, especially if McNeely didn't replicate what he did in round 64. I think 64 he had like 23 points, 24 points, something like that. In this game, he only had 9 points. So Conwell was Conwell. Woody stepped up in that 17, but outside of that, they were struggling to find some offense. So shout out to Michigan State, man. It was a good game overall. Still at the end of the day, I enjoyed it, and they move on. Sweet 16, here they come, and they're well coached. I don't think they got the team though. Personally, in my opinion, I'm gonna look at all these Sweet 16 matchups in a second, but I don't think they got the team personally, in my opinion. But we'll see what ends up happening because I don't even know who they play next. I got to look at the bracket in a second. So that's that. Shout out to Michigan State again. While I'm going through this slate, if I got any words, feel free to cut me off.
Michigan State they
one
got a
thing
tough
about
ass
Jeremy
game
Smith.
next.
What?
Now go ahead. I'm trying to remember who they had. I'm gonna find it in a second.
They got UConn. They're in the East. So
I'm about to say I knew they had a tough ass matchup next.
Yeah, they're losing. So in my opinion.
Damn. Okay.
In my opinion.
I would say one thing about Fears though. He always controlled the whole game. Like it's rare that you can speed him up. Like he always keeping control of the game. Don't Don't move too fast. Don't move too slow. Always play at his own pace. Always really finding an open teammate for real and making key plays when matter. So I think that was a big part of this game too, because Louisville like to get up in you, speed the game up, and try to make you play their style. But Jeremy Fears, he been doing it all year though. Like it's hard to speed him up. He always play his game. And as long as they making shots, he continue to will them to win. So, pretty good performance. And, he didn't shoot the best, but 16 assists ain't nothing to scoff over or look over. That wasn't a fluke. Like shit, he averaged 10 on a year. So this is nothing new that he's doing. But yeah, 16 is crazy.
Right, that is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. In that moment, in that atmosphere, I say atmosphere, but the atmosphere in that game, in general, with the pressure and the stakes and everything just rising and rising. To go out and be a floor general like that and get 16 assists, this doesn't even include potential assists. Like I know some guys miss some shots, like off of his pass or whatever the case may be. So, he did his job to a T in 37 minutes of play. Shout out to Michigan State and Tom Izzo. And Louisville, man, they'll be fine. Or more than likely, hopefully, we'll see what they end up doing next year as well. Texas versus Gonzaga. Man, I ain't get to see a lot of this game, bro. This might have been one of the late start games. I can't remember what time this game started. I didn't get to see a lot of this game personally. But somebody asked me earlier on Saturday, what's some upsets you see happening? I pinpointed this game. Right here. Some people believe in the VCU game. I didn't believe in that game at all. This was the game that probably gonna be an upset for me. It ended up happening. But I've been preaching about Texas, even Ted's as well, for like the past couple of weeks now because I've been monitoring like what they've been doing throughout the regular season and how they play tough. They always pick on how they play tough and they play better at home. Now, granted, this is the tournament now, but look at where they're at. Sweet 16, 74-68 win, and they're so well rounded. Like even if Mark don't go off, I like them
from the play in.
Oh yeah, from the playing too. Yeah, from the playing too. Yeah, they is from the playing to the Sweet 16. That's crazy. So they played the extra game. But when you think about it, like even if Mark is not out, like they got Swain, they got Pope. I like their big man Matas, and I like Weaver how Weaver plays off the bench. Weaver's like a do it all kind of guy. He had 8 points off the bench with 2 stocks and 3 rebounds. So I mean, bro, they really have a really good team, bro. And I don't want people to just be looking at Texas like, they were 21-14 this year, or they struggled in the side of the SEC play, or whatever the case may be. I ain't really gonna believe too much. Gonzaga wasn't that good. They had recent teams that was really good with Nemhard and Timmy and many more. Don't get me wrong, but this team right here, it wasn't built like that. It was Graham, EK, or nothing for the most part. Just being real, it was EK or nothing. Tyon Grant Foster got granted an extra year of eligibility to play this season, but who he is or what he came into college being, or even for Gonzaga, it wasn't that. Like I think his best year was probably with Grand Canyon. But he dealt with injuries. He dealt with a lot of personal health things and things like that. So he got granted an extra year, but he was never able to hit the ground running this season right here and be able to help EK and just be a positive contributor more often than not for the Gonzaga team in the scoring aspect. So they fell short, bro, but they didn't really have the team that was going to make much noise to me anyway. So personally, they're 31-4 because they played the conference that they playing with all due respect. So that's my whole little 1-2 on Gonzaga and then also Texas at the team.
They got the guard play, bro. Like Tremont, Weaver, and Pope with Swain and big white boy down there, but that's a hell of a what 4-5 to.
Yeah.
They can come at you in so many different ways, bro. And I said it from the BYU game. That's why I really never felt confident that BYU could beat them, because like you said, the record may, you know what I mean, like, oh hell no, like, but nah, they're a really good team, bro. They're a tournament team. I should say that they're a team that was, to me, that was put together for this. And they showing it, you know what I mean, from game in and game out. They, you know what I mean, they big, they got long wings, they play defense, and they got 2-3 guards who can come at you, and they just come at you from so many different ways where if you're not ready for it, they'll get you. Yep. And they've been kind of, like you said, they've been like that all year. So yep. That's like you said. I want to scoff over them, bro. Who they play next?
I don't know. I'm looking at the bracket after we go through the game, but I don't know. Let me see. Let's put up now.
Yeah, and they ain't even really got a good Dalen game yet. Like
Purdue.
That's the scary part.
They play Purdue.
Purdue, like, bro, they can get Purdue. Like they can.
Yeah.
Now Purdue a little smarter. They play a little smarter. They always run their stuff. So that'll probably be their toughest matchup. Like Purdue ain't got the athleticism, but they're well coached. it's hard to, stop them when they running their stuff. They got a good ass point guard that control the game, just like I mentioned with Fierce. They got good shooting around them. Now, one of their shooters did get hurt. I don't know I don't know how severe that is, but one of their shooters did go down in that Miami game. So if he's not available, then that could be a big loss for a Texas team that like putting pressure on the ball, and like I said, that's long on the wings and got a big man down low for the rim protection. So that'll be interesting to see if he plays. So I don't know.
Yep, for sure. I think Purdue get him. But yeah, two teams right now I'm really impressed with. And from a team structure, system, operating standpoint, I'm really impressed with Purdue and UConn right now. I ain't gonna lie. I can't wait to see if it happens. Who's gonna be able to beat them two teams? Because right now, the way them teams are playing, bro, they're playing some good ass basketball. Purdue and UConn, they're playing some good ass basketball. I like it. I like it.
Go Huskies.
And give me like 1 minute real quick, y'all.
Okay.
Y'all can rap real quick. I'll be right back. Like 1 or 2 minutes.
Yeah, I see you come. Hey, shout out to me, man. I'm number 2 in the bracket. Y'all better catch up.
We don't care.
Oh, okay. Mr. I submitted 5,000 brackets and they all cracked. Okay,
I'm way low in the brackets.
that's cool.
I don't care though. I just clicked anything.
Oh, now everybody just clicked anything. Okay.
I clicked anything. I don't know about everybody. Yo. Slow.
Let me
Hey
go look.
Tez. You still here? I'm muted. OG, what's up, yo?
Ain't shit.
You,
Same old, same old.
Houston been giving out
Ain't
belt,
shit but
man. But y'all got some
ain't shit
tough
but the
competition
Houston
coming
Rockets,
up.
right?
What,
What you
BJ?
talking about? You talking about pro or college?
I'm talking about college. I don't know what BJ was just talking about. But come on, bro. The Houston Rockets have not been giving out belt, bro. Chill. Y'all trash, OG. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
That's how you
Right.
feel?
You had to
All right.
slap around Atlanta. I'm glad you
Unfortunately,
did.
man, I don't even take pride in saying y'all trash. I don't got nothing against y'all. It's just I'm telling you what I see, calling it how I see it, man.
All right, my bad.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. But like I told y'all, I shot my bullet we shooting the bullet I wanted to shoot. So I feel better. I
Oh
feel
yeah,
better about the squad.
restarting now. You happy about that?
I'm ecstatic about it.
Okay. I wonder
I'm
if that does
ecstatic.
change something. If that change, the funny thing about it though, if that really does change everything, then email idiot. He's
I'm
an
already
idiot.
telling you. Well, you can go ahead and label him an idiot, like I've been telling you. Shit, more than halfway through the season.
Exactly, because you've been asking for that. You saw that months ago. So
But he
if
did
you
this
telling me
last
you seeing that
time.
from your couch, I don't know.
He started Reed for a couple of games and then he pulled him again. So I went. If I'm OG, I'm not falling into that trap again.
Well, he said, this time, the difference this time is he's starting him and ain't nobody hurt. He just starting him.
Yeah, I think
But,
last time you was starting them because I think Barry was got hurt
yeah,
or
whoever get
Tari got
hurt,
hurt.
then
One
he
of
would, yeah,
Sorry.
whoever
Tari.
got hurt, then he was starting. But, yeah, he and then they asked him after that first game that he started against the Hawks. And he said, we don't know. We got 13 games left. We're starting 5, 6, 8 and see what it looks like. I'm like, see, you a fucking idiot, bro. He can't come off the gas now. If he come off the gas now, everybody and their mama gonna know that it's like
That he don't know what
like
he doing. He's just
he don't
making
know
this
what he
shit up as he
doing,
going
man.
along.
All
So he
right,
got to
next.
stand on business. I feel you.
If he would have did this game one, knowing we need a point guard, Reed would have worked through all of the little whatever, He would have worked through some kinks, and he would be even better than he is now. He doing the part about, like I said, my kinfolk texted me yesterday talking about he made. I got to give he made. I said I'm not giving that nigga a now credit, man. For what, nigga? You 70 games late. Credit for what? Everybody and their mama knew you should have done this. Want me to
You
give you
back?
credit? You doing this because you doing this. The reason you didn't start him was strictly out of stubbornness. So now you want me to tell you, yeah, hey, good job. Nah, nigga, you 70 games late, man. You know what this team needed, man. Shit.
All right,
So I
next
can't give him no credit.
next
Go
game we
ahead.
had Illinois defeat VCU 76-56 to move on to the Sweet 16 as well.
They
Coming in,
play
I was
Houston
high in
next round too.
Coming in, I was high in Illinois, and I was also high in Virginia. Virginia let me down yesterday, man. I ain't gonna lie. They really could have got that game. They let me down yesterday. But Illinois, they had Stojakovic come off the bench and give him 21 points. They're good down low with what's her name, brother, Big Z brother from Kentucky last year. He had 14 and 11. Wagler, obviously the freshman lottery pick, had 14, 5 and 2. And then Boswell, who's been there for a little minute, he's been playing. I think it's like he's probably a senior now. I remember when Boswell was in high school. It's crazy. He had 12 points. Am I tripping? Boswell from Arizona? Oh, Illinois. Okay, yeah. Where's Jerry McCain from? If anybody knows top of their head.
No, no, I think he is from Illinois, but he went to high school at one of them prep schools.
Okay. I thought I was tripping. Okay. Cause I remember when he was in high school, bro, him and Jerry McCain was tough as fucking high school. Boswell had 12 points for rebounds and 3 assists, with a steal. So I mean, VCU, it was cool. It was nice, to get here. They had obviously the big upset or the big win over North Carolina, especially in comeback fashion. But that cut short. They just ran into a better team on this particular day on Saturday, and just it showcased in the second half where Illinois outscored them by 14 points, 41-27, and it ended up getting a 21-point victory. So shout out to VCU. More importantly, shout out to Illinois. I think it's a team that can make some real noise, and they're also going to be a tough team to beat. I like this Sweet 16, and I can't really look at the bracket again in a second, but that's my only words for this game right here.
I will say since he came back from injury, Boswell was out for a minute.
Yeah.
But with him coming back though, that kind of slots everybody back into their right place, and they've been playing way better since he been back. To be honest.
100%. Shout out to Illinois, man. Um, Next, we had Nebraska versus Vandy, man. What a game. More importantly, what a finish. Tyler Tanner. Hearing me talk about this guy a lot, y'all. Sophomore guard. I speak on his knack for the ball on the defensive side. His ability to score from all over the court for the most part, especially at that size. He had the last second shot literally go in and out. And he said after the game he thought it was going in. He thought it went in. It obviously didn't happen. Nebraska, now that they win their first game in tournament history on what was it, Thursday, they end up now winning 2 games to advance to the Sweet 16. Who a lot of us, including myself, was a high on throughout this year. Uh, and they beat a team that I 100% respect in Vandy. I see them up close and personal a lot. I monitor their standings in the SEC and how they're doing their conference play and things like that. And they were led by Tanner, Nickel, Okereke, I hope, no, I'm not even saying his name right. AK, and many more. Duke Miles as well, who returned in this game, and many more. So, I mean, shout out to Nebraska, bro. I mean, they're well coached. They're not going to kill you with athleticism. They're not going to kill you with athleticism. I'm sorry. They're going to kill you with skill, IQ, and like really just the main two, and shot making from their white boys and things like that. Price is good down low for them. He also knocked down 3 threes in this game. And outside of that, they just have a collective of like 6 players that can contribute on a game-to-game basis for them and come up big. So they did that, man. 2 players with 15 points. Mass with 13 and 5 and 4. And then Berkey had 12 points as well. So, like I said, that one team athleticism, bro. Just all smarts and IQ for the most part. And that's how they won this game against Vandy. It was a really good game. Vandy fought back hard in the second half. It was close throughout the whole entire game for the most part, to be honest, the whole 40 minutes of play. But Nebraska just shot a little better than what Vandy did. I mean, literally 56% from the field in the game is crazy. 56% from the field in the game, 47% from 3. It's hard to lose a game like that. Meanwhile, Vandy was 41% from the field with 35% from 3. So, and at the end of the day, they still had a chance to win it all with Tyler full court heave. So, pretty much it, man. Shout out to Nebraska. Their run may end when they play. Dang, I forgot Iowa made it, bro. They got Iowa next, and they damn near the same team for from a not killing with athleticism standpoint. Dang.
Yeah, that's a matchup where that could literally go anyway.
Yeah, that's
It could
crazy.
literally go anyway.
I ain't gonna lie, that's
But I will
crazy.
say for just a brief for the Nebraska and Vandy game. Uh, I felt like Vandy was trying to play their game a little too much, bro, with Nebraska. Like it felt like at moments they was pressing. Like they was trying to press to try to keep up in the game to match what Nebraska was doing. And Vandy really come at you from they're really a balanced attack team. Like with uh Tanner Duke and the two bigs down low. And I just feel like they was pressing too much. They weren't playing a game. They was trying to keep up from behind the arc, and it's just they ran into one of them games, like you said, with the percentages. We always say it just takes one game, bro. Like because this is a 1 game format, not a 7 game series. So it just take one game for you to play that way, play that style, and you can get up out of there. Like Nebraska for the most part they put 5 guys in the game that can all shoot. So it's gonna be hard to guard it at all times, no matter who they play. It just matter if they make shots. And to me, Vandy went out of their style of play, like they did, and it led to a bad shooting performance. Like you see, Duke 8 threes, Tanner 10, Nickel 12. You know what I mean? Okay, he hit 3 out of 5 to like 37 threes. Like I don't. That's not them, and it's unless they hit and unless they hot. But I don't know. It just felt like to me Nebraska took Vandy out of their game and made them play theirs, and I feel like that's what led to the end result.
That's a good point, bro. I ain't gonna lie. 37 threes is crazy. And you shot more field goals than them. And they shot, the other team shot 19 threes and made 9. And you shot 37. Bro, I don't got no clip of the last 15 seconds. Let me see. I could probably get a clip of.
Well, it's probably on Twitter somewhere, bro.
Yeah, I don't got the last 15. It's only gonna be the last 2. I don't know how to get the last 50. I don't know about the last 15 seconds. Yeah, they only got Tyler in and out shot.
Vanderbilt, no timeouts. Half court heave. Oh! Tanner in and out.
We was watching that game. We thought that shit was dropping, bro.
Half court heave. Oh!
Damn.
Yeah, that right there.
Yeah, we was in there watching that, bro. We like, damn, we thought that shit was going in, bro. That shit just bounced out, like, damn.
That's what I'm trying to. They went there like
Tough. Shout out to Nebraska, man. They won against a good matchup in Iowa. That's gonna be an interesting game to watch. Last but certainly not least.
And there, one more thing. It's crazy because they was, remember they started their season the way that they did, and nobody believed in it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? A bunch of white boys running around, read and react, passing, cutting, passing, kicking, and just firing threes. And remember we was in here like that shit not gonna fly against a good team, bro. And I'm like, bro, you never know because when it's hard to guard 5 niggas like that, bro. Like it's not easy at all. No matter who you're playing or who's on the court or what they look like. When you got 5 guys who all play the same way, they can all, make mid-range shots, backdoor cut and just shooting threes. When it's 5 of them on the court like that, bro, it's always gonna be hard to guard, bro. No matter who it is. And they started their season a certain way, and it's just like, damn. They in the Sweet 16. What a great chance to get to the 8. A great chance. Like I said, I don't know who can win that game because it's kind of the same styles of play, and I think that game just gonna come down who make the most shots and not make the most mistakes. So they got a good chance to get to that final 8, bro. And it's crazy how nobody believed in it when they was on a little undefeated streak in the Big Ten. So. And I was telling guys, I'm like, they gonna hit a wall, Because, you know what I mean? But all their losses came from the Big Ten, and it came from all the best teams. They didn't lose to no bullshit teams. They lost to all the top teams in their conference. And you can either take that good or you can take it bad. I never took it bad. I took it as a good thing. I'm like, you need these. Like, you don't want to go. Sometimes you may not want to go undefeated, bro, because you run into these type of matchups and then you feel like all this shit was for nothing. Sometimes it's good to lose, bro. It's good to lose them type of games because it prepares you for this. And now look where they are now. What a great chance to get to the 8. So yeah, so just a little point out.
Nah, good point for sure, bro. Shout out to Nebraska overall, and shout out to Vandy again. Still, end of the day, if you're a Tyler, do you leave or do you stay another year? If I'm Tyler 10, I'm leaving. He's going to get drafted, so I'll go ahead and get drafted. Whether that's late first, whether that's early second, at least per Makathon. Let me see. I said Makathon, Tankathon. Let me see where he's at right now. Tyler Tanner is late first, 28 overall. So, yeah, I mean, I think he will pretty much so could 100% be a first round pick towards the back end of that first. If not, he'll be early second. So I'm leaving. I'm going to the NBA. If I'm
I seen. I don't know if they're gonna be able to get it done, depending on his camp and his agency, whatever, how they work things out. But I think Vandy prepared to throw a big bag at him to try to bring him back.
Yeah, that'll be solid too. If so, he can probably recreate his season this year, then go higher next year. But yeah, if that matters, or for whatever it's worth. But the NIL thing can keep guys in college for another year, or even 2 more, to be honest. Oh, yeah, man. Shout out to Vandy. Shout out to Nebraska. I slept.
Funny thing you said that. If I was seeing on Twitter this morning that y'all gave JQ 2 million, and then how people they saying y'all wasted y'all money, boop bop it, and then the NIL thing is kind of gotten out of hand. Not out of hand, but it's kind of made certain things unfair.
Unfair as far as what?
Basically, like you could pay. So like you could pay for a team.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
But in reference to JQ though, that's a separate thing though. The JQ thing that was just kind of like y'all. That was just a general thing about Kentucky.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they took a shot and they missed. Really just that simple with JQ, to be honest. Took a shot and they missed. Trying to get a guy coming off of an ACL injury and wanted to bring him back to the program for what he could be when he's on the basketball court, because he still can get drafted in the first round as well. It just missed. Man, got hurt again. So, hey, it is what it is. We'll get to Kentucky literally coming up in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Next week, close out Saturday performance, y'all, with teams advancing to the Sweet 16. We had Arkansas, who led by Darius A. Cuff Jr., beat High Point 94-88. This was a good game. This was a great game. Really enjoyable game. And the man himself, number 5, A. Cuff, put the game in his hands. Or even Coach Cal put the ball in his hands towards the end of the game. And I think he had about 6 straight towards the end. Might be a little bit more. Might have said that wrong.
More than at least 7, because it was 2 Lays and a Tracy for sure.
So it's like 7 to.
So at least 7.
And he's just. I mean, it's just. There's nothing, bro. I mean, he's a special player, bro. 36 points. This man is the first freshman guard ever to have been averaging through 3 games so far in tourney play. Just 3 games of 30 points in the tournament play, the most ever by a freshman. He's averaging 30.7 assists, 45% from field, 48% from 3, 87% from the free throw line. And he's going into every game with the same mindset, and that's to kill. That's to kill, that's to get buckets, and that's to lead my team or will my team to a victory alongside of Malik, or what Billy Richmond may bring with 15 points and 10 boards that he had, what Brazil may have on a particular game-to-game basis, even though he only had 8 and 8 in this game. Or even what Malik Ewing is doing down low, who's been good for them as well with 14 and 12. So they got a real strong 5, and they bring DJ off the bench, should be like a defensive guy or a POA guy. DJ's not like a scorer or a top playmaker or anything like that, which he was sought out to be coming into Kentucky, but like I said last week, he transitioned himself or pivoted off that mindset of what he was initially going to be to what he is now. So, yeah, man, Arkansas, man, they tough, bro. They led by Darius A. Cuff, and he's a special guard, man. He's a special talent. So, yeah, man. I mean, outside of that, though, shout out to High Point. Shout out to Cameron Fletcher, the guy that played under Coach Cal about 5 years ago in Kentucky. Cal said he was happy for him. He got sent home I think like the second half of our season, due to a lot of things they were going through at the time, or what he was going through at the time. Sorry, personal stuff and things like that. And he had 2 back-to-back good tournament games, and round 64 win, and also round 32 with 25 points, 8 rebounds off the bench. And we had another guard on the other side, and Rob Martin, who was matching the output or scoring output that Darius Acuff was doing. Rob had 30 points in this game, 4 rebounds and 5 assists. But also, like I said, Darius Acuff closed the deal out for them. It was a good game regardless. But you can probably say the better team probably won on this particular game. Yeah, it was about 5. Yeah, it was about 5 years ago, right? 5, 6 years ago, something like that. Fletch old, bruh, but Fletch dealt with injuries though. Fletch dealt with injuries where he got an extra year because of it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Fletch been through a lot. I ain't gonna lie. He done been through some things. So that's pretty much what I got to say about Arkansas and High Point, man. Shout out to Darius Acuff, all the praise in the world for him. Billy been really damn good for them as a role player. As a guy that's been rebounding, doing the dirty things and little things and things like that. They got size, they got skill, and they got a college star guard. So if Acuff beats Arizona, is he a top 3 pick? No.
Yeah.
Well, I feel bad for whoever said that, but yeah, Darius Acuff against Arizona, nah, won't happen, buddy. He won't look like no top pick against them. Sorry, buddy.
Okay, so BJ, so if he then goes do it, are you going to give him the credit?
I mean, I give him the credit now. Why wouldn't I give him the credit?
Now
I
you
just
not.
don't. I mean, bro.
No, but you just told me he's not going to like anything versus Arizona. So I'm telling
brother,
you,
brother,
if he then goes and he
brother.
does the impossible in your eyes, which is beat Arizona, or even look, apparently you only think he's going to look good. So if he looks good versus
I mean,
Arizona,
he'll probably
then what?
he'll look regular. He's not gonna look at this look like an above and beyond talent. He'll look regular. Like right now, he plays above and beyond, but against them, he'll look regular.
I just wanna revisit this if he does go and do what I think he's gonna do.
I mean, if he does get off, cool. I mean, it's something you
Oh,
still
now it's
see.
cool.
I mean, I just don't think he's not gonna go super crazy because they're not gonna sit there and allow that. These teams be allowing him to go crazy like that.
That's allowing though. Like, what do
But
you want them to do? Do you think they should
mind you,
double and triple team him?
this is not a bash to Acuff. Acuff is
Yeah,
amazing.
I don't think you bashing him. I'm just saying,
No,
like,
I'm just saying,
do you want teams to double and triple team him?
I mean, bruh,
You know he's a very good passer too, right? Like I feel like doubling and triple team him is not going to do nothing.
His point is though, like you said, it's not bashing him. It's just reality on what they're going to do. Like that's what Arizona's going to do. Arizona's not going to allow him. Like he's not going to be getting hella one-on-ones and you know what I mean, and be able to just be in kill mode the whole game. Like that's not saying
which is fine though.
That's not his mind. That's not saying he can't
he won't
do
try,
something or that's his mindset or anything. No, it's just who they running into. They don't allow that for guards. Like they're gonna try their best to take him out of the game. That's gonna be the game plan and make everybody else beat you. But to your point, he is a really good passer, so his playmaking can open his scoring. That can happen. But as far as just going out there and just trying to get off, it's nothing to him. Arizona just it just won't. He gonna have to go out there and really those
are gonna be some hard earned.
If he ends the game with let's say he goes 18 points and 15 assists, I think he did his job. I mean, obviously we want to still watch the flow of the game and see what it ends up closing score. But for all intents and purposes, let's say he ends up. Let's say it's a close game. He did his job, bro.
Yeah, I mean, if he ends up with that exact stat line, I mean, cool. But they expect him to do more. You expect more scoring out of him, though. And to the Arizona side, like if he end with 18 and 15, cool, you did your job. Shake his hand. But now the 30, now him getting 30 and 12, that's not happening. Oh, that's not happening. That's not happening.
No, I don't think that happens either. 30 and 12. Yeah, I mean, that's not supposed to happen. But I don't think this happening either. Though.
All right. shout out to ACUF, shout out to Arkansas, Sweet 16. Shout out to Coach Cal. He's having some more success, I would say, in Arkansas the last 2 years than he had at Kentucky over the last like 4 or 5 years. So in the Sweet 16, and we'll see what he ends up doing with it ultimately when they get to the final early eight, final four,
If
championship, whatever.
check your DMs. Facts and stats DM, by the way.
I don't see nothing.
Wait, did I not send it to you? Oh.
I will say though for Arkansas, I spoke on this briefly when coming in. The X factor is like A Cup is the best player, but he's not the X factor. The X factor to that team is Malik Thomas. If you get a good Malik Thomas game, that kind of drives A Cup in a way where it opens him up. And then once them two are going, now you're opening up Brazil. Now you're opening up Ewan, and that's giving more lanes for even Billy to drive and be able to play his game. So I don't think they'll win, but I don't think it's gonna be far fetched off as people may think it's gonna be. I think Arkansas gonna get them a good run for their money. Arkansas is also another team that's big, long, athletic, can run up and down the court. I think Arkansas are probably the fastest team to me in the tournament left, just off their play style with Thomas, Acuff, Billy, DJ in Brazil. So, and that's Arizona. Arizona just the overall better team, but Arkansas gonna bring a different style of play that could cause problems to Arizona. But I still do think Arizona ultimately win the game.
Yo, Tez, how about your Texas Longhorns, huh? You called them being pretty good to start this tournament.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
They're fucking on. They're balling. They waxed Gonzaga.
yeah.
All right, this was low sent to the DM. Halliburton tweet and these photos. PJ still rocks with Kentucky, by the way, and Reed. They had this apparel on because he was in the gym with Arkansas, obviously Coach Kyle. As far as the tweet, yeah, I don't really care. I already spoke on. I don't really care about any players that's trying to say they're Arkansas this, Arkansas that. So I mean, it is what it is. I'm not an Arkansas fan, so it don't really bother me. Shout out to Coach Kyle though. Back in the year to make a Sweet 16. We'll see what they end up doing. Like I said, he's been having more success, quote unquote, in a way, his last 2 years at Ark than he has been having in Kentucky. So it was still time to move on from Coach Kyle. And wish him the best. Wish him the best at Arkansas, and hopefully he's able to win another championship.
Yeah. Anyone trolling about that? It's corny. It was just time to move on from Kentucky.
Yeah, I don't really.
I was literally about to say that. Like, it was still time. Like, I don't.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's right now, bro. When you're at Arkansas, you got less pressure on you. Like, so you know what I mean? You're not. The pressure isn't on at Arkansas. Like, he's not a. Of course, he wants to win. That's just who he is. Like, and he gonna bring in guys for him to win. But the expectations at Arkansas and the Kentucky are two different. What's the word I'm looking for? It's two different type of pressures. You're not expected. You're expected to have good seasons at Arkansas and potentially, do what you do in the tournament. At Kentucky, you're expected to win, right? So
But I feel like he has his name comes with expectations, though. You get what I'm saying? Like, I get what you like. I agree with you to a degree, but I think it's still Coach Cal, bro. Like, he can't just go out there and lose in round 64 every week, every year, and everything to be fine and dandy. Nah, like, still.
But to Tez's point, what was Arkansas basketball before he got there? Honestly, you know what I mean. Kentucky basketball is always going to be Kentucky basketball, no matter who the hell that coach is. Arkansas is only relevant because of Cal. But so I kind of agree with both of you.
All right.
No, I don't agree. Oh, no more.
I promise you, bro. If he was to lose these 2 years in a round 32, it would not blow up as much as it would be if he was at Kentucky. That's more so where I'm going to. It wouldn't.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
and spoke on
Bro,
Kentucky.
he had one tournament win in 4 years. The last 4 years, brother. Like it was time. It was time. Like yeah, his name ring. Like it. I'm not. That's mandatory. That's auto. Like we know that. But 1 in 4 years, like you know what I'm saying. It's time, bro. It's time. Now you at a school where the expectations are not the same, so it's not as much pressure on your shoulders to go win it all. Now you're freestyling, like it's freestyling playing, like freestyling coaching, freestyling playing. Expectations not the same. So could that drive you to coach better? Absolutely. Could that drive the players to play better? Absolutely. But the two schools are it's different. It's two different things. That's more so where I'm going to. Yeah, he's expected to win because it's Coach Cal. Yeah, of course.
All right. Speaking of Coach Cal in Kentucky or even Arkansas, we ended off with Arkansas. We are now um, moving on to Kentucky. We were the top of this slate on yesterday's game. LA lost to Iowa State 82-63. Um, and I can say season is over. Season is finally over. So what you see now here on paper, or you're looking at the screen, you're probably not going to see next year for the most part. And obviously the pressure is on Mark Pope to already be in the hot seat. You are playing that Kentucky or coaching that Kentucky, play that Kentucky that comes with a certain expectations that we just did not live up to this season. At the end of the day, as far as the game, started off the game 21-9, looking real good. Pressure was good. Everything was looking good for the most part. A sub was made where Jasper Johnson came into the game, and I think Owe came out. Then after that, Iowa State literally went on an 8-0 run, something 8-0 run, 10-0 run, somewhere in that ballpark. Got themselves right back into the game. And after that, we're throwing punches, they throwing punches. Like when we threw our first punch, we didn't keep them in a range to where like their punches couldn't affect us. We got them back into the game. So then when we're both throwing punches, both teams are getting hurt. And unfortunately, they got on their run at the right time. Like it was sad for us to be even down at halftime. We should have won at halftime. I took Ted's probably at least up six points or more. I think he said double digits. Like it shouldn't have been. We shouldn't have been down at halftime going into that game. But after that, even without Jefferson, Lipsy, Milan, and company, they stepped on us in the second half, and we didn't have enough fuel in the tank to be honest. So, Owe, Denzel. And after that, you're looking around searching for who else can contribute. We've been trying to bank on Colin. Colin been struggling from three. Coming into the turn, well, coming into this game, he was only 2 for 5 from three in this game. I think his first three came in like the first 2-3 minutes of the game, and then he hit another one. And after that, he didn't really do nothing else. BG non-existent from offensive standpoint. Jasper nothing. Cam nothing. Diabate had a big game on Friday. Not really nothing on the offensive side this game. Malachi nothing. Literally with Owe and Denzel. So yeah, man, big overhaul coming. Praying for Stokes at the end of the day, and going to try to kill the portal and see what we can bring, who we're going to retain from this team right here. If it was up to me, I'll entertain Chandler. Um, I entertain Cam Williams. If Diabate want to come back, I entertain too. Malachi want to come back, I entertain him too. But I think Rose will have to change though. BG want to be here, but like I said, I think Rose will have to change. Things will have to change. We have to have guys that can be guys and lead the offense in a scoring perspective and things like that. So, and Jasper Johnson is literally the only one I do not want to see in a Kentucky jersey again. It's really just that simple. Like him and Malachi damn near. Malachi too soft for me. Malachi don't dominate. Malachi not really that good offensively in my opinion. So yeah, Malachi and Jasper, two of our big freshmen. How was the best recruitment freshman class we done ever seen? We don't got neither one. We don't got nobody that we can even talk about our praise from that class. We thought Malachi and Jasper was going to be that because they both was ranked within the top 30. And yeah, it just wasn't what I envisioned with those guys. So shout out to Iowa State, man. The pressure was there damn near all game for them. Once they picked up the pressure, everything changed. You know, we playing without a full point guard, so both of those Owe and Denzel had 8 turnovers combined and 1 assist. Once the pressure picked up, the game changed, and even Milan spoke on that in the pressure in the locker room. So yeah, man, that's all I pretty much got to say about the game. Tough L for Kentucky. Started the game off pretty strong. Let them go on a crazy run again, 21-9, and we were down 31-30 at halftime. Y'all can do the math on that. I think that's 22-8. They closed the half out on a 22-8 run. I mean 9. I'm sorry. Yeah, 22-9 run. Like that's crazy. So shout out to Iowa State. Once they had a momentum going into halftime, Lipsy came out, hit a couple of big threes in the second half, and that was the game. So pretty much all I got to say about it. Ted, you can add some words if you want, bro.
I don't want to hear no pleas from that nigga. We ain't trying to hear that. Bro, it's been a lot of disappointing seasons from Kentucky, bro. You finna move to Arkansas with Cal or what? I heard that's what a lot of people over there doing nowadays.
I'm a Kentucky fan, bro.
All right, yeah. One sweet 16 in 7 years, man. That's kind of disappointing. I don't know, man.
All right, good luck, bro, going forward.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you would have been the first person around if we lost
Hey,
the other
bro,
day.
nah, Dave, hey,
Yeah,
Dave, give him
be the
hell.
first
Go
person.
ahead, bro.
Yeah, he would have been the first person around if we would have lost the other day. But it's cool. It's real quiet around here now, man. Hey, it's a whole lot of disappointment, bro. Y'all was acting like y'all was good after Cal was gone. Y'all still ass, bro. It's more of the same shit. What's the plan, bro? What's next? What's next? Like, well, does it go up from here? It don't seem like it's going up. It seems like it's going down. Like, where do we go from here? I don't know, yeah. It's kind of sad.
Who y'all play next?
You said
We played a team. We played a team that belted their ass, and I bet you the same shit don't happen.
Yeah, y'all play Iowa State.
Yeah,
What you want to do?
bro. What you, nigga? Whatever, nigga. What the
Bet.
fuck? I ain't
Bet.
afraid of, bro. We put
Bet.
whatever
I
on that
bet.
shit,
No,
nigga.
brother, you done already said what I wanted you to say. Bet. I'll text
Hey,
you.
Ooh,
all right.
okay.
What the fuck?
I'm
Like,
not.
come
Yeah.
on.
You is gonna have to stand on this on that shit talk though, Dane, for sure. You
Yeah,
gonna have to
Bro,
stand on
like, come
that.
on,
bro.
bro.
When I ask a nigga what you want to do, if you want to bet, no other words have to be said. I will hit
Bro,
your
like,
phone.
hey, bro, hey, man.
Uh,
Hey, man, that shit, like I said, that's just sad, bro. Like, what direction do y'all go from here? I really want to know what the plan is. Like, what y'all getting rid of?
He
Getting rid
said
of
they gonna hit the
Pope?
portal, bro. They hit the portal hard.
hey,
Man.
you know what's so funny? Before I talk about the game, you know what's so funny, Lo?
What's good, bro?
Ask Dame how many times they beat Pope in 2
In
years.
Rupp,
How many
in
times
Rupp,
y'all be Pope in 2 years?
in Rupp, or just in general? Who
No,
care
in
about
general,
regular season? We
in,
just knocked y'all ass
in
out the
2 years,
tournament last time we played y'all, though.
in 2 years, how many times have you beat Pope?
We beat y'all in the tournament and knocked y'all out the tournament. But
Answer
anything,
my
we
question.
beat y'all. Was it once
How
or
many
twice? Do it matter though? The regular
how,
season or the tournament?
how many
What
times
really
have you beat
matters?
Pope? How many times have you beat Pope in 2 years?
I think it's once. I think it's
Okay,
once, twice.
okay. Thank you. For the
Damn.
game,
Now you
for the
said that
game,
right. You
for the
said
game
that
though.
right. But y'all ain't did shit in the regular. Like y'all ain't won no SEC titles. Y'all ain't did shit in the tournament. So what are we parading regular season wins? I mean, hey, more power to you.
Brother,
God
you at
bless.
brother, you at
God
brother, you're
bless.
brother, you about
God
to
bless.
y'all about to max out at the same spot last year when y'all went to the 8. Your season, bro. Don't worry about it. I hit your phone. Your season is done. I hope
All
your
right,
season
bro.
is done.
All right, bro. Yeah,
Like,
hey, you gonna have to
All right.
live through them niggas because y'all couldn't beat them. You finna have to ride the team that beat y'all ass. That shit embarrassing. Hey, you could go though.
I know y'all not gonna win, bro. I will text your phone, bro. I'm not rapping with you. You already said what I need you to say.
I ain't got nothing else to say. Hey, you could be
All
the
right, cool.
spokesperson now. Yeah, real quiet.
what do you mean?
Nah,
Y'all was having a back and forth. Remember the budging between y'all back and forth? Y'all
Nah, nigga. You ain't say
and
nothing. You ain't say nothing worth of nothing either, man.
and
That shit
and
depressing.
and then
Y'all
and
be
then and then
popping it
you
so
and then
much,
you
bro.
said and then you said y'all were talking all this crazy, so y'all gonna be so good post Coach Cal. I respect last year's team. Last year's team was actually a good basketball team to me. This year is totally different. This year I came into the season with high expectations for the mob, and saying that they can do big things from a championship perspective and things like that. And not even just me. A lot of people spoke on that and that from a reporter and an analyst perspective. But a lot of injuries happened for us. Our starting point guard, our center JQ, they never really hit the court and hit the ground running. Then after that, Cam Williams missed a big portion of the season, and then guys just did not pan out, bro. Malachi and Jasper, guys that just did not pan out, which I would have wanted them to do. So I didn't say this team was crazy good going into the tournament. Like that did not happen. I didn't say the team was crazy good all year after all them things happened that I laid out. So I mean, you just telling lies on me now, bro. I mean, at that point, so I don't know. I was more confident in last year's team than this year's team. As crazy as it sounds, and last year's team was put together pretty quickly, on the fly in comparison to this year's team. So hey, it is what it is, bro. How y'all a true blue blood and can't even make it to the Sweet 16? This is sad, man. Y'all would never cut after Calipari left. Yeah, after John left, we would never get the 5-star freshmen like I'm talking about like a bulk, like 3-4 of them to commit on the same from the same class, 2-3 of them from the same class. Yeah, that's probably true. But at the end of the day, Kentucky is Kentucky, bro. Like, why do you think it's still a topic for Dane? Why do you think we're still one of the most viewed schools this season? Literally up there with Duke. We were the 2 most viewed schools this year, literally, Kentucky and Duke. What is that for? Cal's not there. It wasn't Arkansas. It was Kentucky, and that's for a reason. I got to keep it respectful. Now, was this season bad? 100%. This season was worse than last year. And last year we missed fucking Jackson Robinson. Well, who I'm referring to. Last year we dealt with injuries too. So I want to make that very clear. At the end of the day, so.
Man, bro, like you can do the bro. Pope has more wins than Cal, and Cal last 4 years. Like, well, what are we doing? Like, it's a fact. Cal last 4 years, Pope already has more wins than him. Like, what are we doing, bro? But other than that,
Oh, Tiz, I did hear something. Just real quick. I had a question. I know you said you were saying Cal has no or just not as high expectations since he went to Arkansas. Is that what you were saying earlier? I just wanted to ask just to clear that up.
I say he has expectations, but it's not the same as in if he was at Kentucky. Arkansas.
Champ, from a blue blood perspective, we had the most $1 million $1 million views across all the blue bloods, brother. That's what I was referring to. I'm sorry if I said that incorrect. Kentucky was 16, Duke 15, Kansas 14. So we were still up there regardless. It's another tweet that I can reference as well. I'm just not finding it at the moment. But yeah, my bad, Tiz, if I cut you off.
It's really funny that people like to troll them, but then kind of keep quiet and lay low on North Carolina because they were missing their best player. If Kentucky had Lowe and JQ to start to pretty much play this whole season, they would easily have been better. They probably don't lose that game. They probably are a higher seed. And the fact that they were able to do what they did with a bunch of backups and essentially not a fucking point. They didn't have a point guard yesterday. And you saw how bad they were because of that. If they had a real point guard on their team, it would have made it a completely different game. Plus, their best player, who's going to be probably would have been a lottery. No, not probably. He might still be a lottery pick, and he'd probably be top 10 pick if JQ played the entire season. It would have been completely different. I mean, I'm all for trolling Ev, you know that, but it's kind of weird because like everyone uses injuries for certain teams, but with them, it's like I don't know, bro. If Lowe and JQ are there, it's a completely different team.
Well, I'm glad you're in the mood to defend. How was Hofstra? Yeah, Mr. Hofstra, money line.
Bro, it's a fucking upset. Me, the hell? I don't even know anybody on the fucking team. What are you, an idiot?
No, you the idiot picking them.
Yeah, I picked an upset. Big fucking deal.
Nah, but what was I finna say? Nah,
hold up.
Yeah, I was saying Tez was talking. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on though. To the pretty much to piggyback off the Ed, they started off good. They started off like they did belong on the court, which was a good thing. And they played a good 15 minutes of basketball in the first half. Good 15 minutes. That last little 5-6 minutes. And I think our energy tailed down from the defensive standpoint because our 3 guards that we rely on down there from start to finish all had 3 fouls apiece. So the third foul on Ortega, he came out the game, because you don't want, it's still 5 to 6 minutes left in the game. You don't want them to get 4. You bring Jasper in, and then they immediately go on a 9-0 run to close the half. And after that, bro, we just never recovered. Like, we never, ever recovered. And it was just a total collapse across the board. Like, not even just the players, bro. Like, the coaching staff, too. Like, it is, the players didn't look like they didn't know. We didn't do anything in the second half that we did in the first half. Literally nothing. First couple of buckets that we started the game, I was backdoor cuts, running our shit, backdoor cuts, read and react, layups. I think Denzel hit a tough 3. Got a couple steals, and just hit the ground running. Second half, get there. Nothing that we did was there. nothing. Like it didn't, and it's granted. The I want to give a little credit to them too. But I know the point guard shit did kind of show up. Like our problems that we had throughout the season really showed in that game. And but I want to give a credit to Iowa State too, because I think they were part of why we couldn't get into our shit. Like pressuring the ball. Even when we drive, you send an extra body. Now the player has to make a certain pass that he may not be able to make, and turnovers, like, and that was kind of the spell of the whole second half, bro. Like, you can't. I think we had 22 turnovers as a team. 20. We had 20 turnovers as a team. How many did they have?
They had 7.
Exactly. So you can't. Fuck it. You're not going to win. Like, you're not going to win them type of games, and that was a big thing of their runs, bro. Like, it wasn't. I feel like our half court defense was pretty much there. Like, for the most part, they hit some shots, but you know what I'm saying, you ain't gonna stop teams from hitting shots. Shots gonna go in or they not. But I feel like our half court defense is pretty much there, bro. It's just the turnovers and them getting out on breaks. Then the game start opening up. They start getting and ones and things like that. And we was texting. It was like, bro, we don't have the type of team to try to recover from that. And Pope too, man. Like, Pope got out coached in that second half, like, bad. But it's hard to stay into that type of game, and when the game is going a certain way, and you can't turn around and look at the bench, like, you can't put nobody in. So it's just like, yeah, I do think he got out coached, but if you want somebody else to come in the game, who? Like, you know what I mean? So he let them out there. Like, it was nobody that he could bring into that game that was going to change how the trajectory of the game was going to go. So I do understand from that standpoint. But, I mean, bro, Iowa State, they just pumped us, bro, in the second half. Like, straight pumped us. Like, it looked like we didn't belong. Like, it looked like once Iowa State got settled into the game, they just found the way to flip the game around, bro. And then they started hitting shots that they won hitting in the first half. Couple open ones, and a couple contested ones. But that's what happens when a team get in a groove, get in a rhythm, and we just never ever caught a rhythm in the whole second half, bro. Like, that shit got so bad to the point where it's like, damn, we started the game a certain way, and then we came out the second half and we looked like a whole new different team, like. So, I mean, it was just a total collapse across the board, players, coaching, or whatever. So, yeah. So, I mean, as far as what's next, you gotta see what's the plans of who comes back and who not. They're in a really good spot for Tyron Stokes, so that's a positive to see. But things could change because I don't know if you see my tweet that I just sent you like an hour ago. We are like they're expecting a massive overhaul, even with the players in the staff. So, like, now staff members is leaving, which people like, what the hell, that the ship is selling? No, I don't even look at it like that, bro. I think that's what's needed. Like, you need a massive overhaul of players and coaching staff in general. So I'm not really too mad at that, because I think that's the plan that needs to happen. Specifically what happened this season. So other than that, though, bro, I mean, battled a lot of adversity, overcame some, didn't overcome some. Yeah, and it's on the next year, bro. So gotta go attack the portal, and gotta go get the best guys, bro. Like, you gotta go land these guys. Like, you can't always have these guys at last 2, last 3, get to the finish line, and then you're not landing them. It's time to go land them, bro. Like, this is year 3. Last year was his first year. Like you said, team got put really, really quick, but I think that team fit was so good, and we battled injuries last year. Coming in this year, our team was put together around Lowe and JQ and Ortega and Denzel and Colin and those guys. 2 out of the 3 top guys went down. Things had to change, so that was kind of a tell of our season. But this year, going into next year, it's year 3. You know what I mean? Everybody, for the most part, new coaches get 3 years. It's make it or break it at this point. You can't keep getting injury excuses. You can't keep getting that. Like, it's not here. This is not what it is. So year 3 pressure is on. Next year can either go good or bad. The good is you put a really good team together this summer. And you try to make a run. You got to put Elite 8, Final 14 together. Or if it go bad, you know what I mean, he'll be gone. So next year the pressure is on. It can only go 2 ways that I believe so, especially with a new AD coming in. That's a part that I don't want to glance over. So the new AD may not be feeling that shit either, and you know what I mean, get him up out of there. So it's a massive overhaul coming, but I think it's needed. So I feel like that's what's next.
Yes, sir, brother. Well said. Oh, somebody else about to say something by the way? All right. Shout out to Iowa State, man, and we will see if Jefferson can get on the court in their game against Tennessee on Friday. We will see if he can get on the court. Obviously, dealing with that injury, and we'll see if he's healthy enough to try to at least give it a shot. Probably not, with him being in the boot and on a scooter. But if so, that'd be a great boost for them going against the Tennessee team who's going to make that a tough game. Next, probably my most enjoyed game yesterday was this game right here. What a beauty this was. I mean, what a beauty this was, especially in the second half. Iowa got the win over Florida 73-72, and I did not think that they was going to be able to pull it back off, because if you was watching the game, y'all, it was a back and forth game all game, especially in the first half. So like myself and others probably thought Florida was going to come out and be better than what they were, because they were favored by like, the spread was like 11.5 or something like that, or 8.5, 9.5, whatever it was. All I know it was like -5 something in Florida's favor. Iowa came out. They stick to their game plan. They stick to how they play. And in the second half, started the second half at least, straight up jumped on them. Jumped on Florida, I'm referring to. Jumped on Florida, got up like 51-39, I want to say the score was. And then after that, Florida called a timeout. Everything shifted. Their full court pressure, the offense, the Condon down low, and Thomas, and even Xavier and Lee, and them getting stops, them limiting Sturts, them forcing Sturts to shoot threes, where he was struggling from all game, by the way. He was 0 for 9 from 3 in the game, and Florida took the lead. How does Iowa combat that or come back? They stuck with everything for the most part. They didn't change a thing, and Florida they made a big mistake, and I want to see if I can probably never find it. Florida made a big, I don't know what this, let me search his name. Florida made a big mistake toward the end of the game, in my opinion. And I know I showed y'all a clip of, what was that Penn and, can't remember who Penn was playing that day. Where,
Yale.
Yeah, with the inbound. Oh, Yale. Yeah, with the inbound. So Florida did something which I said Yale should have did. And that's press the inbound or guard the inbound. But while guarding the inbound, they stayed in their full court pressure. 9 seconds to go. Now that's too much time to be in the defense like this, because what happened was in the whole entire second half, when Florida did the full court press, Iowa got up the court within 6 seconds, 7 seconds. It's not like the full court press was forcing turnovers. Their full court press was forcing 0 turnovers. They did that just to slow their game up, which Iowa plays slow anyway. They have like a motion offense. They play slow anyway, and they did get the ball out of Sturt's hands. Eventually, Sturt's got the ball back around like 20 seconds, 21 seconds, whatever the case may be, so they can still get into their set. Now, after that, this play right here, 9 seconds to go, I didn't think it was a good idea, because Iowa said, okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get Sturt's on the move. We're going to have him come off not even a full screen, but Boogie's not going to have the length to be able to put his arm out and deflect that pass right here in the backcourt, and everybody else is being guarded tightly, as you can see, and obviously one was on the ball, which I don't think I would have did that with 9 seconds to go. Just me personally, because not like this is a 3-second scenario or a 4-second scenario. So what they do is,
and here we go.
Sturt's put the ball on the move. Boogie, again, like I said, cannot reach the ball. So now they're going to end up playing, what is that, y'all? What's that? 2 up here, right? So they're going to be playing 3-on-2, basically, if I'm doing that correctly. Am I doing that correctly?
0.9 to play. Sturts with the catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3-on-2. So they're going to be playing 3-on-2. Sturts makes a great pass. This is a great executed play by Iowa. And they
8.9 to play. Sturts with the catch. Sturts bounce pass to the corner. Bulgaris for three.
Florida, by the way, this was such a surprise for me because if you're watching the game, you will see how Iowa had the 51-39 lead, and then you will see how the whole entire momentum shifted. Because one, the game was in Florida, by the way, so it pretty much dominated or packed with Florida fans. It was in Tampa, and they had the whole entire momentum from that point on down the whole entire second half. And for Iowa to just like hit that shot in that moment, it was super duper big for them. And then I don't know what Xavier was thinking.
Florida's got no timeouts. Iowa takes all good when the ball cleared.
Oh my God!
Overall,
Play the Florida kid.
Yeah, I don't know what Xavier was thinking at all. Like literally at all.
What's that?
So it was a great game, bro. I think Florida especially Boogie played good defense on Sturts. Forced Sturts to shoot a lot of threes. His shots wasn't falling. Iowa stuck with everything. They showed that they belonged. At the end of the day, they got a big upset over the national champions, or reigning national champs last year in Florida. And I know they wish they could have this game back because they would have came out better and they would execute the thing a little better. They probably would have got out of that press, especially on that last play. Like I know it helped change the game a little bit. I know it helped slow Iowa's offense down. I know it helped get you back into the game. But that last play right there with 9 seconds to go, you don't want to get that team in a 3-on-2 scenario, which they ended up being in, which pretty much cost them the game. Then after that, they came back down with Lee getting the ball here. Let me see if I can find that play before anybody else speak on the game. I'm not even going to call it a play, but let me see if I can find it. It's like 3 seconds to go. Here it is. Oh, it's 4.5 actually.
Baseline. Condon will inbound it to Lee. Lee across midcourt. Lee speeding toward the basket. Lee leaves it underneath.
Yeah, it looked like it's for Condon. I don't know what this is, to be honest.
Florida can run the baseline. Condon will inbound it to Lee. Lee across midcourt. Lee speeding toward the basket. Lee leaves it underneath.
That. Shout out to Iowa, bro. I enjoyed the hell out of the game. I'm not a fan of full court press at the end of the game for sure. Sly. Florida missed a free throw towards the end. That was huge. Yeah, what's the dude named Brown or something like that? The black dude, like Brown.
I don't think the press was the worst thing. Maybe a full court man press, maybe, because you know what I mean. Like you said, you can get it on a run in certain spots on the court. Maybe like a 2-2-1, some shit like that, just to not get the ball pushed down the court, like keep it in front of you. Mm-hmm. I think that's more so what should have happened, more so than a man. And you know what I mean, you got to stay attached to a man for 94 fucking feet for game. Maybe a 2-2-1 just to keep everything in front and not get a running start might have been the best way to go. I don't really think the press was the issue. I just think they did a bad press defense for the most part.
But that is the issue then, because in the game they didn't do man press. They was doing like a 2-2-1, 1-2-2, something of that sort. Whatever it was. But that play in particular right there, they switched to a man, like you just said. Like that was not the case at all. And that whole little comeback when they went down 12, they wasn't doing the full court man press like that. They didn't have one on the ball on the inbound pass, on inbound passes. And I wish I could show the second half what I'm referring to, but it was nothing like this.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, this right here is clear as day. You can see this is not no zone press. This is not a zone press. Yeah. This is man. And they didn't do that the whole entire time when they came back and took the lead and had full momentum. I don't know why they did it right here. Because, I mean, for what you're saying, yeah, probably was a bad call. Because you were down 2. And the way your zone was set up, they wasn't getting no threes off of it anyway. So they pretty much walked into the front court and got a 3-on-2 scenario. And that cost them. So, like I said, I really wish they could have this game back, especially even this moment in this play call right here with the defensive assignment. So, shout out to Iowa.
Look at that. Look at the crowd. That shit is dominated by Florida, bro.
It's straight blue and orange, bro. Literally.
What game was on at the same time as this one?
I don't know, because I was locked into this one. I think Arizona's playing it this time too. Might have been Arizona and Utah State, and I don't remember what else. It was another game on prior, I think.
Yeah, I feel like I was watching something else at the same time as this.
It might have been y'all game. I think y'all was on during this time period a little bit, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I feel like I was watching because I missed like the majority of this. So like I was like, damn, I just seen Florida got knocked off and I smiled. You know, I hate everybody in the SEC pretty much. But yeah.
Nigga said I smiled. All right, man.
Yeah, bro. Y'all lost. Who else lost? Y'all lost. Vandy lost. Florida lost. Nigga, I was out here tap dancing.
Hey, you got some ways to go, bro. Humble up.
Hey, man. Just one game at a time, man.
All right. Anybody else got any other words on Iowa and Florida game on yesterday? Yesterday.
Surprised and not surprised. Surprised they lost. I thought Florida was playing some really good ball, but not surprised for the standpoint where, I mean, the big, like I say, bro, the bigs only do so much, bro. Some point your guards have to show up, bro. And every game they lost this year, the guards didn't show up. Literally every one of them, every one they lost. So, when your guard play don't show up in the tournament, bro, it kind of, this is kind of a outlier to that because it was kind of a go ahead game winning bucket, but I mean they didn't get back in the game from their guards either. So, and you see how the last play went, but Condon and Thomas kind of wheeled them back into the game, and as you can see, it just wasn't enough from a go ahead bucket. But I mean, yeah, I don't know, bro. That was a tough loss. That was a real tough loss. I didn't think Iowa really had a chance. But when you're not making shots, bro, it's hard. It's hard to win, especially with a team that is. So, and they didn't even get a good game from their best player, but they got a good game and good production from the others. So, as far as Iowa, so I mean, yes, tough loss, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That loss kind of like woke up the day for real. Like I ain't gonna lie, it kind of like sparked the day
For sure.
because I don't think nobody expected it, to be honest.
Not at all. I damn sure didn't. That shit so appalling.
Funny enough, I had Florida losing next round to, or wait, no, did Iowa beat Vandy?
Nebraska beat Vandy.
Nebraska beat Vandy, yeah. So I had Florida losing to Vandy next round, funny enough. Solely based off of not necessarily how they lost to Vandy in the SEC tournament, but something Tez had told me, which was because I didn't watch like a ton of Florida this year. Some Tez had told me, which was if they guards don't show up, that big shit is 50-50. And he was like, if they guards don't show up, it really completely like limits their offense. And so, like, I went in mind with that. Obviously, I chose Vandy to beat them because I was like, well, Vandy just beat them before, yada, yada, yada. But, like, I kind of always had in my mind, especially, like, say somehow we ended up meeting in the Elite Eight, meeting us, Houston, that, like, if we could lock down their guards, that could be a way that we won because I think they would have the big advantage over us in terms of size. But I was like, and we can force their guards into taking bad shots. Out of their guards can guard our guards. I think it actually could be advantage Houston in that scenario, and that's essentially kind of what Iowa did. And just kind of Condon had a hell of a game. There was like definitely moments down that stretch. I think especially when Florida went up, when everybody was kind of like, they can't do shit with Condon. They ain't got nothing for him or Tommy really. And it just ended up being like, okay, they were able to kind of like, meet them with the boards. I think they ended up out rebounding Florida. But meeting them, on the rebounds. And then, like they said, Sturts didn't even show up. He sucked yesterday. But they had other people on their team show up. And that's kind of what happened. Florida's guards didn't show up. I mean, outside of Lee. And then he had some mistakes. I knew he was in foul trouble too. So Florida's guys didn't show up. Pretty much everybody with the exception of their best player on Iowa showed up. They were able to, kind of neutralize Florida's bigs on the glass, and that was game. So yeah, shout out Iowa. I always had a feeling that Florida could be the one that got knocked out early. And just kind of based on like matchups and stuff like that. I felt like that could have happened. But I will say it is pretty ironic that the way that the game ended for Florida versus Vandy, Florida not getting a shot up, it's the same way the game ended with us versus Florida, and E-Man not getting a shot up and losing the game. Wow.
Yeah.
It's funny how the world works, ain't that?
That's
Ain't it?
a funny little twist or wrinkle. You think about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, shout out to Iowa, man. Again, I'm looking forward to that Nebraska matchup. Funny enough, I think it's gonna be a funny game between two really solid teams that pretty much play a certain kind of way. Crazy how Boogie stock has plummeted. Yeah, man, Boogie Fland is what it is. I saw some tweets wondering if he should return back to school or not, like he got like the NBA to go to, but like what he should do for his career. So that is something to monitor when it comes to Boogie. And I used to have a lot of high regards for him. Wait, my bad.
I was gonna say in terms of Iowa, Nebraska, just an FYI because I saw it on the timeline. They played this year. It went into overtime.
I'm not surprised by that.
But Nebraska ended up winning, so don't be surprised by that. They have played this year and it went into overtime.
Okay.
I told y'all last week, man, them boys had the hardest. Them boys that one over there. Nah, I knew the ball wasn't gonna bounce their way. They haven't looked good all year, and they finally got. Shout out to Iowa, man. Shout out to Iowa for taking care of business. Get them bum gators out of there, man.
Yo, Ev, I'm finna go back to work, bruh. So if you go into another game, bruh, let me speak on this real quick.
Go ahead, I'm about to say before you go. Tennessee, brother.
All right, speak on my demons, man. Nah, for real though. It was we came out and got the dub. A lot of people had us losing, to be honest. Some people even had us losing last week, or not last week, last game against Miami, Ohio. But we proven the doubters wrong one game at a time. Not necessarily how I thought we were going to get the win, but I knew we were going to win at the end of the day. I just didn't know how we were. We're the best offensive rebounding team in the country. We dominated them on the offensive board, getting chance after misses and things like that. That was really big. I think at some point in the second half, we had 42% of our rebounds be offensive or some shit like that. We did really good when it came to that. Nate started off slow to start off the game in the second half, though. Early, he had 10 of our points in the beginning of the second half in the first 5 minutes. So we needed that extra lift from him. Jacoby had some big shots for us, man. I love Jacoby a lot. Tennessee native, transfer from Maryland. And he actually he played for Belmont, I'm pretty sure, in Nashville as well. So he's been in Tennessee pretty much his whole career. But I really loved him. Boswell was the X factor for us. He had a career high on threes. I think he hit 4 threes that game, which were all key. Man, what's his name? DeRitter from Virginia, man. That boy could shoot. I was like, damn, we not finna win this bitch if he keep getting wide open threes. And then we somehow throughout the whole game kept them at an arm's length. It was 5-point game the whole game. So it was all right, they'll tie it up. Okay, we'll get a little distance. All right, they'll tie it up again. So I was nervous that whole second half because we were always winning, but it never seemed like we were able to have a knockout punch. We had the way we played and we dominated was on the inside. We didn't really need a whole bunch of 3-point shots. They lived behind the 3-point line. They were taking a whole bunch of threes. And that's why whenever we were going down and get a 2, and then they would come back and and they'll come back and shoot a 3, it was damn, we can't really put these niggas away. So I'm just happy how we were able to play. Shout out Boswell. Akpara played really good. We had JP Estrella, who was in foul trouble the majority of the game, but he had a big bucket towards the end of the game. But really just proud of my guys, man. We played solid defense. A little funny thing, I don't know if y'all saw Ball Buddy Airball, but if you typed in Ball nigga on Twitter, it was low-key trending. It was a whole bunch of niggas talking shit about him. Even though he started off the game pretty good, I guess they don't give a fuck about how you start. It's about how you finished. Starting off the game, he had like 8 of Virginia's like early points. I was like, damn, they turn on you quick. But a lot of people will say that last call, um, the last call that went out of bounds that they say didn't go off the person with Virginia could have changed the game, and it necessarily could have. But it wasn't enough evidence to overturn the ruling on the floor. So yeah, that went our way. But yeah, I'm just happy we came out with that dub, man. Great game, man. That was a good team that we beat, in my opinion. But yeah, bro, just on to the next.
Well said, my brother, and big congrats on the victory. Yeah, man, that was a really damn good game. I thought Virginia was gonna be a pretty good shot, but y'all came out on one. Came out aggressive, played good defense, rebounded the ball well, which you spoke to. And Nate, Jacoby, and Boswell and Moore showed up at the right time. So, yeah, man, appreciate you coming through and talk about your Tennessee guys. Y'all got a tough opponent at Iowa State coming up this week, and we'll see how that game goes.
Appreciate you, bro. I knew you was lurking. If we would have lost, bro, you would have been the first person I heard from.
Yeah, you kept at me, bro. Like, what the hell is this nigga problem, bro? Like, damn, nigga. uh, Next, y'all, we had Arizona beat Utah State. I wasn't all the way keyed in this game until Utah State kept making a run towards the end of the game. So, bro, I got to turn it on real quick. But Bradley had a big and one bucket, a tough layup that pretty much put the game away for the most part. Like I said, I wasn't all the way keyed in, so I'm not going to act like I was. But you can see Braden had 16 points, 9 boards, 11 and 14, and 14 and 10 for both of their bigs down low. And they were in control majority throughout this whole entire game. But like I said, Utah State cut to like 6-5 or something like that. That made me like, okay, I got to put it on as I was watching another game. I think I was watching Celtics in Minnesota or whatever college game I was watching at the time as well. So, shout out to Arizona, man. They finished out. They won a 12-point game. They had a 12-point victory. I think the spread was like 11 or 11 and a half anyway. So they pretty much covered that. For anybody that probably bet on it, and I don't really have any extra words from a Utah State perspective, personally. Oh wait, so we're gonna hold on. Hit the next game in a second, yeah.
And it was cool game. Utah State fought. They was fighting for sure. Arizona, second half they went up. They went up big. Utah State cut the lead. But they could never get. They was always hovering around that 4 or 5 line. So it was. They always kept it within 2 possessions of the game. So going down the stretch, and it's gonna be hard to win when you're down 2 possessions down there the whole second half. So, but they fought though, bro. They fought to the end, and ultimately Arizona just pulled it out late down the stretch with a couple buckets, and I think Braden hit a 3 to kind of seal the game. So, yeah, so cool game, bro.
All right, shout out to Arizona. Like I said, like I praise Michigan. People view Michigan as a team that can ultimately win it all. People think the same thing about Arizona, so we'll see what Arizona will do going forward. Next, we had this Miami versus Purdue. Like I said, I'm gaining a lot of respect for Purdue and UConn through these first 2 games so far. I'm not saying anything crazy about the 2, but I like how they're playing basketball. Ted spoke on earlier how Purdue was just a smarter basketball team than whoever he was comparing them to at the time. But the thing about Purdue is their 4 best players are so damn good to me, and they specialize in different things, and even in similar ways, especially the guys in the front court. Like Trey and Oscar, they operate right down there, and you can see Trey I said Trey was one of the biggest reasons why they won Game 1. You look at this game right here. Trey had 19 points and 9 boards. He has a really good push shot. He finishes over either shoulder. I'm not saying with either hand, but he finishes over either shoulder. Oscar had 8 points and 7 boards. He's pretty much consistent in what he does as well. And then Fletcher and Braden. Those are their 4 best players for Purdue. And they play like it for the most part throughout the games. Like, you didn't have a Braden good game here. You did not have a good game at all. 3 for 12 from the field, over 4 from 3. 8 assists, 8 turnovers. But Fletcher was big in the second half and also was big throughout the game. He had 24 points, perfect from the 3-point line, 6 or 7 from the field. And they started to separate themselves in this game about, I'm not going to remember the exact minute, but it was like 6-7 minutes to go or something like that, where you can see things started to trend downwards for Miami. And they just didn't have enough offense to match the output that Purdue was doing from a quality look perspective, because even CJ Cox had 11. So, man, I respect Purdue. They're going to be a tough team to beat, bro, because they play the same way every night. They're led by Braden, and he's always setting things up and he's always trying to make things happen for their team. So shout out to Purdue. I enjoyed this game right here as well. And Miami ultimately did not have enough. Shout out to Trey Donaldson. Even playing in Miami, having 13. Shout out to showing the freshman at 18-8. And then Malik also with 16 points. So Purdue advances to the Sweet 16. And they're going to be a tough team to beat, bro. Who do they got? Who do they got next again? Texas. Yeah, we spoke on that earlier. That's pretty much all I got to say about the Purdue and Miami game. They separated themselves in the second half and looked like the better team, which I thought they were. I felt like they were coming into that game. So that's pretty much that for me. UCLA and UConn. Brett, it's really the same thing. Both of these games damn near went the same way. Like first half, Miami is sitting with Purdue. Miami even had the lead going into halftime. UCLA was sitting with UConn playing really damn good. But one guy, if you watch the game, one guy stole the whole entire show, and the other one came to the party a little late. Alex Caravan scored like 11 straight in the second half, knocking down threes, finishing around the rim, and different things like that to get UConn momentum in their run going. And then their freshman Braylon Mullins, also then at that point stepped up and hit some big shots. He had 17 points. Again, majority of this came into the second half for Caravan and him. Literally, majority of it came in the second half. And then Jaden Ross, though, had 11 points. And majority of that came in the second half when he had a big and 1-3. And came in the first half, I'm sorry, when he had a big and 1-3 and more. So that was the game for them. Solo Ball struggled. He got benched pretty early in this game, or mainly in the second half, when he missed like 3 straight threes on some crazy shit. Terrence Reed was solid down low again. He had 10 points, 13 boards, 4 stocks. And man, if you watch the game, it was a good game to enjoy. Seeing a good team like UConn be able to separate themselves in that second half. And what makes UConn so tough to guard, because when they're running one play, it's another play in itself in the same damn action, if that makes sense. Like, and UConn he been coaching like this for them like for years. Like even them going back to back, being back to back champions. Like there's always another set inside of one set. Like it's always 2 plays being ran at once. Where you can have a screen or a pin down on the right side of the court, but then you'll have a dribble handoff going on the left side of the court, and then another action coming. So where they always have multiple outlooks or multiple options on one said play or 2. So that's why I enjoyed it most about watching UConn. And last night was a damn near perfectly coached game for them, especially in that second half where they was able to separate themselves. And yeah, man, UConn and Purdue, 2 teams that I'm like, okay, we're gonna see what they do. So I enjoyed the game. UCLA was a good run. Also did not have enough. Dent struggled. When Dent struggles, the guard play matters. Even Trent Perry going 2 for 8, Dent going 2 for 9. Scott Clark felt like he'd been in college forever. He only had 11 with 5 for 8 from the field. And they shot bad from the field, shot bad from 3, and also shot 40 from the free throw line. And it's really just hard to win games like that. This is the one game thing. And if you're not playing well on that said game, you can be upset. Not saying this was an upset, but you can be upset, or you can go home pretty early, or the game can separate in the second half, or you can have you can be down at a halftime, the way Texas Tech was last night. so one game thing, and pretty much that's what happened. So shout out to UConn. Pretty much all I got to say about that game. And then what else we had here? Tennessee, Virginia spoke on St. John's. Okay. St. John's in Kansas, Texas Tech and Alabama. St. John's in Kansas. This is the team that I have beating Duke. It's not nothing with Duke. And this wasn't even a performance where I should be like heavily praising that. But I also think they went against a good team in Kansas, in my opinion. And Kansas, well, first, before I even speak to Kansas first, St. John's had the momentum and also the game for the majority of the first half. And even up until like the 10-minute mark, 9-minute mark in the second half. Then everything changed. Like literally, everything changed where you will see Darren, Melvin, even Flory down low. They sparked the big run for Kansas. After they sparked that big run for Kansas, the game got tied up. And when the game got tied up, Darren Peterson made a big mistake. I'm going to just say Darren made a big mistake because, in my opinion, he made that big mistake. Where, he pretty much gave, I forgot the dude's name, white boy name, a clear lane, which it wasn't his assignment, it wasn't his man, but situational awareness, which he had the whole entire game yesterday. If y'all watched Darren yesterday, it wasn't the shot making was really, the shot making was decent. Although he was 5 for 15 from the field, the shots he did end up making, specifically the threes, it was good. You see, like, oh damn, I see why people praise his shot making from all over the court. and also his ability to get to the free throw line. That was there. But for me, like, it was the defensive side of the ball. I was texting Shaggy and OG throughout the game. They hate watching. I was texting him throughout the game, like, and he got 4 blocks, by the way, because it was his awareness on that side to affect the game in that aspect. I think that stood out to me, and also probably stood out to a couple of scouts that probably most likely was watching the game. But that one play right there, and I'm gonna see if I can just find it real quick. That one play right there. Let me search the dude name. Who was it that hit the layup? It wasn't. Who was the dude name that hit the layup? It might have been Dylan Darling. I can't remember the dude name that hit the layup. Yeah, I think it was Dylan Darling. But let me just search Darren Peterson name. Pretty sure there's tweets about it. Where is it? Alright, perfect. I don't like this angle though. I wanted the other angle. But Darren Peterson is here. That's just bad. I mean, that's just. I can't even fully blame him for this because I think he initially thought that this guy was going to set a screen for this guy, so he's anticipating a screen look like it's coming for the most part. He got to be aware of the clock and also aware of what's going on right here on the court though. So he moves, realizes there's no screen, so he's still trying to chase his man. At that point, you got to be aware of the time though, and then switch your stance to, okay, let me at least try to reach here. I'm not saying fully leave your assignment because at the end of the day a pass can still happen, but let me try to reach here, try to protect the rim the best of my ability. And I think he filled in that aspect because him and Melvin.
How much time was right there?
2 seconds at that point. Him and Melvin ended up picking up the same person anyway, where a person was wide open in the corner, as you can see right here. So, yeah, man, that's just a defensive class by Kansas. Right
like
there,
you said, it's him and Melvin though. Like, cause go back, one thing, like both of them, not even just Darren, both of them. What's wrong with Melvin? Back is turned. You're not even watching the ball.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
like
see the man, see the ball. That's day one practice. That's to tell you day one.
And then DP, what is he watching? Back, no, none of them know what's going on, like at all. Like neither one. You can't tell neither one, especially Melvin. Like what is he doing?
Full back
like
turn is crazy.
Full like you don't see shit. What do you see? You can't see nothing. Like. And then DP just chasing, like you said, bro. It's ain't 10. It's 2 seconds, brother. Like y'all don't even know what's going on. Like you can't even see what's going on. You don't. The nigga just drove right past you. You don't even know. You can't even see. So yeah, man, that's both of them. Like that's horrible, bro. Like
what Ejiofor at on that play?
Right here on left wing.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, he would have stayed there.
Man, that's
nigga was 0 for 4. I would have left that little shit.
Yeah, that's four niggas. Well, 3. I would say 3 because Trey was
on their back turn to the ball. Yeah, nasty work.
Two niggas back turn to the ball. Flory, your man is 35 feet from the basket.
Him too. Like,
AL, that's how they get away with this shit, man. Fuck St. John's, man. That's how they get away with it.
That's bad for all.
Come on, man. That's horrible, man. Like you're guarding a center. 2 seconds left in the game. 35 feet from the basket. Melvin, your back is turned. You don't even know what the fuck is going on. DP, you just out there chasing a nigga around the court.
And this shake him to the right. Why did you shake him to your right? That ain't where your hip was.
This nigga have a straight line drive, bro. Like this is all time horrible game. Like this is insane. Like
he finished that with his left hand.
No, right hand.
The right hand, bro.
Finished that with his right hand.
He gave him a straight line drive with his right hand. Is he a left hand? Oh, that's probably why they gave him his right.
No, he's left-handed.
He's a left-handed.
That's what I'm like, bro. At the end of the day, that's a tough ass layup because if you can see the other angle, he went up with 2, switched with 1, right out the glass. But I mean, the defensive principle right there is just like,
yeah, that don't make no sense. At that point, sell out for the man that got the ball at least.
And then
walked off.
Like said, look,
you said they simultaneously walked off.
Go back, real quick. Go back. This is all time horrible. Pause it. Pause it when he gets to the free throw line.
Back up a little bit.
Nigga, look at Melvin and DP, bro.
Nigga, why are you guarding
You ain't turned
him?
around yet. Is that like at this point you just gotta see the line drivers
Nigga,
happening. You
your
just gotta
face guarding
go
Ejiofor
do
in the
something about
corner,
it.
bro. Your face guarding him.
Brother, they both chase the same nigga.
Oh my
Like
god.
this is bad, bro.
This is
Like
horrible, bro.
you don't
This is
step over,
horrible.
slide over.
Like, come
Look at
on,
the
bro.
help.
This is, bro. Come on,
He
If
ain't
he
helping
makes
$2 seconds,
that
bro.
pass to the corner, at least that's like a like this is still caught on the day, but that shot ain't guaranteed, bro.
The
And
nigga at
that
the free
corner
throw
three
line
ain't
that's chasing, he
guaranteed.
ain't even make an effort to go over there and pin that shit either. He right there equal with them at the free throw line. There's no
Yeah,
reason why
and
he shouldn't have got that play.
nigga, like, man, at this point, it's you still may lose the game, but Flory, I take a gold 10, nigga.
Oh God. At
Like
least you tried.
you gotta go get that, bro. You got to go get that. Like,
Hang on the rim, do something.
Yeah.
this is horrible, bro. This is they deserve to lose. I don't
That's
give.
bad
They
on a
deserve
lot
to
of
lose.
niggas. I ain't gonna lie.
They
That's
fought
bad.
back, but they shouldn't have been in that spot to begin with, though.
They definitely fought back crazy.
They fought back crazy. I ain't think they was gonna. I thought they was at least gonna
Bro, I
lose by
saw a
7 or
wild
8.
stat. Like throughout the majority of this game, nobody hit a three for Kansas outside of Darren Peterson through their 2 tournament games. Like that was crazy.
Really?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
he
crazy.
was like 7 of 17,
Yeah,
something like
Shit.
that, the first 2 games.
like it was a crazy struggle for
Oh, that ain't a
them.
bad percentage either.
And
Crazy.
even Darren didn't even shoot that good or shoot good at all in this game, really. For the most part, like I said, majority of his work came from the 3-point line and getting to the free throw line, and also just him having 4 blocks. But you see how bad their offense was throughout the game. When I think the best thing about them, not even the best thing, one of the bright spots for them is when Trey White is on. It helps them out more because he's one of their guys that's like he's viewed as a sniper for them, or he's a shooter for Kansas. Bryson Tiller and
Yeah.
other freshmen in the front court, Flory. When he has games like this
That's
right
light
here,
skin, brain it? Yeah, it
yeah, light
is.
skin bro, it's Trey.
Straight white it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bryson having 0 as well. That does nothing for the offense, y'all. That puts all the work and
Yeah.
load on Darren Peterson because I'm not a fan of Melvin shooting the ball a lot. I don't like to see Melvin Council shoot the ball a lot. Just me personally, because he doesn't like it never really looks good, for the most part. And do I like him in the pick and roll aspect when it comes to him trying to get Flory lobs or finishes around the rim or even him getting to the basket? For sure. But jump shot Melvin, I'm not a fan of it. So I think Kansas they were better when Trey was better in that particular game or that said game because you don't want to put a lot of offensive load on Darren Peterson to score from the outside because they weren't a great 3-point shooting team outside of those 2 guys knocking down shots because they start 2 guys in the front court that can't really shoot the ball in Flory and Bryson.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, they came back and bit them in the behind, man. It was 5 for 14 from 3. St. John's 11 for 35. And
Else,
Bryce Hopkins
them shooting splits is terrible.
and Bryce Hopkins hit a big 3 down the stretch of this game right here to help avoid Kansas fully swinging momentum in this game. Right off a Zuby post up, Bryce hit a left wing 3. I want to say. So shout out to Bryce Hopkins, man. Shout out to Ian Jackson. He hit a big 3 in
He was
second
6
half
and 9,
as well.
wasn't he? Yep.
Yeah, 6
6
9
of their
for 3. Yep.
threes.
Shout out to Zuby as
One
well.
thing, one thing I will say though that people have been saying all year. I want at the next level, DP got to get more into that touching the paint more, bro. Like when he touched the paint, he's good. Like he can make plays. He has a floater. He has a mid-range jumper. Or if the lane is there, he can go in and get a layup or potentially get fouled. I feel like this year, just his overall season, because the season over now, so we can talk. Like it's just too 3-point reliant. And it's too much when it's not falling. It's still on the 3-point line, trying to get it to fall. But every time he drives, he gets around the screen. Every time he drives and touch the paint, he made things happen. And I would have liked for him to do that a little bit more. Now I know St. John's pressured the ball really, really well, to try to not make you get to the paint because they really only have one big man in it the whole game. And that's with Big 24. But they POA guarding is so good to where they limit you getting to that spot. But I think he's good enough to get there, bro. And I think the whole year it wasn't enough for that. Like it wasn't enough. And when he did, plays were made. Like even if it's not scoring, just touching the paint and creating advantages. You got a lob, you got a skip pass, you got a corner pass, you got a behind the back pass, and he just I'm not. He did it, but he didn't do it enough. I felt it was too much pushing the three, and I feel like at the next level that will be talked about a little bit more because I do think he has an intermediate game, but he didn't get to it enough for me to really create advantages for the team itself, not even for himself. Like when you touch the paint, you're creating advantage for yourself and the team because you're that good. So now eyes is on you when you're driving, and that just creates so much things on the offensive end. And my fault. Yeah, so to where it's just it opens up his game, and so I don't think he did that enough to me. Now you can granted that to he was dealing with things coming into the year and throughout the year, so you can kind of skew it in that way. But when he get to the next level, I think to me, my fault. To me, I think that's gonna be his calling card. To be honest, I don't think it's gonna be too much 3-point reliant to me because the shot got to be automatic if that's where you're gonna live at, and I don't know if it's automatic. I think he's a really good shooter, coming off screens, being able to shoot, coming off even pin downs, get into that 15, 17 feet range and pulling from there, or getting around the screen 17 feet. You know what I mean? Big come up, being able to get around, get to the layup, get to the free throw, get to the line, get a push shot, things in that nature. So I think to me, just watching him far as this year, I'm not saying he's not a good shooter. He's a hell of a shooter. But I think his calling card in the league is going to be make sure he get 2 feet in the paint and create an advantage for him and himself. I think I think that's what he should rely on in the league because I think he's that gifted as far as athleticism. I think he can handle the ball really well for his size. I don't think he's a point guard. I've been saying it all year. I don't think he would be a point guard in the NBA, but I think a really good fucking 2-guard and just opening up. And I think that'll open up his game, bro. Like I said, it was just two 3-point trying to push it, trying to see if it's gonna fall. And it didn't. Some games it didn't work out, and I think that's a big testament too to his percentages and his 5 for 15s and what I mean the bad shooting games in that nature. So I think he'd be all right though. But somebody I do think his game may need a shift to it, to be honest. But that's just me though. For me watching him and evaluating him throughout the whole year, not just this tournament from start to finish.
All right, appreciate that, bro. What's good having sent? Also agree. Yeah, yesterday. But I did speak to him getting to the line. So I think that's where he tried. But outside of that, it was just a lot of jump shot or threes. To what Ted is saying. Like I would like to see more pull up middies and things like that. He did come out and say today that he was never really healthy or really all the way there this whole entire time this season until the end of the year. So when I saw him play like the 7, 6, 8 games in a row, whatever it's been, with full minutes on full display, which I always want to tell y'all. It's funny enough that y'all argued me down that day, and not saying y'all. I don't know. I can't say names. I don't remember who, but y'all argued me. People argued me. People argued me down that day about the in and outs and the things like that. And I'm speaking to like how it's mainly to injuries and things that he's going through as far as that. And I said, but after Bill Self comments, we're not going to see a game like that anymore where he's subbing himself out, which he said he did it for because he experienced or felt the cramps coming. But what's up with people doing that, man? Like that's like one of my pet peeves, gang. He's seen the cramps coming, and hold on. All right. He's seen the cramps coming, and he said he knew he wouldn't be able to play defense. So why even jeopardize himself and or his team in that aspect? So yeah, he subbed himself out in that viral clip, which he spoke to. But what I was about to say, I think I lost my train of thoughts. My bad.
You were talking about how we got into an argument that day about it. Remember? Like we were going back and forth about like.
That is one of your pet peeves.
No, that wasn't one of my pet peeves.
Oh, and that wasn't a pet peeve.
Yeah, that was something on my phone. But Yeah, man. After that moment with Bill Self publicly comment and things like that, he played every single game and with a full go in every single game, which I said would happen. And then Shaggy, to respond to you, I didn't see the number one pick hype you be doing. Yeah, my number one pick been AJ for about 2 weeks now, and I said the safest pick out of the three was Cameron Boozer. But I do not think Cameron Boozer would get drafted over. And I said this 2 weeks ago. I don't think he'll get drafted over AJ or Darren though. I just think he had the most. From a consistency standpoint, I think that was Cameron. Now AJ, statistically, from a points perspective, had the better season out of the three. Although Darren averaged 20 as well, Cameron did 22 and 10. I want to say, and AJ did 25. I think AJ is going to go number one in the draft. I think Darren will be two, and I think Cameron will be three. So,
do you think that like Tez, that DP is not a point guard?
100%. But
yeah,
see,
right.
I came into the year saying point guard because in high school he operated as such, and he was so damn quicker and faster with the ball in his hands. I think at this level, the game slowed down a little bit for him, and obviously he was dealing with from the lower leg perspective. But I think at the next level, we're gonna see him move way quicker. Like in October and November and stuff like that, we're gonna see him move way quicker, and I think it's best for him to be off the ball. In my opinion, like I think Indiana would be a perfect spot for him playing with Halliburton in the backcourt. And I think my comparison with Rip Hamilton was like spot on because you heard Ted speak on the pin downs and him being able to move around the court and things like that, but. He can stretch the floor better than Rip Hamilton. Obviously, he's more athletic than him as well. I'm just speaking on the coming off the pin downs and the screens and things like that. And also, Darren can make the decision with the ball in his hands as well. So, I mean, I want him to operate at my two guard first because I think he can walk into the NBA and be the level of scorer that Khan is right now as a rookie. Because Khan is what, 18 points per game, 17 points per game, 18, 19, something like that. Obviously, the situation in the team that you get drafted to matters, but I don't think he's that gifted of a scorer, in my opinion.
Jeez, that's high praise.
Nah, he's that. Yeah, if Khan can do it, I think Darren can do it as well.
Now, but Khan's got a special gift in shooting that three ball, so it's a lot easier for him.
That's why I spoke on Darren having a gift when it comes to a scoring perspective. But we have not seen a guard come in NBA with this level of score that he is in a little minute. Like I'm just being honest. Like now, probably didn't show on a game-to-game basis or every single night, but the level of shot maker that he is from a guard perspective. We have not seen that at that size, by the way. I'm going to make that very clear. At his size in a little minute, to be honest. Better sport,
I agree with you. I like the kid. I told you the argument was I'd just take A-Cuff. But if that's crazy to you, it's crazy to you.
Hey, I'm not commenting on that. Like, but any recent score that you can think of that came in as a guard at 6'5", 6'6", whatever, Darren probably was a better scorer than them in college. And shot the ball better. Cade, Anthony Edwards, whoever you can think of in the last probably 10 years, 8 to 10 years.
Booker wasn't as big as a prospect, and he wasn't as good in college.
Yeah, he's 100% better than Booker. Like, but just so it's not a knock to Booker. Just Booker was come off the bench, and Booker wasn't like the school that he was at and out the road that he was in. I'm delusional by saying he's gonna be number 2 pick in the draft. That's not delusion.
I don't think you're crazy by the way process.
Hey, then you said he said I did this with Scoot. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I don't think Darren is going to go number 1 in the draft.
Scoot was never a scorer anyway.
Yeah, I think AJ is going to go number 1. And now there's a possibility that Darren can still go 1, but right now AJ is 1 for me. I said weeks ago Boozer would probably be the number 1 pick overall, but right now, I mean, not that I say that. Boozer had the most consistent season out of them all. Boozer didn't have too many bad games, bro. Boozer played in 36 games this year. He had like 3 or 4 bad games, literally.
That's what I was saying to people. People act like Boo's not consistent. I'm like, go look at the numbers. Boo's is consistent.
He was the most consistent out of the 3, 100%, like easily 100%. AJ probably had the best offensive season out of the 3, though, 100%. Like AJ rose or peaked higher than any of them offensively. 40-point games, 30-point games consistently. Everything that he was doing inside of the Big 12. So AJ my number 1 pick right now with that size, and the athleticism and all the tools and the skills that he have offensively. And then Darren, I think, will be following right behind him at pick 2. Shaggy just said, no, it's not a possibility. Be lucky if he's top 3. Yeah, once money's not trying to come behind that, I'm not really trying to continue the conversation. So if you're willing to bet on that, just let me know.
He passing Boozer, right?
What Shaggy say, bro?
I'll be lucky if Darren is a top 3 pick. So if he's not trying to bet on that, but yeah, that's my little response.
But it's weird though how it's almost like it's laughable to say shit like that about him. I mean, you talk about consistency. We haven't seen consistency. I know. I understand I understand from a eye test, just like Sometimes he gives you some wild moments. I see the quick release. I see him being able to get a shot off. I see him being able to do all that shit. But when you talk about consistency and all that, you act like it's just laughable for somebody to question that. And I don't think it's laughable.
How did I act like that? All I
Because
said
every
was
time somebody says something, it's almost like you're like, I'm not even entertaining that. I'm not even like, why
because I
not?
said
Like
he
it's a
would because I
conversation.
said he would not. It's not a combo. It's a combo to y'all. It's not a combo nowhere else. What are you talking about?
Okay, all right,
It's not a it's
No,
not
it's
a
a
combo.
all right,
combo.
all right, all right.
Guys, there's only
It's a
one guy. There's
combo.
one name. Guys, there's one name that is getting prop that can people feel like can insert himself within the top three guys, and that's Darius A. Cup. Outside of that, there's no other conversation in regards to anybody saying that
That's
Darren Peterson will not be.
conversation.
With Darren Peterson will be, yeah, but nobody realistically think that will happen though, OG, because the people are even now in the back of their mind having a hard time saying, okay, we're going to take this
I
six
ain't
two.
gonna lie,
We're going to take. Let me finish real quick, bro. We're going to take this 6'2", 6'1" guard, whatever, over this 6'9", 6'10" wing in Caleb Wilson. People was even having a hard time. You just heard Tez last week have a hard time with that. So if people having a hard time with that, people are going to have a hard time with then taking A Cup in the top three, because if you take A Cup in the top three, that means Caleb and Darren will fall outside of the top three, and one will be picked 4 and or 5. And guys, realistically, that's just not going to happen. Now, if somebody wants to bet on that, I will gladly bet. OG, if you are part of that bunch, I will gladly bet. But deep down, you even believe he's going to go top three. So what are we like? What can I
I
even say?
don't. But I was no because I'm gonna tell you I'm different though. I
Okay,
don't believe in.
but
I
do you think
don't.
he's going to go top three?
Hype only goes so far with me. I want to see what you've done. And I
Okay,
know y'all talking about this A-Cuff kid and saying this and that, and he just can't do it. And I know because we talking about a size difference of about what, an inch or
can you
two,
answer my
2 inches.
question when
What
you
are we
ask,
talking?
when you talking? Can you answer my question too, though? But I'm listening to
Yeah,
you
I'll
though.
get back to it. But we
Okay.
talking about a size question. I mean, if we talking about 6'5", what versus 6'3"? Yeah.
If you were
What's
cooked
your
for a little
question?
bit.
What's your question?
Do you think he's going to go top three in the draft?
I think there's a very good chance. I wouldn't be crazy. To me, a nigga wouldn't be crazy to pick an A-Cuff 3 instead of him.
Okay, that's totally fine. Do you think he's going to go top three?
I'm not betting on that if that's the
Okay, I'm
question.
just
I'm not
asking. Do
doing
you
that.
think
I'm
he's
not
going to
that
go? Do
close
you
to it.
think he's going to go top three?
I don't know, but I would not be surprised
So
if
you're
A-Cuff did, if A-Cuff
willing
went
to take
before
A
him.
Cup over Caleb Wilson and Darren Peterson, correct?
We talking about Darren Peterson right now.
You just said top three. So if he's going over Darren, he's going over Caleb, brother. So you're willing to take him over Caleb and Darren Peterson, correct?
Okay, well, see, and that's where I'm gonna be honest because I don't like talking about shit I don't know, and I ain't really seen a whole lot of Caleb.
Caleb.
So I'm talking about your boy DP right
Nigga's
now.
a monster.
Let's assume Caleb is not in the question. Is not in the picture. If Caleb is not in the picture, then yeah, it would not be crazy for me to say a nigga taking him, Darren Peterson. I'm sorry, A Cup over Darren Peterson. That's just me though.
And
That's just me though. I mean, y'all can sit around keep on talking about.
all I'm saying is you can feel that way. Process can feel that way, and even Shaq can say it would be lucky for him to even go top three. I would just have a hard time believing that, man. And as much as I like the kid A Cup, as much as I would want A Cup to go 1, 2, and or 3, which I really don't really care where A Cup falls, it's gonna be special regardless to me. I just don't think a NBA GM, owner, scout, whatever the case may be, can you move up DP from 100%? Can you even entertain him being at 3? 100%. Will he go behind the top 3? No, that's just not true. It just won't happen. I already fine with saying no, he's not for sure. He's not going 1. I'm totally fine with that. But will he go? Is he stamped to go top 3? All of them are stamped to go in the top 3. That's Boozer to me. That's DP to me, and that's AJ to me. They all want to go top 3 regardless.
Basically what I'm hearing is I came in with a perception and I've seen certain things, but regardless of what I've seen, my perception ain't changing. That's what I'm hearing from you. Like I don't give a damn what. So to
What are
you,
you
it don't
talking
matter
about? How
what
did
could
you
have
just
happened
guess
this
that?
year.
OG, can I respond
It
back to
don't
you?
matter what would have happened this year. Your stance wouldn't have changed. That's how you came in. You very high on the kid, even though you've seen certain shit just like we have. But it's still like, yeah, I'm not going. I'm not moving. So nothing would have been able to move you, regardless.
Ev ain't
Nothing would have
speaking
been
from
able.
a him standpoint though, OG.
Yeah.
He's speaking from like a GM standpoint, what the GMs and what the league gonna think. Like that's all he's speaking from.
And
Okay.
he
Well,
knows
I think
that
he
though.
half and half.
But that's what
I
I'm
think
trying to
half
tell
of
you
that
though,
is what his perception is.
What I'm trying to explain to you is one, it's not even a Darren Peterson thing. The same way I'm high on DP, the same way I'm high on AJ. It's not I'm leaning Darren over AJ or I'm showing more favoritism with Darren than AJ. I'm high on, but all 3 of those guys that's in the top 3 right now, or particularly being in the top 3, bro, I had big respect for all of them in high school, coming into college. Literally all of them. How Boozer dominated, how AJ been so damn good going down to Utah prep, and obviously not BYU. How Darren Peterson was so damn good, even in their matchup, but they both had 40 plus against each other. I'm high on all 3 of those players. But all I'm saying, or was high on all 3 of them players, all I'm saying is if one of them had a season where it was a drop off, or didn't live up to certain expectations, which you can probably say about DP, whatever the case may be, or it just wasn't that good, I would hear you. None of them had a season like that. They all gave us 20 plus. Was all of it highlighted like others? No. Was during games highlighted like AJ's games? No. Was Darren as consistent or as good as AJ offensively? Probably not. Was Darren as good or considered as Boozer? No. Did Darren have a good freshman season? Yes. All of that can be true. Did Darren look like a number one pick majority of this season? No. I don't have no problem with saying that. Would Darren be a top 3 pick in the draft? Yes. Because scouts are going to look at what he can do for their said team in the NBA with NBA level spacing. That's what they're going to look at. The shot making ability that you said, the quick release, and the thing like that you pointed to. They're going to look at all of these things. They're going to look at him being more healthy in the workout, the pre-draft workouts and stuff like that. They're going to look at that version of him on top of his season at Kansas. But they're going to look at him up close and personal when he coming to the gym and he working out with them on a one-on-one scenario or against other prospects or whatever the case may be. That's what they're looking at. You're looking at
the. Do they also look at the stuff that's not on the court, like being able to
probably, but depending on the team that you're depending on, they probably don't care about that shit, man. To be honest with you, they probably don't. They probably don't value it as high as you do. They should. I feel like
I can't speak. I can't. What off-court stuff you talking about? What off-court
stuff?
It
just depends on who the talent evaluator is, bro. Every talent evaluator isn't good.
What off-court stuff?
And that's what I'm saying, OG. Right? Look, I 1,000,000,000% know where you're coming from, but dog, you'll be a fool to not pick him top 3. It's not even. It's not
that
even
nigga in space, OG. That nigga can get to it, but I know yours is more so from like a will standpoint, like a mindset. Like I understand that's what weighs heavy for you. Other people, it don't weigh as heavy.
And OG, look, I'm with you.
I think that's where niggas. And I swear, I just flat out said, I think that's where folks. I think that's something that's highly overlooked. I think that is something that's highly overlooked because if you just going based on talent and you don't believe, I'm not gonna try to get as close a measurement as I can to a nigga's will, heart, willingness to compete, and all that type of shit. Man, come on, man. We see what
are
that
you
shit.
Talking?
That's the bite.
Willingness to compete.
Shit,
wait,
what?
I'm not going to get into this man personally. What are you talking about?
I don't. But I'm speaking from a basketball. I'm speaking on based on what I see from, and you can make assumptions based on what you see from a basketball perspective. So stop that. Stop acting like you can't make assumptions based on what you see. Come on. The same thing. You act like I'm the only nigga that have concerns or have said something about some of the shit we've seen, nigga. I mean, high level niggas niggas on TV have been saying certain shit about it. So don't act like I'm the only nigga
on
that
TV. OG, you are speaking facts.
On,
niggas on TV spoke on the injury concerns and things like that. You just said willingness to compete in XYZ. I didn't hear niggas on TV and if you did, please reference them for me and I go look it up real quick. But nobody.
Okay, well, what about the other part?
People spoke on the injuries and the concerns and that aspect. 100%. You said what?
Okay, all right.
I will say today, Jay
you
Williams
know that was the thing for Paulo
too.
You remember that, right?
Jay Williams did say that.
And all of that.
Okay. I was just saying there was. I don't know if OG saw it, but there was I saw on the timeline Jay Williams talking about on First Take today, saying that I don't know if this is necessarily about Will, but just saying that they would have expected DP to take more of an A-cuff approach to the game yesterday, and they would have liked to see that in terms of, I guess, him taking over and just willing his team to win. I don't know what words you want to say, but that was it. Just.
I saw some of that in that game before that.
Yeah.
Where he didn't touch the ball for like the last, and me and you was texting, like the last 5 to 7 minutes of that game. That nigga didn't even touch the ball, and he wasn't making no extra effort to go get the ball.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
He didn't see that Jay Williams quote. I don't know what he's referencing, but I would like to still get that information. To the Jay Williams thing real quick before I respond to his Cal Baptist game. To the Jay Williams thing real quick. Ted didn't spoke on this before within the last month and a half, whatever it was. Kansas offense don't even fluctuate like that. It don't run like that to where it's like, Darren, go get the ball. We can get out your way. Go get buckets. Now, you can have moments in games where that have happened this season. Yes, that is true. But Arkansas offense is headlined with Darius Acuff and his usage being skyrocketed, right? Obviously, he's going to have the ball 24/7. I spoke on how Kansas like to run things with Trey White. And outside of that, it's Melvin having the ball. Melvin is the guy that's the point guard for the team and trying to get things going. With Flory from a pick and roll perspective and things like that. So Kansas offenses don't operate like that. Now we all would like to see Darren Peterson go out and do that. And in moments, sometimes in this game, he tried that. He just missed a shot. Like Darren was missing yesterday too. So Darren did get the ball and try to get things going or try to do whatever the case may be. But he missed some shots, and on the other side he got to the line as well. Now the Cal Baptist game, OG keep talking about. OG mad and OG feel the type of way because not to say mad. OG feel the type of way because I didn't text him the last 5-6 minutes of the game, whatever the case may be. I'm like, nigga, I was busy. Like, what the hell? But all I do know is when I was watching the game, I said Darren Pierce gonna have a big game. I said before the game, literally inside of this platform, he's gonna have 15 to 20 points at halftime. He did that. I said he's gonna have a big game, big good game, whatever the case may be, 25 to 30 points. He did that. He started the game off 0 for 7 from the field, finished the game 11 for 24. Like, he had a really good game against Cal Baptist, followed up this game with a bad shooting performance, 5 for 15 from the field, 3 from 3. But he got to the line and then still had 21 points. Bro, end of the day, all I'm trying to say to you is, as special as Darius Acuff has been this season, or even as good as Wagler or Flemings, or maybe even one can say Michael Brown, whoever you want to think of, it was really hard. It's not that I came into the season with one thing, and that's the end all be all, but it's hard to overlap those three guys because they are so highly touted. OG, like they were on another tier than their peers. That's all it was. There was one guy that I felt like inserted convos and probably could even be better than Boozer in my opinion. And I always said this, and that's Caleb Wilson. He can be better than Boozer, just in my opinion. But he didn't even enter he's not even fully inside of the door. Like that door is literally a door with 3 players in there and everybody else on the outskirts. Now Caleb is probably by himself, or one can probably say Acuff is sitting with Caleb now. But outside of that, that is the 5 OG. And unfortunately, the top 3 is just stamped and it's solidified, and it's been that all year. That's all I'm trying to say. And I can still say
And
the
all
thing
I'm saying is,
about
probably
Wilson, though,
came in like that, and I've seen some other shit. So I mean, my opinions change. Y'all opinions stay the same because that's what you
No,
locked
my
in.
opinion changed.
I
When
ain't
y'all was
locked
telling
in.
me, when y'all
I
was
don't
saying,
have no blind
when y'all was
loyalty. I
telling me
swear I
Flemings was
don't.
better than Acuff, I said Acuff better than Flemings. Niggas' opinion changed on that. Mine didn't. Like, so that changed. Acuff solidified top 5. He didn't come into the season like that at all. Fleming didn't come into the season as a top 7 pick. Waller didn't come in as a top 10 pick. And all these guys are getting high respect and high praise from me and also many others. Like those are things that actually changed. Phylon is viewed as a top 10 pick now. That actually changed. I'm going to speak on what actually changed. I'm not going to speak on what I would want to happen or what I would like to happen.
Michael Brown too.
Michael Brown too. That changed. But OGs, as far as guys lapping anybody, it's not even a Darren thing. As far as guys lapping anybody that's in the top 3, that did not change. And I'm just being real. It didn't change. I would love to speak on it if it did, but it didn't.
And I don't, yeah, and I think that's where we differ because I don't think, and we can just agree to disagree, but I don't think there's anything that could have been done for that to change your top 3. I think you'd have been locked in. Just to your point, real quick about them playing different, about the offenses being different between Kansas and A-Cup and different roles on the team. I totally get that. I understand that one might be more team oriented, while the other one may be more point guard dominated. I totally get that. At the same time, I still want to see a nigga say, hey, you know what? Shit. I don't know whether it's the coach or him or whatever. I want to be able to see what you do in crunch time. That matters a whole lot to me. And I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying you have to go for, 10 points in every crunch time experience, or you always got to come up big in it. But at least I want to see that. Hey, yeah, I want it, and I'm going to get the ball. And maybe and I know that's not always on him. I totally get that. But at some point, I want to see it. And I don't know if I've seen that this year.
But it's kind of going to your point a little bit. But and you know this, OG. Some niggas ain't wired like that, bruh. Like that ain't like what you are wanting, which is totally fair, because I think everybody in here would want the same thing. I don't think you're saying anything wrong. I think everybody will want that. But DP, just to me, DP ain't wired like Acuff. He ain't wired like AJ. Like certain niggas don't got that. Like some niggas may need the ball to come to them, you know what I mean, to make plays, or some niggas may need a play to be ran for them to make plays. Everybody ain't got that. Give me the fucking ball and got the way. Mine. Everybody don't got that, bro. So you can't.
And that's fair.
You can't put that. You can't. Like I said, it could be a knock to him, but you can't put that all the way on him. Like he might not be one of them type of niggas, bro. And you just gotta face reality of it. Like
and that's fair. And that's fair. But I value that highly. And I'm not saying you gotta have it.
I do too.
I understand you gotta have it. But yeah. But to me, if you don't have that, I ain't got to knock you for it. But at the same time, like, hey, if I'm looking at you in a certain light, I want certain niggas to have certain qualities. Like if I'm
But
looking at
listen,
you as in a carry my team type of light, I need you to have a certain quality.
And
I
like
need you to have a certain quality.
and like I said
but
to you
it's
yesterday,
it's only one player that goes in with that. I'm not gonna say only one player, but it's only really one player that went out with that mindset that's gonna go get the ball every single time and straight start swinging. Even AJ ran to the ball. BYU still didn't give him the ball. They went multiple key possessions without giving him the ball. They could have easily won a game if they would have gave him the ball. It don't work like that all the time.
But you
And,
missed the point though.
and
You
Yeah,
missed
but
the
it's
point.
not
Though.
about what
You
happens
missed the
on the
point.
court. It's about the mentality. That's
and
all.
OG, like I
and to
said,
the DP team,
like I said, you
Kansas,
wanted.
Kansas ain't no way to set up for him to look like A Cup. It's not even no way set up because they got all.
I understand the difference, but at some
Literally,
point during the
PJ,
season, we
literally,
should have been able to see it.
the offensive spacing is terrible. But OG,
Yeah,
like I said
forget about
yesterday,
the way it's set
and
up.
like
Ed, do
and
you
like I
believe he's
and like I
wired
said,
like that?
and like I said, OG, maybe we didn't watch the same game. Literally, he did that yesterday. He just missed the shots. Like I literally said that. You ignored that comment. I don't know if you missed the play-by-play or you want to look at the play-by-play. You need to rewatch the last 5 minutes of the game or 4 minutes of the game, 3 minutes of the game. But he did that. He scored 7 points in the final 6 minutes of the game, and a lot of that came from the free throw line because he was getting fouled. So he made initiative to try to get to the basket, got fouled, and then when it was the biggest moments of the game, he missed 2 threes. He just missed, but he tried. He missed the shots.
Yeah.
You make it seem like he
And
was
just
on the
like I didn't
sideline.
see
You make it seem like he was on the
you
sideline,
just-
just ball watching, just not even trying to make a play in the biggest moment of the game.
And
You know
just
what
like
my-
just like
He
you said,
tried
I
and
didn't
missed. OG, that
Okay,
happened.
okay, now talk about the Cal Baptist game.
I
Why
just
you
said I
catch
was
the
busy. I
last
can't
7
speak for that.
minutes?
I gotta go look back at that game or something like that. I was busy.
Oh, okay.
I told you that already numerous times.
Okay.
I'm talking about this
But
game
Ed,
right here that you're
even with-
referring to.
Even with the way that their offenses ran, you think he's wired that way, where he's like, get out of the way, let me do me. Like, you think it will lend itself to the NBA?
I think he had moments this year where he showcased that. Now, is he doing that on a game-to-game basis or whatever the case all the time? No, I don't think that's his character. I think he's like I think I don't know, bro. I don't know the dude, bro. So I ain't gonna sit here act like I know the dude, but no, he doesn't.
No, I know, but it's not about knowing. I'm just watching.
He doesn't show it like other players may show it, and that's okay. That's a regular thing in the NBA as well. Like that happens, bro, with star players. Like that's okay. It's not that deep.
And
He's still going to be. He's still going to be one of the.
the.
He's still going to be a really good scorer in the NBA too, bro. I just
Who's a champion that is like that? I'm just wondering, for real.
a champion.
Like to me, no. I'm just saying. You
champion?
said a lot of guys in the NBA are like that. And
I'm saying
just
there are
who's
players
the
in the
guy
NBA that we're like Ted said. You get your game off easier when things is ran for you, or you coming off pin downs or screens or things like that. That's what I'm referring to. Now, as far as a champion or number one option, I don't know. Who even stayed there? Well, no, be a champion or number one option. Who even said about AJ and or Boozer? We don't know.
No. I know that, but that's what they're highly touted prospects that they're going to be altering your franchise when you get these guys. That's what everyone is saying, and I agree with it. I'm not disagreeing with it, but the only reason that me and OG think the way we think is maybe he just doesn't. And I'm not saying he doesn't care, Darren Peterson. It just doesn't look like he's out there. Maybe because it's come so naturally to him, basketball. It just his emotions. He doesn't wear it on his sleeve at all, and it just looks like he's like just going through the motions of college, basketball. Right. It just looks like he's there. He's like, this is my stepping stone, and I don't really. It doesn't matter to me right now. You know what I mean? Just the way he plays, the way he acts, the way he talks, the way his emotions are. It's just like, I'm just going through the motions of college basketball. I'm going to get to the next level, and maybe at the next level you'll see him get that intensity and the tenacity that I like in my players. I just don't see it right now.
I just don't feel like that's something you turn off and on.
No, I don't
I feel like you wired like that. You wired like that. I don't feel like it's
I know. I don't.
That's not a switch. That's not a switch.
I know. I don't think it's gonna happen. I agree with you, Tez. That's why I'd take Acuff. But you wouldn't. You said that earlier. You wouldn't take Acuff over him if you needed a guard.
I wouldn't.
So you don't value it that intensity and shit like that as much as me and OG do. That's all.
I do value it, but he's still a better player, bro. Like I'm taking a better player.
A lot of times a better player doesn't end up the better player because of some of them traits, and then I saw it firsthand here.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, look at Ben Simmons. He was the best player hands down in every.
My point is that I was trying to tell OG is that the top three is solidified and stamped. That's literally all I was trying to say. Now, guys, would you if one of you guys want to take A Cup over DP, cool. That's for you guys, but it's not going to happen. That's all I was trying to say, literally.
I don't
Because at the
disagree
end of the
with
day,
that.
he's just still the better player, which you guys are choosing to ignore. And
Yeah.
I cannot
No,
have a
I'm
conversation with
not.
that. Then if you all are choosing to ignore that, literally.
No, I'm
OG,
not. I said.
OG,
Wait
okay,
a minute.
OG. My bad. Let me just talk directly to OG. OG is choosing to ignore that. For my reasoning on why I think that he would still go over Darius A. Cuff Jr. and why I think the top three is solidified because of the how them guys separated themselves or been separating themselves from their peers in their respective class. That's why. And I don't think anything changed.
Me,
And I spoke on the things that changed inside of the top 10, yeah. But the top three didn't change. I spoke on A. Cuff and Fleming's rising. I spoke on Wagler having the biggest rise of all. I spoke on Phylon being viewed as a stamped top 10 pick. All these things changed. But the top three didn't, though. And that's
yes,
all I'm
for
trying to
me.
tell them.
And I guess for me, all I'm saying is, and we can move on, but for me, that shit that we talking about, that matters a whole lot to me. It may not matter to y'all. It's just strictly talent for y'all. It's just, well, he got the talent, so you can't pass it up. For y'all, that matters a whole lot more. You value that more. Me, I value that other shit along with the
And
talent. Because I know
I'm
talent
not
can only take you
denying
so
that.
far.
If you can have the best of both worlds, I'm pretty sure they'll want the best of both worlds. But then also they will have a hard time choosing 6'1" guard, playmaker XYZ, who's going to struggle on the defensive side in NBA, by the way, who's going to struggle on that side. Going to be guarded by different players in NBA as well. Over 6'6" guard that has defense, right, or the qualities on that side of the ball, and then also with an insane shot maker. Like, is he the level of playmaker like Darius A. Cuff? No. That's why I wanted the point guard, I
I
wanted the
tell you
shooting
what,
guard.
like I say, give me. You can have a Bentley with the bad engine. Give me the Toyota. Give me that Porsche that got a good engine in that motherfucker. You can have a Bentley with the bad engine though. You can. I don't want that.
I never seen you jump the gun so fast on a player that spoke out openly how. No, you got to go on mute. That spoke out openly on how they've been dealing with XYZ this season from an injury perspective, and you just like, you noticed not one time in this conversation I'm bringing that up, but you just like saying F that, I don't care, I'm going off what I saw on the court at the end of the day because he was on the court.
I have to.
Yeah,
I
F
have
that.
to.
Oh, bro, you made an excuse for him not playing a game. Not even an excuse. You said something about him not playing a game because of an illness. Or you said something about him checking out of games where he added context on why he was doing that or why he did it in the most recent viral clip, which you don't even give a fuck about. Like, it's like once your mind is made up about a player, your mind is made up. And I feel like you're just doing that way too early for an 18-year-old, I don't know how 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid that's projected to go in the top three in the NBA draft coming up.
But he again.
You doing that? I think you jump. I'm just being real. I think you jumping the gun a little bit.
Here's my explanation of that. And I'm not trying, but I've been around long enough to see, like, when I see telltale signs, I believe those telltale signs. I don't. You may be like, well, no, this is that, and he said it. Man, I believe in telltale signs wholeheartedly. If I see something, if I see certain characteristics, certain traits, I'm believing that shit. I'm believing until you prove me otherwise. You can prove me otherwise, and I'll change my stance. I ain't got so much motherfucking pride that I'll be like, yeah, no, see, I told. No, if you prove me wrong, prove me wrong. But I believe in the telltale signs. Whether you just said an 18-year-old kid, a nigga can be 13 and show me some shit, and I'll be like, okay, I seen that before. The last 10 times I seen that, this is what it was, and this is what I'm going
You
with.
saying he don't have no heart, basically?
Yeah, basically. All I'm saying is I just feel like you
to get all of this extra stuff. You saying he don't have no heart?
I'm not. Yeah, for me, I've seen certain traits in kids and youngsters and older. A lot of times, what you see on the surface is what it is, and I'm willing to say, based on what I've seen in the past, and last time I've seen this is how it turned out. I'm willing to say, yeah, for me, I'm going this way. I might be wrong, but I'm going this way. And y'all might say, well, no, no, he said it was this, so this is what it is. And I'm not saying you're wrong for that, but for me and my money, if it's me and I'm going with what I've seen in the past.
Now, all I'm saying is if you were a GM, if you were a GM and you weren't taking him top three, people would be stunned that you did that, OG. You would be trending on Twitter breaking news. That's what I'm trying to say. Now all your beliefs, that's totally fine, brother. Darius A. Cup over him, whoever else over him, because I think you said Flemings too. Flemings over him in A Cup. Shout out, OG. Like, I'm not mad. You still there, right? You still Flemings as well, correct? Flemings is damn sure not better than him, but that's what you said, correct?
But again, it's not strictly based on talent.
Okay, my bad. Okay, my bad. After talent. My bad. After talent. OG, I apologize. After talent, but you would take Flemings and A Cup. You would take Flemings and A Cup over Darren Peterson right now today, correct?
I don't know, but I know I take A Cup. I know right now today I take A Cup.
All right. Let me see what Ryan just sent me.
Yeah,
Ryan
I
just sent
mean,
me.
Premise didn't get bailed out by his team this year.
yeah.
Ryan just sent me a video real quick. Let me listen to the video real quick before I something good with Arena said about Darren Pearson. I have not watched this video, so just bear with me, please. It's a minute long.
He sent it to you on Twitter.
Yeah, if y'all want to watch it, I'm gonna put it in.
Send it to me if you can.
I'm on the Fact and Stats page. I might just drop it in the Discord chat real quick.
Don't worry about it.
OG, go to YouTube real quick, man. Let's see it, because I don't think you'll be able to hear it on the stage. Go to YouTube real quick, OG. Let's see what
All right.
talking
Matter of
about.
fact, yeah, I'll just go to YouTube.
Yeah, go to YouTube real quick, OG. Come right back.
All right.
See what the fuck Gilbert talking about. All right, let's see. Give OG some time to go to YouTube. My brother Rod just sent his one of his few DMs for the show, man. Let's see what Rod talking about. Let's see what Gil talking about.
Huh?
Wait, I gotta put this to my headphones. Hold on. I gotta put this to my headphones. It might be an echo, yeah. I don't know. Let me see. No, it's not right.
Out of top 5? Huh? Not a top 5 pick? He's 1 or 2. Top 5, I don't even know why you even talking about top 5. Like the guy who played one half, averaged 20 points a game. 20 points a game for a half. That's how good he is. So it's a question, is he top 5 because cramps in college? I'm pretty sure the NBA can solve the cramp problem. You know, there's some bodies out here that they produce or waste more liquids than others. You know, Paolo Banchero, when he got to the NBA, he was cramping a lot because they played really hard. So his 20 minutes of college basketball is so intense that he wasted all of his liquids and salt. So
it was an echo, my bad, but y'all should be able to hear it. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that video. I think Rob was saying that in reference to Ari bringing up Jay Williams on First Take. So I guess on First Take they were questioning if he was a top 5 pick, and he just responded back to that. So I mean, cool, whatever. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, I agree with Gil though. He is 1 or 2. But like I said, depending on the team when it comes to AJ or Darren. And I think Darren would be. AJ will be my number 1 pick at the moment still today. With Darren being 2, but there's a world, like I said, where Darren can still go 1 up.
What Gil just said about P5, bro, it's the same exact thing. People saying P5, all the cramping and all that, whatever the sweating and all that stuff P5 was going on, will be a thing in the NBA, and it's not. It's literally not. Maybe for maybe the first couple weeks of his rookie year, but after that, bro, your body gonna get used to it. You'll be fine.
I will also say that the clip, I don't know what clip specifically Gil was referring to, but the one that I think he was referring to, they again didn't really talk about the cramping. Like they brought it up, and then I think it was Jay Will or Stephen A. One of them brought up the funny enough the Paulo thing. They were saying it primarily because they felt like it was a part of that whole conversation that I talked about. They were like they wished he took more of a Darius Acuff approach in taking over games and shit like that. So at his response is his response, whatever. But I don't necessarily know if they go together with what was being alleged in the clip. It is what it is, though. I think it really matters.
And that comment that and then let me respond to shit. No, let me do Shaggy after. And that Darius Acuff approach thing, nobody in the country, from a guard perspective, takes a Darius Acuff approach. Not one person in the country is even replicating or playing at the level that Darius Acuff is doing, or even doing it with the ball in his hand as often as Darius Acuff. Not one person in the country. So to say to take a Darius Acuff approach, this is some shit that we never seen before, or haven't seen as often, or maybe put it like that recently. Maybe put it like that, best way to put it. From a Darius Acuff approach perspective. So I mean, I don't watch that. I didn't see the show. I didn't see the clip. So that's my only response to it. Now Shaggy said it's not stamped 8 minutes ago. I think that's me saying that he stamped top 3. I mean, yeah, brother. If you want to bet, we can bet on it, because I told you years ago that numerous occasions where we had conversations about certain players, and I said this was gonna happen, that was gonna happen. You said no, it's not. Like I told you, Paige was stamped to go 1. You said no, it's not. They have a Rike there. She went 1. I'm telling you, Darren Peterson's gonna go top 3. You saying it's not stamped, brother? It is stamped. And if you just want to put a small wager on it, 25, 50, whatever the case may be, we can, because another dude in here, for whatever reason, bet me Phylon wasn't gonna be a lottery pick. Probably one of the dumbest bets that I ever made before, to be honest. But hey, that's gonna be free money coming to me in a couple of months. So Shaggy, same thing to you. If you want to bet, and I'll give you odds too, I'll put my 100 to your 50 that Darren Peterson go top 3 in the draft. I'm giving you odds. My 150 to your 50.
That's 200. Oh my
Yeah.
God,
My
that's
150
That's
to your 50 that he go top 3 in the draft.
That's 300. You can't beat that. That's 300.
If it's not stamped and you believe it so much, okay, my 150 to your 50, he go top 3 in the draft. And to sweeten it up one
And
more
that's
time,
300.
my 200 to your 50, and I'll stop right there. You got to take that one. My 200 to your 50,
Okay,
he go
that's
top 3 in the
400.
draft.
That's 400. Oh my goodness.
No, they're not pretty. Lottery is the top 14 chance. So if you wanna make that payment, yeah, you can pay now, brother. Lottery is
Wait,
yes. You are the brother that bet me that. Yes.
wait.
Yeah, I don't know why
Eight,
champ.
eight, ATL money again?
Yeah, again.
ATL money again?
He bet, bro. He was believing. He was standing on that for too long. I know he probably regret that bet now, but yeah, whatever we bet, I don't know what it was, 25, 50. Just let me know. Um,
You still ain't telling me about Saturday either. Crazy.
I didn't tell you about Saturday.
No, him.
Uh, the Thompson bet, the dumbest bet you ever made. Yeah, that's a wait and see thing. I don't know right now is the right time to be running laps on the Thompson twin because he's playing really good basketball right now,
Send it.
brother. So
Hey.
uh, I'm
Him
talking
out,
to
him out,
Shaggy,
him
gang. I'm
out.
talking to Shaggy, bro. I ain't even trying to like hear you piggyback, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Let me just. I'm talking to Shaggy about the bet, gang. I know I made the bet with you too, but I just want to talk to Shaggy. I don't want you want to hear. All I'm talking to Shaggy while he's in the chat, cause you gonna come up in here, you going, no, Ev, like that is a dumb bet, like you know, like I ain't even trying to hear it. Yeah, but Shaggy, right now the Thompson is playing amazing basketball, brother, and I do think that he can still get a rookie max contract. That was the bet, that he's not gonna get a rookie max. And I'll be surprised if you don't get the rookie max. I still will be surprised if you don't get the rookie max. So we'll see. Chance that I'm spending on it, I would get the last laugh. Okay, I'm giving out odds today. I'm proving points today. Let me see how much we bet on that. That's not in my notes, bro. How much did we bet on that? We did that in the DMs, I think. Can you tell me the amount we bet on it real quick before I go find it? We'll just fight on thing. Or we know we that was through text. Hold on. Let me search fight on. Okay, we did 50. 50. Yeah, 200 to 100. What you want to do? You standing on it? You will get the last laugh. My 200 to your 100 Eagle lottery.
Yes, Chan.
Yeah.
That's 400, 200. Come on.
What you want to do? You gonna get the last laugh. You standing on it, right? So let me see if you want to giggle some more. My 200 to your 100 Eagle lottery. Now I'm gonna hold that on to you. Now Shaggy said four.
That's 400, 200, Chan. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Shaggy,
Was,
whatever the hell that number is. Yeah, I do think the Thompson twin will get the full rookie max. Whatever that number is. Yes. This is not going to, I hope y'all realize, this is not going to be no Jalen Green extension. I think y'all thinking of what Jalen Green got with his extension as a rookie. Y'all thinking of Jabari Smith extension. Y'all even thinking of Sengun extension. I promise you the Thompson twin extension would not be him taking some damn pay cut or whatever the case may be. He would get the full rookie max extension. We'll see, bro. What is that twin? Next year? Or is it this offseason?
This offseason.
Okay. Cool.
He's in the Wemby class, so it's gonna be this summer.
Okay. Perfecto. But even if he doesn't do, hypothetically, even if he doesn't do it this summer, it can still be next year with the full rookie max, right? Or are you saying that it has to be this offseason for that? I don't know how that go. You hear, Tween? Tween? Okay, I think he's busy. Chan smoking his eye. Yeah, Chan don't even want to respond back no more. All right, but shout out to Darren Peterson. Shout out to for that combo that we just had. Shout out to Kansas. More importantly, shout out to St. John's. They're going against a tough opponent in Duke coming up this Thursday and Friday. And then speaking of Phylon, man, I watched this game and I was mad I had to turn it off at the end of the first half. I like watching Phylon hoop and I like watching Bam shoot through.
Same, bro.
Yeah, I was pissed I had to turn the shit off, bro. I ain't gonna lie. No reason to respond? What? How you say you gonna get the last laugh but don't want to up the bad? Like, let's laugh together.
No funny. That game right there, I don't even know what happened. I don't even think I saw the tip off before my eyes was closed.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I only watched this game. I went to sleep early last night. I only watched this game because UConn started to blow out UCLA, and I said, all right, I need to get something. Like I need some more basketball. But then Alabama came out on like a certain type of time yesterday, bro, to where like it didn't make sense to watch the second half because and it wasn't even a Phylon thing. I know Phylon carried them to the victory in over Hofstra, like 28 points, whatever the case may be. I think in this game he probably had like 7, 9. Okay, 9, 2 for 12 but he had 12 assists. But I mean, 3 after 3 after 3 after 3, and that's where Bama specialized, bro. They made 19 fucking threes in a tournament game, bro, to go to the Sweet 16. That was the game. Latrell, Jemison, even Aiden, Houston off the bench in 25 minutes, knocked down 5 threes. Like literally everything they put up felt like it was going in the game, bro. They stepped on Texas Tech. Looked like Texas Tech did not belong in the first half. Obviously, they with a big injury to JT Toppin, so my expectations for them changed. And Alabama, yeah, Chan, my 200, your 100. Let me know so I can put in my notes right now. Bet Chan, my 200, hold on. 100, Phylon, go lottery. All right. That's gonna be a cool. What's that? That's around cookout time. When the NBA draft, y'all? That's after the finals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Course,
yeah, it's in June. It's in the later part of June though, like the 20 something.
So that's okay. That's gonna be like me getting back some bread that I'm spending on hot dogs and burgers and shit.
Subject.
Okay. Appreciate that, Chan. We gonna that $100 gonna come in pretty handy. I don't know why. I don't know what you got against Phylon.
Wait, he upped the Phylon back?
Yeah, he upped the Phylon 200 to 100.
Oh yes, Chan. Come on. So now you got an opportunity to get $400 to only lose 200. Come on, Chan.
Oh, BJ wanted better too, Chan. Quan said Bama dominated the boards. They did. They also had 18 rebounds. I've rebounded them 47 to 35. They got a lot of second chance points in this game, and like I said, more than likely that was going to an open 3-point shot. Some of them weren't even open, but they were just on one from a whole entire team collective perspective. Aiden Holloway. This is without Aiden Holloway, by the way, one of their better 3-point shooters on the team as well. They're also starting guard in the backcourt with Phylon and Right Sale. So, hey man, I enjoyed the hell out of the game. Well, I was surprised Bama came out like that in the first half of the game, and then I turned the game off in the second half because Texas Tech without JT just wasn't going to be able to win that game. And if Atwell and Anderson is not on, then it is what it is. So, shout out to Alabama, man. Sweet 16. Shout out to Phylon. I'm rocking. I'm rooting. I'm hoping. You know what I'm saying? But the runner's probably going to cut short in the Sweet 16 as well. So, that is that. Michigan going to have that on lock. Real quick, guys. Hold on. Mexico's Kareem Lopez, the number 111 prospect on ESPN Big Board, declared for the draft. Where is he at right now? Kareem Lopez on Tankathon is 18. 6'8". Okay. Chan just sent the post. Let's see what Chan sent me. Why do you keep sending me this, Brad? Chan, no cancel, by the way. Like, this is a bet that's been locked in for months, so we can't cancel this or weeks. There is no way in hell Phylon does not go lottery, and if he does not, what the fuck is your lottery? Like, what is your lottery? Like, who do you have going in the top 14? There's not 14 better players in the country better than LeBron Phylon, brother. Now, I'm not even being fanned out. Like, he was my guy going to last year's draft. He opted to stay and always.
I'm gonna be honest. Don't let them win this game. That shit locked.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, if they pull off this win right here, super locked. Super duper locked. So we're gonna look at the Sweet 16. Y'all, I'm gonna give my predictions for those games real quick, alongside the others that's on the stage. Let us know who you got winning those games. Obviously, you can't make any changes to the bracket. But yeah, we're gonna see. And after that, I'm gonna pick my NBA winners.
Bama had 27 3-pointer attempts at halftime, bro.
Yeah.
That shit got bad, bro. Like, that shit got bad quick though. Like, I'm like, oh my god.
You
bro.
actually stayed up for that?
First half? Yeah, watch first half.
Brother, all I know is I went to sleep. I woke up, it's like 12:30. I'm like, okay, let me go see what Christian Anderson did. 7 points. I locked my phone and went back to sleep. I ain't even look at Phylon until this morning, and I realized, whoa, he's sold too. I got double sold. Fuck it.
Bro, gambling is so jank. I can't believe I even entered the field again.
Gambling is funny. Like,
when is the last time you posted a play? Chan, you stopped gambling for real? Wait,
bruh,
tell you gamble still?
I was talking to Ari about it. Well, I'm not talking about. I was telling Ari that shit.
I slowed down. I did yesterday. Got sold, of course, but I slowed down, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Gambling is so
I'd rather bet on
jank.
college props. I ain't
Bro,
gonna lie.
Mark Madness, bro, that shit jank,
I
bro.
was
You never know what.
no, you don't. I think I was doing good up until yesterday. Like I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, bro. Nah, I don't want to share that. Nah, what? Wait, how did it happen? Nah, it's not to share. It's nothing to share. I don't post. I still gamble. Okay. All right. Keep doing your thing, bro. Nah, you don't gotta post. I really don't care. Uh,
I ain't gonna lie. And it's nothing wrong with not posting. You wanna know why? Because you don't want to go down like me. Just a terrible guy. It's a terrible guy. Because it's like, bro, bro, and that's why I said, you know what? I'm not touching that NBA shit. I'm cool on that shit. I'm cool on that shit. I'm so cool.
NBA
I will
right
be
now
back.
is so jank
I'll
too,
be back
bro.
on baseball. I'm cool on that shit. Cause, bro, you bet on the NBA, you bet on the nigga to get 20. That's the fucking bare minimum. Like, that's the fucking bare minimum, my nigga. Then you look up, these niggas up 40. Like, come on. I'm cool.
One
Catch
thing,
me for baseball.
one thing I would entertain though, if I was, uh, one thing basketball that I would entertain from like a straight bet perspective, I would look at the Lakers money line over the Pistons. Say, I know it's on the road, but that's something that I would look at. I know Marcus Smart got ruled out earlier, but I think it was minus 126 when I saw it earlier. So you can add it with something if you want, but that's something that I may or may not do, depending on how I'm feeling. A little later on. But yeah, shout out to Alabama, man, for that big win yesterday. Shooting they face off. Alabama, the final, I said final, the Sweet 16 guys. We have Arizona versus Arkansas, Duke, St. John's, Michigan State, UConn, Texas, Purdue, Michigan, Alabama, Tennessee, Iowa State, Illinois, Houston, Iowa, Nebraska. These games start on Thursday, y'all. So we're going to be taking a small break from college basketball and pivoting to the NBA over the next couple of days. We'll insert college basketball on Thursday morning again. But Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be some NBA talks, and if need be, NFL. If need be, we'll also include college basketball. It's not ruled out completely, but I think I was thinking about stretching the Sweet 16 to tomorrow, but it's no point. Everybody's supposed to get my predictions now while we're here. We are also right on the dot 3 hours into the show. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, y'all. Fact and Stats is a daily sports show Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. It's funny enough, Nightbot to put that in the Twitch chat. And if you're watching on Twitch, make sure y'all hit that follow button as well. I'll go through my winners real quick, and then if anybody else want to go through the winners after, feel free. I'm gonna start at the top. We got Duke versus St. John's. I told y'all I'm standing on it. I'm not moving off of this. I really do think St. John's can win, so I'm gonna go with St. John's getting a win over the Duke. Even what I saw over the last two games between both teams, I'm gonna stay firm on this one right here. I'm heading over to the west side. We got Arizona versus Arkansas. Love everything about Darius Acuff. Love everything about that team. And still respect also Coach Cal. No bad blood with me. But he's going against a tough team in Arizona, man. Team that I expect to win it all. Jaden Bradley, Big 12 Player of the Year, and company, which is some good company. I think they get that win over Arkansas. Close win, no blowout. And if it is a blowout, it's because Jaden and company did a great job when it comes to defending Darius Acuff. I got Arizona and St. John's getting the win in the East and the West region. Going to come down, staying at both. I like UConn. Really good game. I respect Michigan State. I respect UConn. I respect Dan. I respect Tom. I like what I'm seeing out of UConn right now. I like what I'm seeing out of Alex, Braylon, Terrence Reed, Silas from a floor general perspective yesterday. They need so a little bit more. And they even got that Eric Reed guy who I got to see play in high school like 2 years ago coming off their bench as well. So I'm going with UConn getting one over Michigan State. They're going to need Jeremy and Kohler to do more from an offensive perspective and not just play make. So I think UConn will come out and get the win. Texas versus Purdue. Purdue's on another level right now. Purdue playing great basketball right now. They closed the season out pretty well. I know they did have that bad. Purdue's the team that lost to Ohio State, right, Ted? Did they lose to Ohio State?
In the tournament?
Yeah, the tournament and the tourney. If I'm not mistaken.
I think was it Ohio State?
Did Purdue win the?
I know they lost because they got the double bye. They got a double bye, but I forgot who they lost to. Hold on, I got you.
What we talking about?
Purdue.
No, they won the whole thing.
They won it all. Excuse me.
They beat Michigan. They beat
Yeah, they beat the thing.
Who did?
They beat UCLA.
Who did what?
Ohio State beat somebody, which was like an upset.
In the tournament?
I could be. I'm not remembering correctly, y'all. I think I'm wrong.
They beat Iowa.
And I think Iowa was fresh off of beating, or had a good game with Michigan. I can't remember. I'm not remembering it correctly, bro.
Iowa beat Maryland, matched up with Ohio State. Ohio State beat them,
72-69.
and then Ohio State.
Yeah, and then they lost to Michigan, 71-67. But before this Iowa game against Ohio State, right here, Iowa was fresh off of playing a good game against Michigan. Before the tournament, like the actual tournament started, but in conference play, and they gave them a good game. That's raised my eyebrow for seeing Ohio State being able to beat them. And then obviously they had a good game against Michigan again. But Purdue ultimately obviously won the whole entire thing. They're playing great basketball, bro, from the Big Ten tournament all the way on down to now. I like how their offense is going. I like their system. I like their structure. I like the two bigs in the front court that they have. I like Fletch and Braden from a scoring perspective. And I just like how they're playing basketball. So I think they get the win over Texas. And like I said, I had Texas beating BYU. I felt like they were going to beat Gonzaga, but I think their run and their journey stops right here at the Sweet 16. So I'm going to go with Purdue over Texas. And then I'm going to work my way down to the Midwest and the South. We have Iowa versus Nebraska. I wonder what the line going to be on this game. Shit, damn, they're probably even, with one team even being ranked 9, the other being ranked 4.
Even.
See, yeah, I figured. I'm going to go with Iowa, bro. I'm going to go with Sturts and company to get the win. That'd be a major thing for Iowa as the 9th seed to come in and make the Elite 8. I'm going to go with them. Michigan, Alabama journey and their dance and their run stops here. If they're sparking from 3 crazy, they can't get Michigan because Michigan thrives in the front court with Morez, Yax, and Mara. 2 out of the 3 don't hit threes. Yax can obviously knock down a couple of threes, but Alabama is a team that shoot them in bunches, and if they're knocking them down, we can have a game where, say per se, like Alabama hits 13 threes in a game and Michigan hits 6. My math is not quick enough right now. That's like a 21-point difference from the 3-point line, I think, and that can be a big change. Yeah, that can be a big change on that game. So, but if they're not, they can get dominated down low and also throughout the game. So I'm going to go with Michigan overall. I think they're a better team, and they get Alabama. Illinois and Houston right here. I feel like on my bracket I had Illy for some reason. Don't know, but if I did, either way, I think Houston pulls this win out right here. I think Houston gets the win and move on to the Elite 8 to see Iowa, and then eventually make the Final Four just to jump far a little bit. And then Tennessee and Iowa State. This is big for me because I think if Jefferson does not play,
Dang, can we make it past one game first? Shit. Niggas didn't jump us 2 games ahead. Fuck.
Y'all in a favorable conference, man.
Bruh, no. Can we make it past? It's one step at a time. You put one foot in front of the other.
That's fair. I think if Jefferson is not playing for Iowa State, Tennessee's more physical and tougher than Kentucky. First and foremost, they have a good guard with experience as well, a point guard with experience as well. Not because we had a guard with experience as well, but they're not point guards. So I made sure to emphasize or point out point guard with Gillespie. And I think they have a really good team from overall perspective. So I think if Iowa State is playing without Jefferson again, I don't know. It's been too many games where, bro, he probably had his best game, or if not top 3 game of the season against us. Like Lipsy was not going out for 26 and 10s and shit like that this year. He was on some chill shit this year. He wasn't even that good.
You talking about Iowa State point guard?
Yeah, Lipsy, bro. He wasn't doing that this year for real. He wasn't.
Bro, that was the best game. Brother, that was the best game of his career.
Real shit. He was really good last year to me though. Yeah, Kentucky lost. He was really good.
No funny, right? Mind you, I'm looking at the game. I'm trying to cook up, trying to figure out who had to score for Ohio State. I started to look at his 15 points. Hey Ted, why, bruh? I said that exact same thing. I'm like, bruh, he a 10-point type of nigga.
Yeah, he
ain't a 15 type of nigga. Like, I only took him for 10 points. Like, he a 10-point type player. Then he come out here, 27, 5 steals? I said, oh my goodness.
Yeah, he had a game.
But I don't think he got another one in him. I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I was going. I don't think he replicates that again. So I'm going to go with Tennessee at the 6 seed, moving on to the Elite 8. Kentucky is BBN, yes, Big Blue Nation. They're going to go on to the Elite 8, and then that's my matchup. Yeah, I'm going to go with Tennessee, Houston, Iowa. So I got 2 lower seeds advancing down here. 9 going to the Elite 8, and then 6 Tennessee going to the Elite 8. Michigan beating Alabama. Up here, do I got any lower? St. John's at the 5th beating Duke. Purdue beating Texas, and then yeah, that's it. So only 1 lower up here. That's my winners, y'all. If anybody else want to give me your Sweet 16 winners real quick, that'd be totally fine.
All right, I got a couple different ones, brother. A couple different ones. I'm getting. Bro. I don't like them niggas. I'm gonna go Duke, bro. I think Duke. I'm gonna come back to that. Arizona Arc. I'm going Arizona. In a close one, though. I am with you there. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I'm going to go Arizona to win that one. I'm different with you on Michigan State, UConn. I think I like Michigan State. Because I think they got enough to not stop them, but contain Carabin. And I do think they got big man to contain Reed as well. Solo ball been up and down, and I think I think this is a game where you're gonna need a little bit more scoring out of Solo and Silas. But I do think Michigan State is a really good team. Defensive, putting pressure on the ball, got rim protection, really athletic on the wings, really athletic on the top. So I'm gonna go Izzo and State over UConn. And I don't know if it's a Cinderella, brother. I think I'm gonna go upset with Texas, bro. I think I'm gonna go Texas over Purdue. I think they rolling, bro. I think they rolling.
Yeah.
Gonna play in, got some motivation going to the Sweet 16. Cause I don't know the injury with Purdue, the shooter. I know he did go out. I think he played like 15 minutes. He never came back into the game from a knee injury. And I think that if he doesn't play, I think that'd be a big loss. I'm gonna rock with Texas on that. Iowa, Nebraska. Damn.
I'm gonna have to re-ask you who you had game, but I gotta run for like 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
All right. Iowa, Nebraska. I'm gonna go Iowa there. Michigan, Bama. Michigan, a close one. I think it's gonna be a real close game. I think if Bama guard play come up and they make shots, then they can keep that game close. But the size gonna be a problem. I think the size will be a problem down the stretch in the game, and ultimately Michigan pull it out. Houston, Illinois. I'm going Houston. And Tennessee, Iowa State. I'm going Iowa State. That's my games.
Nigga, the belt the ass tour don't stop, nigga. We're gonna beat the shit out of these niggas, man. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. That's all I'm saying. Don't overthink it.
All right, bro. No business.
Don't overthink it, brother. They could get all the stops in the world. But guess what? We gonna get more stops on them than they get on us.
It's a lot of people on St. John, BJ.
Jordan, you know that last time, you know what happened the last time Cam Boozer played in DC?
And look, I'm not mad at the pick. It's just like, I genuinely don't think some people picking St. John's. I'm not saying St. John's can't win. I'm just talking to people's mindset. I don't think a lot of people picking St. John's know why the fuck they're picking St. John's. I think I think it's more of a Duke injury underperformance thing than it is a St. John thing. Like, people in here like, if he picking if Chaz were to pick me, I think they could tell me why they pick St. John to have a valid reason. I don't think some of the other people are doing it. I think they're just doing it because it's trendy.
Yeah, prime example, right?
Up.
Mr. Print Money Out ATL, right? The nigga who just be sending me over, right? He just want to go again. He texts me saying, I'm just going against. I'm gonna go against y'all Sweet 16 on that. I said, okay.
And we can lose the game, but like, have a valid reason for picking it, my nigga. Like, can't just be hate.
I think people are picking against y'all because they just like they just feel like they haven't seen y'all look good for real. Like the last 2 games, they feel like
and
they
I
watched
feel like
good
that's
hoop.
not crazy to say.
But you gotta play. But you have to play against another basketball team. We're not playing against the computer. We're playing against another actual basketball team. So like, So give me valid reason why you're picking that basketball team. That's all I'm
He
saying.
said the
But
computer.
even if they give you a reason, you still push back, Jordan. Though, but
No, I don't.
Nah, that's fair.
okay, okay. I'm
I
just
think we
saying.
can lose it. I
I'm
think we
keeping
can
it.
lose it. I think we can lose this game.
I'm being honest. I got y'all winning it, but I see a world where St. John's. I feel like because of their size, they're
Yep.
not that much of a 3-point threat for real. Even
Mm-hmm.
though I know they lit it up against Kansas,
Yep.
but from the games that I've seen, like they really just put their head down and get to the rim for real, and they have the length advantage. So that's the only thing I
I
say.
think they're listening to. Yeah, that's why I think.
But
I spoke to
I don't think St. John's, because to your point, I don't know if Duke going. I don't know what the game plan will be, but I don't think
Right.
if it's what I think it will be, I don't know if St. John's is going to be able to hit enough shots,
What you
bro.
think? What
I
you
don't.
think
Yep,
that's gonna
and
be?
that's what I seen yesterday. Between them and Kansas, nobody couldn't hit
Yeah,
shit. So
but
I'm like,
the
you're not
thing,
gonna beat Duke doing that.
but the thing about it, St. John's is so good, like moking up the game because of
Yes, exactly.
how they play. Like
That's what I'm worried about.
you're not just going to go in there against them and Rick. Like it just think
Yeah.
you're just gonna just be shooting threes. Like you know what I mean? Like, you're
Yeah.
just gonna they make it real hard for you to even play that way. Like they put so much pressure on the ball. They guard 94 feet, so they even make it hard for you to even get past half court. Like they're
And
90.
bounded the ball.
Soon as they score the ball, they're in you 94
Already.
feet. Like
Yep.
I think even from a mindset standpoint, I think that wear teams down, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? People don't expect that type of shit. So I do think it's gonna be a mock-up game, but I think Duke defensive scheme, I think it's gonna hurt St. John's, bro. I don't think.
And they have more talent as well too. So.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I think to me, like I know this is kind of like a duh ass point, but to me, this is John versus Rick, bro. Like I think that's what it is. I don't, because both teams kind of can play the same way. So I think you're gonna see a lot of fucking adjustments in this game, bro. And I think it's gonna come down to a coaching battle. And far as the players, you just gotta execute. Like I think that's what it's gonna come down to. I don't think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I think it's gonna be a really low scoring game. And this is whoever I would tell you. I would say this: whoever makes the most mistakes will lose. That's
and that's why. Now, this goes with what I was saying too. I just want people to have valid reason, because I think we can lose this game very much so, because I don't think we will. I think we could though, because of the turnovers. Like you saw how we turned the ball over to start. You saw how we turned the ball over to start that half against fucking TCU, bro. Like, and those were unforced, and that was against TCU. They weren't really doing shit defensively, to be honest. It was a lot of us. You put a bunch of ball pressure 94 feet against us. Caden Boozer don't half the time want to get into the rim or get into the middle of the paint to look to actually score the basketball. That's why he the X factor to me in this game. Really both the guards, but really Caden for the most part. We turned the ball over 7 times in the first 3 minutes of the second half last game, bro. Like I don't there's a world where we get turnover happy in this game, and like Ted said, I agree with him. Whoever make the most mistakes is going to lose the game. So if we take care of the basketball, I feel really comfortable. But that's easier said than done versus them.
And they get a lot of second chances too. Them motherfuckers hitting that glass.
Yeah, I feel comfortable with us.
Shit.
Yeah. I feel comfortable with us on the boards because we're a really good rebounding team. Like we could draw even, we could lose it slightly, we could win it slightly, but I think we won't get crushed, and that'll be good enough. But man, them turnovers, bro, like I don't know.
Turnovers and second chance points. I think y'all gotta limit them.
Yeah, this gonna be a good game though. I think we could lose it. I think it'll be a close, gritty win by us, but this gonna be a good game. BJ thinks it's gonna be a blowout. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I don't.
Look at who you're talking to. Like, look, that's Bernard. You know. So.
What you had down
the
there?
world where this is a blowout. Oh, go ahead.
No, my bad.
No, I was gonna say the only world there's a blowout for us, I think, is us hitting more threes than them. And again, that's like Ted said, Doug's point. Like he said what he said was Doug's point. That could be a Doug's point for me too. But like that's the world where I see it could be a blowout. But then for them, the world where it's a blowout is where they're taking care of the ball and we turn the ball over a bunch. So there's blowout scenarios for each. I think ours is more plausible, but again, great matchup.
All right. So what you had down here?
What you say, bro?
What you had down here? I missed you. Illinois, Houston, Tennessee.
Iowa. I'm gonna go Iowa in a close one. Michigan in a close one, but it's tough, bro. Because I think down the stretch, I think Michigan size would be too much, and I think if they impose their will from that standpoint, I think that it'll be down the stretch. It'll be kind of comfortably, but I mean, man, you can't count out Alabama, bro, because it's like Michigan. I don't know if Michigan can go. I don't know if Michigan will be able to keep up point for point. Like if you go point for point, bucket for bucket, I like Alabama in that. Like I do. Now the size is the question. Now if they can kind of muck up the game down the stretch, I think it'll be comfortably in Michigan size because I do think they just going to impose their will and Alabama just not going to have shit for it. So I'm gonna go. I went Michigan a close one. I went Houston and then I went Iowa State.
All right. Houston, Iowa State. Okay, bet. Big news. Well, not big news. Breaking news. Travis Kelce and the Chiefs disagreed to a three-year, $54 million extension. I don't know if he should be still paid as a top end tight end, but I think the 18 mil probably puts him at number one if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, hey. I don't think I agree with that, but it is what it is. Shout out to Travis Kelce.
Thank God we're gonna talk about him going nowhere else no more. Fake going nowhere else.
Shout out to Kelce and the Chiefs for getting that done. Anybody else want to go through the predictions real quick? Yeah, we are, Brad. Anybody want to go through the predictions?
I'll go.
All right.
Duke over St. John's, close, gritty. Be surprised if the team scored more than like 70 points, to be honest. Man, Michigan State, UConn. That's all these matchups got game of the weekend potential. That's my favorite one of the weekend, to be honest. That one right there. I think I'm going Michigan State. Close. UConn really been teetering the past couple games. They just didn't have the teams that were poised enough to walk through that door and finish the job. I think Fears is the difference to be able to just be that veteran point guard presence, poise, and finish the job. Another close game. Because both of their games, UConn play, I feel like the teams they were going against had them on the ropes, and then they just couldn't get. They started doing dumb shit. What's the other matchup? Texas, Purdue. Man, I'm going with Purdue. Right there. Arizona, Arkansas. I think they're gonna step on them. I think they will be up by a lot at a certain point in the game, like 15 plus. I think it could end up being single digits, but I think they will be up by a lot at some point in that game. Like early second half or something. Iowa, Nebraska, Iowa. Houston, Illinois, yeah, Houston, easy. Tennessee, Iowa State. I'm going Iowa State. I know Jefferson probably be out, but it seems like even with him out these first couple games, because he went out early in that first game, they have guys slotted who know exactly what they want to do. They look like a very well coached team, and their offense operates like a well-oiled machine as well, even without him. So, I think they'll have enough to get by Tennessee. I think that'd be a good game as well. Michigan, Alabama. I think that's going to be my widest margin of the weekend. I think they're going to step on them. I think. I don't think their size is going to be able to, because they can't get Mara in foul trouble. So that's all I got.
Appreciate that, brother. What's the word, Bray? What you got for Sweet 16?
Okay. Um, I'm gonna go off the game he just. Alabama and Michigan. I'm gonna go Alabama because I just do think weirdly Alabama has always found a way to get to the Elite Eight these past few years. Tennessee and Iowa State. I'm gonna go Iowa State. I don't really believe Tennessee's play lately can help them against Iowa State. I'm gonna go Houston over Illinois and Nebraska over Iowa. I do think Iowa has a chance to win, but those turnovers they had against Florida towards the end really almost bought them in the ass. And you can't really do that against Nebraska because they're a team that can shoot. Well, Iowa as well, but I do think Nebraska would take care of it. Then who was at the other?
I would say, not to cut you off. I would say that's
No,
true,
you good.
but not Michigan. Um, Nebraska don't have the same personnel as a Florida though. To try to call.
Yeah, I did forget about that.
Nah, but
I'm not
you
saying
would
change your
nah,
pick.
you
I'm
would
not
nah.
saying
That's
change
not
your pick.
No.
forgetting.
I'm putting my pick. I'm just like that's something I
No,
didn't
but that's
think
not.
in the
You can
moment.
still stand on what you said because your point was just the
Yeah.
turnovers. Like your point was just the turnovers, and you're basically saying like they probably would not be able to scrape out getting turnovers against like how they were able to scrape out the win against Florida, but in comparison to them turning the ball over late against like Nebraska if they're in that situation. So that's why you go on Nebraska. I think you said Nebraska.
Yeah. I said Nebraska. They should have lost though, but shout out Nebraska.
Tibbs just pointed it
Duke
out.
and State. Well, huh?
Nah, my bad. You good? You good?
Duke and St. John's. As much as I really want St. John's to win, I have to go to that blue team. Um, Michigan State and UConn. I really want to go Michigan State because of Tom Izzo and what he does in the Sweet 16 historically. But I'm gonna go with UConn because they're the better team. And then Arizona and Arkansas, I think it'll be a little closer, but I'll take Arizona. And then Texas and Purdue, I'm gonna go Texas because I just don't believe in Purdue. They just find every time I pick Purdue, they just find ways to disappoint me. So I'm gonna go Texas.
And it has been like that recently with Purdue and Iowa State. But both of the teams are right now in the tournament, and they got a chance to go to the Elite Eight, which will also take place this weekend. So the Sweet 16 is this week, guys, Thursday and Friday. The Elite Eight is Saturday and Sunday, with the Final Four starting on April 4th, and the championship being April 6th. Good luck if any of y'all team make it, any of y'all team make it that far. Anybody else?
One quick thing.
Oh yeah.
Just with that Michigan State UConn matchup, I think a big thing in that matchup is going to be Reed versus Carr because in both of their teams' respective first two games, it looks like athletically no one has been able to handle either one of them from their respective teams. Now they're going up against each other, so that rebounding matchup between them two, I think, is going to be huge between Reed and Carr for that matchup.
Good point out.
You think win? You know the right answer.
Bro, I pick Michigan State, bro.
Yeah, I would too.
I gotta pick them, right?
Hey, I wouldn't want to see y'all next round either if I was y'all. I wouldn't want to see us either.
It's okay to not put some thought into some of these games. I hope
wouldn't
y'all
want
know
to see us
that.
either.
Like it's okay to not put some thought into this.
Oh, you saw it and say nothing for that Iowa game. No thoughts. Iowa.
All right. Some of these Iowa, I don't really care. I don't even know. I don't know. Bad basketball being played. Freaking, I gotta go Nebraska. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go. Ooh, Texas, Purdue. Let's just go with a dog right here. Let's go Texas right here. I know Purdue gonna win though, but we just gonna go with the dog right there. Arizona, get them out of there. Y'all think too hard. Get them out of there. Shout out Arkansas though. Good season. You're not good enough, Cal, no more. Those players is gone. Houston, Illinois can't compete. Houston, get them up out of there. That's easy work. Michigan, Alabama can score, and Michigan can't score. But one thing about Michigan gonna get stops. So Michigan easily can get stops. Easy dub, not easy dub, but nice dub for Michigan. UConn, Michigan State. That's a nasty dog fight. You want to talk about who gonna win a turnover battle? It's that game. Whoever turned the ball over the least is gonna win that game. I'm gonna just go. I'll go with my brother. I got Michigan State.
All right.
L freaking L. I'm gonna remember this.
It's only been 2 teams that scored 90 or more in both games in a round of 64 and 32, and that's been Alabama and Arkansas. So going to BJ's point about scoring, Alabama does that, and obviously Arkansas has been doing that, led by Acuff and company as well. So yeah, man, there's something to keep in mind. Both of those teams scored the ball pretty well, but both of those teams have tough opponents coming up. One facing Michigan and one facing Arizona. So for them winning that game is going to come down to scoring and shot making and 3-point shooting. So they're going to need a lot of Acuff, Malik, Billy, Brazil, stretching the floor and company, and Alabama going to need a lot of Wright, Phylon, Aiden, and more. So we'll see what ultimately ends up happening.
I feel like Alabama got the tougher matchup than Arkansas, because Alabama going against five people that can get out there and guard and mess up your shot. Arizona not so much. I'm not gonna say not so much, but Arizona not so much. You could get more shots off against Arizona than Michigan, I think, and I think Tennessee could beat Iowa State.
All right. Anybody else want to close this out and share their predictions real quick for the Sweet 16? If not, you can still do it on Thursday morning as well.
Matter of fact, let me make a parlay real quick. Purdue. What did I say? Nebraska? Did I say Nebraska? I don't remember.
You said Nebraska.
Is the show over, Ev?
Almost.
Let's add spice. Let's go Michigan. Let's go Houston
What
-4.
happened, Fry?
I didn't understand that message you sent me. That's all.
Let me pull up a tweet, y'all. That's the only thing that's going to be NBA mentioned today, because I purposely was leaving NBA for tomorrow and Wednesday, so the show can drag longer in those days, because college basketball will be taking a break for the most part. If I have to mention something college basketball related on Tuesday and Wednesday, I will do so.
Wemby.
Back up on Wednesday. So I'll make sure I'll be watching the NBA games tonight and tomorrow and so forth, so we can have NBA talks inside of the platform. Obviously, a lot of us have been watching college basketball over the last 4 days, from Thursday on down.
Can we put a little wager tonight, brother?
No, brother.
You scared?
The best team in the West is playing my team, brother. I'm chilling.
Okay.
I had said process this tweet. Before I send process my tweet, this tweet right here, I'm going to give my prediction for the games this weekend. I mean, not the weekend, today, real quick. We got about 4, 8, 10 games in action tonight. We are starting off with the Lakers traveling to Detroit. If anybody been keeping up, I've been doing really good at this. Either one off or getting the whole entire slate correct. So this is me going off of what I know as far as players out at the moment. Just at the moment. So Marcus Smart, I know for the first game is out. I'm going Lakers still getting a win today, and obviously Kate is out. I'm going Lakers getting a win and extending the winning streak to 10 games. Luka is one of 2 players in NBA history to average 40 points across a 9-game winning streak. That is insane when you think about it. Game 2. Pacers are doing what they're doing. I'm going with the Magic getting the win at home today. Game 3, the quote-unquote Big 3 in Philadelphia is still out. So I'm going to go with Oklahoma City in J-Dub's return to the lineup. Jalen Williams is returning for the Oklahoma City Thunder today. They are
I'm going to be in the building. That changes your pick.
Nah, but let me get SJ. Get
SJ
autograph for me, bro.
Yeah, what the fuck do I look like?
Send a picture when you get
brother
there.
A favor.
Fuck off. You would never ask him for an autograph.
SGA? Why would I not?
Fuck my grown ass man. Can I have your autograph, Mr. Alexander? Fuck out of here.
Wait, no, why you say it like that though?
Bro, we're not asking.
Bro, you wouldn't get an autograph. You wouldn't get an autograph for Joel Embiid from Joel Embiid.
I ain't gonna lie. Maybe you.
I'm getting an autograph.
You,
yeah, you're tripping.
Nigga, if I see Wemby, I'm asking for an autograph.
Yeah, I'm getting an autograph and a photo. You tripping? You not getting a photo with Joel Embiid?
You get a picture or something. At least a picture.
Process. You wouldn't say, "Yo, Embiid, can we take a picture together?" You wouldn't do that. You're in a blender.
That's why
a picture, yeah, not an autograph.
Nah, that's helping him.
Yeah, I'm picture of an autograph, bro.
You wouldn't do a picture. You wouldn't do an autograph. Just a picture.
Nah,
no, I would do the picture, not the autograph.
But some people don't do
when
pictures.
I was a
though.
kid,
it's like,
when I was a kid, yeah, I would ask for an autograph for somebody. I got like
Fair. Let me wind it back, because right now, I wouldn't give a fuck about an autograph either. I'm just that's true. As a grown man, I wouldn't.
When I was younger,
some people would do an autograph before a picture though.
Yeah, like
autograph
some niggas
is
will just
easier than a
like,
picture.
what if they not taking pictures? They just doing autographs. You just saying fuck it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go up there and butt in front of a bunch of little kids. But get out of my way. Let me get his autograph.
Yeah, I'll do that. And I'll sell it. Yeah, sure.
Man, I'll get Lamar Jackson autograph, bro. I don't give a damn.
I don't care about them kids.
I'll get them all autographed, bro.
Like, come on, think about it, bro. You're most likely you're not gonna see that person that close again.
If you catch a T-shirt at a game, you keeping it or you giving it to the kid that's next to you?
I don't give shit to them people. You have the same equal opportunity I do.
When I went to a baseball game, I wanted to catch one of those things and I was gonna keep it. Like I wasn't gonna give it to nobody, but I wanted to keep it for memories.
I caught a shirt at the last Sixers game, and right over a little kid, and he looked like he was so mad. And I was like, "Here you go."
To be fair, though, it's the Sixers. That's like me catching a Wizard shirt. Who cares?
Right, that's funny, dog.
No, I'm being dead.
You're a Miami Heat fan. You're a Miami Heat fan.
And we're just as good as the Sixers, bro.
No, you're not.
Okay.
All right, let's get the parlay.
We have fucking G Leaguers playing, and we're right next to you right now in the standings.
Okay, brother. Anybody on the team ever scored 83?
What a stupid comeback.
Yeah, okay.
My boy 70 was more impressive than that 83. So go ahead.
I like Oklahoma City beating the Sixers today. I like them San Antonio Spurs boys traveling to Miami again to win over the Heat. Castle and company were in today. So they'll be pretty much damn near full go as well. Norman Powell was expecting to play as well for the Heat, so the Heat should be damn near full go as well. I like the Spurs. Coming up down here in Atlanta, I like the Hawks to beat the Grizzlies. I like the Rockets to travel to Chicago to get the win. Reed Shepard will follow up the performance that he had the other day. Like 23 and 14 the other day, something crazy. Yes, Larry, I did beat my Heat. Shout out to the Thompson for tipping that ball in. It is what it is. But yeah, I like the Rockets to get the win over Chicago. And then I like the Raptors to get the win on the road over Utah. I like the Dallas Mavericks to get the win at home over the Warriors. Cooper Flag and them. I like the Blazers to beat the Nets. And then I like the Clippers to get back on the right track. They've been struggling. I like them to get back on the right track and beat the Bucks today. Only one I'm really iffy on is the Lakers and Pistons game. I do think the Lakers win though. And then I also see a world where Utah can beat Toronto. No, that's not going to happen. I see a world for whatever reason where the Warriors can beat the Mavericks or something like that.
You did that Pistons.
I ain't gonna lie.
Shit is a top game.
Tonight. Yeah, I think the Pistons could probably like something weird, something like not weird.
All super faves though.
Brother, that's how I get them right. I don't got no upset.
Okay,
look at this slate. What's the upset?
Brother,
Sixers okay.
Pacers are not going to win, bro. Pacers are not winning.
The Pistons are winning.
Yeah, but I said
the Pistons are winning.
One I'm iffy on is the Pistons on the Lakers game for sure. That's the one I'm iffy on.
Okay, I like Pistons and Spurs. How much?
What? I'm not double betting that. I'll bet you straight up on Lakers the Pistons game if you want though. This man won't be
Think about it. We on a win streak. They on a win streak. You got to lose eventually, right?
Yeah, and if anything, I think it can come to the Lakers losing in Detroit. I don't more than y'all beat losing to us, which I think can still happen too. But that's gonna be a good game.
I mean, Sixers don't lose when I'm in the building, so I mean.
Do you want to bet on the game, man? My 100 or 50?
You give me the 15-point spread or
my
no?
50 or 25?
Okay, I give you the 15-point spread for a regular straight. Not giving you odds with a spread, bro.
All right, I'll take the 15 points, $50.
Bro, they're going to beat y'all by they're going to beat y'all by 20, by the way. I hope you know that.
All right, I'll take the 15.
Okay, go take it on FanDuel too, so you can do double the money. Yeah, I bet you won't. You in the building, right? Go bet the spread.
I will. I'll send it to you.
All right, Prices, don't do that. Prices, I'm trolling. Please don't do that. I know you don't care about the money.
Why?
Don't.
Prices, tell him. Brother, you wasted money on dumber shit.
Bro, please.
Yeah, way dumber shit. But I will.
Hey, that's my winners for today.
I wasted $200 betting on $265 actually betting on Kentucky.
No, you bet $265 on Kentucky.
Yeah, 165 of that was already in my account, but yeah.
You know how much I bet on the money line? Only $40, brother.
Gonna double down.
That's insane.
I would have told you don't double down.
You more confident in Kentucky than me.
I was confident in you, brother. I see what that got me.
Nah, brother. This wasn't my Rasheed Rice calls and shit like that. Matter of fact, bring back the NFL season, bro. Like, can I get money there? Like, this NBA shit and all that, I'm cool, bro.
Yeah, bro. NFL is the best to bet on, bro. NBA.
No. The best sport to bet on is coming up, baby.
I'm about to say baseball. I was never a baseball guy.
I can't speak on that. Like a best sport, man. We here.
Hey, Process. Real quick, before I show that tweet that I just sent you, what you mad at? Who should I be a fan of? Like, should I say Orioles or Yankees? Like, should I stay Yankees or should I be like?
Is Ari here?
I mean, yeah, the Yankees are going to be a lot better than the Orioles.
Brother, you're
Yeah, I would just
unloyal,
say
brother.
Yankees if I was
You don't
you.
know, and the
Just
sad
say
part is
Yankees.
about you, you don't know what team you want to root for.
I don't.
Just root for both.
Literally, I don't.
Root for both. Root for both.
Why the Yankees though? Why?
Alex,
Like I get
Alex
Baltimore, but
Rodriguez,
what?
because I used to play MLB 08 the show, and I had my introduction to Alex, Derek, and CC and company, and that's how I became a Yankees fan.
Yeah, but they're not there anymore, dog.
But that's how I am though. Once I become a fan of it, I just stay, quote unquote, calling myself a fan. Like that's like Wade not being there, and I leave Miami like no shot.
You
like,
might as
no
well
shot,
just
but like
stick
Low
with
did.
the Yankees.
Like I'm not doing that. Now what trying to be funny?
You might as well just.
That ain't no shot at me, brother. I happily left.
You might as well just
Why
stick
don't
with.
Why don't I like watching Bam Adebayo and what's that? What was the big man name?
Hassan
Whiteside. I'm cool, bro.
Why don't you just stick to the Yankees? Because then it'll be like your football team, the two biggest choke artists in each sport.
Your quarterback is Jalen Hurts. You know he threw a pick six in a flag football game.
Super Bowl
to a nobody. He threw a pick six the other day to a nobody. By the way, bro, you don't even like Jalen Hurts, and you're about to trade AJ Brown to low team. You're about to trade AJ Brown to low team.
I can't fucking wait for that.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Dude. Me neither.
Yeah.
Me neither. I can't wait for that either.
Jalen Hurts did he defend? Damn.
That man process. Bro, you're about to roll out Devontae Smith and Hollywood Brown as your wide receivers, brother.
Still gonna be better than yours.
Okay.
It won't. That won't be better than your 1-2 punch.
Bro,
wait a minute.
Who do you think Hollywood Brown is?
It doesn't. Better than Rashad Bateman.
Bro, that's no. They cancel out, brother.
No, they don't. He's better, and Smitty's better than Zay.
Bro, who do you think? Okay, yeah, you got it. I ain't gonna lie. You hired, bro. This is not Hollywood of 4 or 5 years ago, bro. This is Hollywood Brown.
It doesn't
now,
matter
bro.
if it was
He's a
Hollywood
wide
in the
receiver
next
3 at
20.
best, bro.
Hollywood Brown could be fucking 80 years old. I'm still taking his ass over Prime Bateman. Are you fucking crazy? Come on, dog. And Smitty's better than Zay by a wide margin.
Wide margin is a stretch. Cornball.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't, bro.
I sent process this tweet, y'all. Luka never win MVP. He's about to have a scoring title by being top 10 in steals and assists, while leading the team out missing Brian AR for 48 games to a 3 seed. Yet people are finding more reason not to give Luka the MVP than to give Luka the MVP. Process said
I don't know.
me.
Yeah, that is. When you were the main one arguing to me about how I said he should get shout for MVP, and you were like, no, he shouldn't. There's no logical reason that he should be MVP. There's no way he could be MVP. Now you're like starting to change your tune a little bit. I don't know. You sent that shit to me, and I'm like, you were the one saying you're finding reasons why he shouldn't. Yeah. I was the one finding reasons why he should. Correct?
Yeah, but I mean, so I'm gonna respond to you still, but you just lied. You said that I was saying that he doesn't deserve shouts for being in that conversation. That's just not true. I never said that. I said Luka should be within the top 3. And I also see a world why people can lean Luka for MVP, which you are doing. But at the same breath, I also think that he just not have been as consistent enough as a guy like SJ has been while leading his team to #1 seed in the Western Conference again, while they also been dealing with injuries to a lot of their key guys as well. So, I mean, two things can be true. And that's why I would still say SJ is the MVP. Now, the only way for me, well, I said this last week, I'm going to say it again for the record. Only way to me, the Lakers and or Luka will get MVP, just if this season, if like, say, something magical happens where I've referenced it to like a Josh Allen thing last year where he got the media pushing things like that, which Luka is getting right now. The Lakers will have to finish the season off like, if not going 57-25, which would be winning out, which we don't think that's going to happen. 55-27, like go like 55-27, while OKC goes like 60-22. Probably not going to happen. They're probably going to go like 63-19. Probably, if I had to guess, they'll probably go somewhere like 64-18. But 55-27. 56-26, I entertain that more than it being a difference in a 10 game from a 10 game perspective in the win column. Like, you can't win 50 games and other win 62 games, and you want me to give you MVP. Like that was always my argument. My argument was always the win loss thing from a team success standpoint, not Luka level of play. Because I've been Luka is Luka to me. Like, the level of play is always going to be there. But that's why I think SJ will still get MVP. Over Luka at this point.
Yeah, but when we had this conversation last week, you were the one saying like it's just idiotic. He has no chance. He shouldn't have a chance. He didn't do this from the beginning of the season. You were on that stance. Now you're starting to change your tune, saying like, well, I said he could really, he could do this, he could do that. No, bro, that's not what you said last.
If you saying I said the idiotic and no chance thing, I would stand on that. But at the end of the day, yeah, right now, this moment, Luka would not. There's no, to me right now. There's no possible. Right now, today, if they're voting and if the season ended today, there's no chance of Luka win MVP. So I'm only speaking
The
on right
season
now
doesn't
perspective.
end today.
Well,
The
I know,
season
but
doesn't end today.
again,
I mean, the
Luka,
argument was
Luka does,
he should be.
okay, if Luka does not get to the 55, Jay Crumble just said 55 is attainable based on our schedule. That now works in my favor for what I'm saying. I don't know why B Young said exactly. That works in my favor for what I'm saying. I would like to see him win MVP. If the Lakers do not win 55 games, hypothetically, right? Say the Lakers win. Say the Lakers go 52-30, and OKC goes 61-21, or 62-18. That's their trajectory right now. And even the Spurs winning 60 games this year too, because Luka got to pass Wemby too. I want to make that very clear. He got it. He's up there with Wemby. And, well, I think he's 2 now. But
He's past Wemby.
Yeah, he's past Wemby now. But he's up there with SJ and Wemby. Like, if they win 50 games and they're 50-32, 51-31, he's not going to win MVP. Do you agree with that? Say OKC wins 63 games.
I never said he's gonna win MVP, and I agree with everything you're saying.
Okay, cool.
Now, if he doesn't, but no, hold on. If he wins 55 games and he keeps this up the way he's playing the last stretch of this month and a half, 2 months, whatever, and they win 55 games and OKC wins 63, 64 games, whatever, you think Luka deserves MVP? Like, would you say he's the MVP?
That goes to what I said. Yeah, if that happens,
I know.
If that happens, then yes, he should be able to get MVP. Yeah, if that happens.
Okay, well,
but
again,
I do not want to ignore. I do not want to ignore it. But I also opened the door to what I just said, which you just repeated. I said this last week. This is not something I just woke up and just. I did say this last week. I didn't just make.
Because in the same breath,
I didn't just wake up and say this on the
there's
fly
no
today.
world where he can win. You said last week there's no world where
he does what I said.
No, you didn't even say that because you said
this is not my first time saying this. I said this last week.
Changing your stance now.
I said this last week.
Last week you never said if they go 55 wins.
Okay, well I'm sorry you didn't hear it. I'm sorry you didn't hear it.
Oh no, you didn't say it, bro.
B Young 0724 literally said yeah he did say that. I said this last week, Fry. If you didn't hear it, that's cool.
I must have not been here, but
okay,
I don't remember that.
I apologize.
You were one of the main. You were one of the main people saying there's just not a chance. He's not doing it. There's no way he could get it. He's not the one that's going to win MVP.
Unless he does what I said. Unless they do what I said. And I still don't think they're going to. And I still don't think they're going to win 55 games.
Well, mind you, if you've already spoken that on Luka getting the what you call it, the Josh Allen media push. Yeah. Like, bro, we don't got to entertain this too much, gang. Like, we know what's up.
Yeah, true.
What do you mean?
You don't think he's getting a media push right now?
I mean, not media push. He's playing out of his fucking mind.
Bro,
no, that is true.
He's got a crazy media push.
It's definitely a media push
because he's playing well. Josh Allen got a media push because he played well.
And this will be wrong with people, right?
A media push comes with playing well too, though. Like,
yeah, I know, but I don't understand.
They'll call it right there a media push for voter fatigue when a player is actually playing good.
But this is my point, though. This is hold on. This is my point. This is stupid. This is so stupid the way that you guys look at MVP, and whether that's the way you look at it or whether you think the NBA looks at it. My main point was, yeah, exactly. You're just going off of his games won, and to me, it doesn't matter if he finishes with 55 fucking wins or 50 wins or whatever. If he sustains this level of play for the rest of the season. The fact that he as a lesser team has been able to do what he's been able to do and put wins on the board, no matter the amount of wins, as long as they hold the top 3 spot in the Western Conference, he deserves to be a closer candidate to MVP. And that was my main argument. I never said he should not be MVP or he should be the MVP. I never said SGA doesn't deserve MVP. I said it a million times. SGA is deserving of it. But Luka, if he plays like this, he sustains the level of play. Forget about where they finish or forget about how many wins they end up with. If they finish top 3 in those standings, it's higher than everybody expected. He's playing better than everybody expected, and he is clearly playing in this last month. And Wes disagreed with it, but I don't care. He has been the best player in the NBA for the last month, last month and a half.
And when you said that process, I agreed with that. If Luka continues, you will literally see him continue to close the gap from because when you spoke on that, you spoke on an odds perspective. He will continue to close the gap on the odds. Right now it's minus 1,500 for SGA and plus 1,200 for Luka. It will continue to go smaller and smaller and smaller as long as he keeps his play up. I'm agreeing with that.
Yeah, I know, but last week it was like I don't even know why you're even bringing this
From him
conversation
win
up. He's got no
Because
chance.
he's not gonna win it.
Yeah, he's
Like,
not.
that's literally
Yeah,
it,
like
bro.
what's wrong with
Like,
I
you
know,
saying
and
that?
that's the
and then
point.
that's
No,
not
that's
even
the
the
point.
sad thing
No,
is that's not even Process' point. Process don't even Process isn't even arguing for him to win it. He's arguing it to be in talks.
Yeah,
Which, like, what the
right,
heck? We just talking in circles.
like what
but
the
everyone, but everyone was
Low is
giving me
speaking
shit
facts
that I
though, bro.
even.
Like he's
Yeah, but
speaking
I know,
facts
but everyone was giving me shit last week for bringing it up and everything
because
like that. And
everyone
the
felt like
argument.
he's not going to win it.
But that's not what I said, you fucking
So you want people to
jerk-off.
argue if it's a possibility for him to beat or for him to
No,
just beat?
I just
You
said-
want us to
I
hear you
just
out on
said-
saying it's a conversation?
No, and that's the other thing. You guys said his name can be thrown into the ring, but at the end of the day, you guys still think it's not even a conversation, and I disagree with that. That's all. I think it should be a conversation. I
But
think
you
he
don't
does
fully
have a
disagree
chance to win
because you
MVP.
think at the end of the day SGA is going to win it
No,
anyway.
I don't. No, I don't disagree that if SGA wins, it's like Luka got robbed. I just don't think it's that big of a gap. I don't think it's a $1,500 gap.
And it
Minus
will, but
$1,500. That's fucking
process
insane.
prior to this winning streak, it was though.
No, but prior to this winning
Okay,
streak,
then.
it was, but
so
remember,
if it, hold on.
No,
Prior to this winning streak, it was a gap, correct? So when you go on this winning streak and you play the level of play that you're playing right now, 40 across 9 games, yeah, you're going to continue to knock into that gap. But since the gap was so big,
I said it was ridiculous that he was behind not shitty players. He was behind players' names that were ridiculous, and I thought he wasn't getting any credit at all for the way he was playing even before this win streak, because he was behind guys like Jaylen Brown and Cade and Jokic and all that stuff until last week when Cade went down. And then he had that fucking 60 ball. Then he went up to second. But before that, he was behind guys that I didn't think were close to the way he was playing, even before the win streak.
Process. Oh, goodness. Okay, you're taking March or late February of basketball and ignoring November and December, and maybe even January. Maybe.
November he was playing well in January and February.
Okay, let me 100%. November and December, Jokic was clearly a better player than Luka. Like it was not on the same. They were not on the same level. Jokic was clearly looking at the best player in NBA as the best player in NBA, right? So obviously, Jokic is not looking like that as of recent. He had a big triple double the other day, yesterday I think it was, or tape for yesterday, whatever the case may be. Well, Luka, one can say now is having a better year than Jokic, 100%. What I'm telling you is though, with him being behind Jokic and or behind Cade and or behind JB. A lot of that goes with team success, one, level of play with JB as well, and Cade, and obviously Jokic from a level of play perspective, which I think he was better than Luka. And Luka is carrying the Lakers up, and his level of play is also going up. So what happens with that thing? You get rewarded for that. Now he's above Cade. Now he's above JB. Now he's above Wemby. Now he's above Jokic. These things take time. And what I'm telling you now is he's going to continue to close the gap with that SGA because you're speaking from an odd perspective. He's going to continue to close that gap as well, brother. Just give it some time.
I know, I'm not saying it's not, but my point was, you were talking about November and December. We had this conversation last week in March. He was playing better than Jokic, Jaylen Brown, and Cade in fucking January, February, and March. For 3 straight months, he didn't get that fucking bid to go up to the odds until last week. So the 2 months that he played better than Jokic in January and February and half of March, they didn't even put that into account because Jokic was still ahead of him up until last week because of his first 2 months of the season. Like, what? I don't care about the first 2 months of the season if Luka's has been a lot better the last 2 months that we just went through, and his name didn't rise up at all throughout these last 2 months, and Jokic has been shitty to his standards the last couple months, last month of playing basketball too, and the fucking team has shown that way. They've gone completely down in the standings. They're below teams like the Rockets, who everyone loves to fucking troll in this community, and nobody bats a fucking eye at that because, he's the best in the world, he's the best in the world. And I'm just saying, I think it's ridiculous that some people you're talking about media pushes, everyone gets favoritism when it comes to this MVP shit, and I'm just saying, Luka is 100% been the best player in the world for the last 2 months of basketball. That's it.
Okay, yeah, you spoke on the last 2 months.
Just like you said, and and you're speaking on the first 2 months.
Okay. What you're choosing to ignore, where I listed two players.
I'm not ignoring it. But also, people
do you see
gas
how
the
I
fuck
shut
out how
up and let you
bad.
talk? Why is that so
And
hard for you to
also,
do?
no, because I forgot to say
just
something.
shut up.
1 second. People gas how bad Luka's been played in the first 2 months of the season because he didn't have a good field goal percentage. That's another fucking thing.
Speak to that. I spoke
Not
to how.
you.
Okay,
I'm
so
talking
let
about
me
everybody
respond
else.
to what you just said. Then I don't care about what other people say. If we're talking to me and you, all I said when I brought up the first 2 months is clear as day. Jokic and SGA and even Jaylen Brown and probably Kay Cunningham was all playing at a better level than Luka Doncic. That is a fact. I'm sorry, I'm not going to sit here and deny. Act like that's not true. With who?
I disagree.
With who?
I think he played better. I think he played better than Jaylen Brown. I think he played better than Jaylen Brown and better than fucking Cade. Cade's shooting percentage wasn't that fucking
I don't know
great.
Cade numbers
Cade
off my
wasn't
head.
going.
JB been one of the most
Well, I
consistent
do. In
players.
the beginning of the season,
JB one of the most consistent players, literally the whole entire year. JB's having his worst statistical month this month right
JB's
here.
a great.
Prior to that, he's been
played a great
consistent every
player.
single year. I mean, every single
No,
month.
but I just don't think he was better. I get it. Yes, he was percentage and consistently a great player. I still don't think he was better than Luka Doncic, even with Luka having a
in what
down
month? In what month? You talking about November, December?
And down month. I don't think that Jaylen Brown has ever been better than Luka Doncic this year at basketball. Ever.
There we go. That's
okay. Thank you. I'm glad you said that pretty strongly, and that's just not true. In December, he was a better player. I'm telling you facts, though. In December, he had a better month than Luka Doncic, 100%.
I don't care. I don't care.
You just said you don't think that's true, but it's not true.
Because it's not. Because he doesn't do more than Luka. He doesn't affect the game more than Luka. He doesn't help the squad more than Luka.
Yes, he does. Yes,
not more than Luka. I'm not saying he doesn't do it. I don't think he is more effective than Luka with the team. He doesn't help his guys as much as Luka Doncic does. He doesn't affect the game as much as Luka Doncic does. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, what the fuck are you talking about right now? Jaylen Brown?
I don't think he does.
Are you against that?
What?
Jaylen, yes, because he's only talking about from a playmaking perspective.
Different categories versus total impact are different things.
Yeah, I don't think
Jaylen Brown,
does.
yes, Jaylen Brown impacts way more categories than Luka Doncic, but still in all, his impact to Luka is not close.
And what I'm saying is point blank period. End of the day, Jaylen Brown 100% had a better month than Luka in December. Let's focus on that, which he did not.
Yeah, he did.
100%.
You're talking about.
You said not one time this season was he better than Luka. That's just not true.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I don't think that he was ever a more impactful player. I don't think he was better at basketball. Yeah, a couple.
Yo, he played better than him in December. Point blank. Period. Fuck the impact shit you're talking about. December he played better than him offensively and defensively. It's a fact.
Yeah, defensively he plays better than him every.
And offensively.
I just don't think that. Okay,
he was the same level of scorer and way more efficient and played way better. What are you talking about?
I don't think he brought.
I never thought I'd hear him.
But it's sad that he had to argue that this is crazy. But you're talking on the top of your head without actually knowing numbers or knowing facts, bro. That's literally what you're doing right now.
No, I'm not. Are you done? Because I've just tried to butt in after you stopped your sentences. I don't think at any point in this season. I would say that Jaylen Brown is a better basketball player than Luka Doncic because of the way they both impact their teams. Yes, Jaylen Brown has been incredible this season. This is the best year he's ever had as an NBA player. He's impacted the Celtics a shit ton. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm not saying that me saying that Luka impacts their team more and impacts the way that they win games more and impacts their offense more doesn't mean I'm saying that Jaylen Brown didn't do that. I just think that what Luka brings to the Lakers is more than what Jaylen Brown brought to the Celtics in the month of December. I think in total, Luka did more, and again with less as well, with a lesser coach in a tougher conference.
With less.
That's it. That's all. Yes, with less in a tougher conference, with a lesser.
Wait, you think the Lakers got less than what Boston got with no Tatum?
I don't think that the Celtics are good. I don't think the Lakers are good at all. I don't think that Rui Hachimura is good. I don't think that DeAndre Ayton's good. I don't think that Jackson Hayes is good. I don't think that those guys are very good role players. I think that the Celtics have good role players on their team. Whether the Celtics fans disagree with me or not, I don't care. I think that they still are good.
You just say that now after he was one of the main ones that drove the change in the season that they were having. They was having
I never said he did it.
Can I please finish, bro? What the fuck? Why do y'all do that all the time, bro?
No, because you're saying
I'm not responding. I'm done with the convo.
You're saying stuff that I didn't say. How do you expect me to just sit there and lie?
I ain't listen to what the fuck they saying. I ain't gonna lie.
He said
All
what
right,
he
bro.
said.
Bro, I'm on deaf, bro. I'm not listening to what you're saying, bro. Let me just end the show, please.
Bro, what the fuck? You're such a
I'm just not a
coward.
part of the
You
conversation.
cut me off a
I'm
million
not
times.
talking
You
no more.
cut
Okay,
me
so
off
y'all
a
can
ton.
have the
You
convo on
cut
open
me off
talk.
a
I'm done
ton.
talking about it, bro. I'm done.
Why? Why do you always run from me
if I
all the
cannot
time?
finish
Like
what I'm
you're
trying to say,
scared.
okay, bro, process. I am leaving the stage, brother. I'm just trying to wrap the
Bro,
show up.
what the
Y'all
fuck? You're
can
such a
continue the
pussy.
convo in open talks, bro.
Why are you so
Okay, all
scared?
right, so,
Every time somebody...
cool. Everybody that came through to the show today, thank y'all so much for all the support. Peace, blessings, and love. Make sure y'all tap into the NBA games today. More process. Can you just... Okay, I'm just serving Misha real quick. I don't got time for the name call and stuff like that. Just please let me just end, brother. That's all I want to do. Just end. Just let me end, bro. Just let me end. Everybody that came through today, thank y'all so much for all the support. I'm pretty sure they'll pick it back up in open talks. I'm not joining the conversation. I'm over here speaking truthfully on Luka in the situation, but it is what it is. You can hit open talk. They'll probably continue over there. Thank y'all for all the support. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Got time to begin.